Hi, I'm Langston and I'm back on my channel, Gymlandia. So you're joined by two of my co-hosts, Allie and Autumn. I plan on having more come on. It's been a lot that's happened in my world as of recently. We have someone that's part of our brand who's recently became a gymnastics coach. You already know we had Javasia, who's also a gymnastics coach. We're not going to expose who that is. So, we have a lot of information we want to, be discussing about that and, actually working with gymnasts and, teaching them how to, do this amazing sport. So we're going to be focusing on that as well as some other gymnastic topics. We're going to be exposing, going off on a specific person that we all know about. We ain't gonna drop no names though, but it's going to be a lot we're going to talk about. We're also going to talk about the upcoming election. I think it's all stressing us out. Me and Autumn are both from the most important swing states in the country. Autumn actually is from the swingiest county in the country. So I'm trying to say like we have a lot of insight to add to that. So anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in and what y'all got to say about that. I'm gonna start with Autumn because we ain't had her on here in a little minute. You get what I'm trying to say?
What should I start? What was it? I'm sorry.
I was just asking you like you got any topics you want to bring up or anything like anything that you trying to bring to the discussion? Yeah, I'm trying to say.
Oh, I was just saying, like, thinking this morning, I was just watching the Simone Biles documentary. I just watched the first episode, and there was a lot more to it than I actually never, like, would ever think that had happened in Paris, you know?
Was it good?
Yeah, actually, I didn't watch the second episode just yet, but it was really good. I was like, oh shit. Like, I forgot all about the calf injury, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. And like a whole bunch of celebrities were there and all this other stuff. I was like, wow.
Mm. So I never even watched the first part.
Wait, you didn't see the first episode or the first part of
The
the?
first part or the first episode. I ain't seen this shit at all.
Oh,
I
it's
can see it.
actually pretty nice. Like if you're driving, it's there's a lot to watch, but there's also a lot to listen to as well. So if you're driving, then you can at least listen to it.
So I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it on. I think today because I don't really got nothing but time. It's like I ain't been doing shit this week. Allie knows that. So I mean, I don't have nothing but time. So I guess I'll watch it. Allie, I started watching The Lincoln Lawyer as of recently. You know what The Lincoln Lawyer is?
Yeah, I actually have read. I don't think I've watched the TV show, but I've read some of those books in the series, including the book Lincoln Lawyer.
So I
It's
that's
pretty.
been
It's a. They're pretty good.
that's been my passion recently. Using my brand new TV I got rewarded with. So I've been watching Lincoln Lawyer. I got to the mid of the third season, and the second and third season are really good.
Mm-hmm.
But the middle of the third season just kind of threw me a loop. I don't know how to feel about that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, like, the
Yeah.
third season is like imagine the red wedding happening halfway through the first season. Like
Well, I
that's what
remember. Yeah, a lot of Michael Connolly's books are like that, where it's just like you get plot twists you never saw coming.
that's why I'm like, I don't know about that. Cause
Mm-hmm.
what I was gonna say about like the red wedding, like the major Game of Thrones events happen at the end of the series scene. I'm trying to say
Right.
I love y'all too. So it's like when I watched that, this is midway through the season. That pissed me the fuck off. I'm sitting here like, dang, I just got, I'm trying to say like that. The critics were
Mm-hmm.
giving it to him about that shit too. Cause it's like, I don't, some of it was kind of almost unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
But according to his books, it gave that. Like, I ain't gonna sit up here
Mm-hmm.
and say it's as bad as like, how Sarah Hespy added her shit in the House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Like with that damn Rainey's bursting out the damn pit. Like, girl.
Like, yeah, you didn't need that.
I don't. House of the Dragon just pissed me off. You know how I feel about that. So,
We know. But yeah,
I
with
never watched either one. I never watched Game of Thrones or House of Dragon.
but okay, so a lot of House of the Dragon is very easy to understand. So, Game of Thrones really challenges your mind, but House of the Dragon is like so that's that's the main thing that pissed me off about House of the Dragon is the fact that the show is just so one plotted. You know what I'm trying to say, Ali?
yeah. They didn't they you're that is one really good point you made. They're really only following the main Targaryens here, and even in season 2 they really didn't branch off into expanding the kids' stories or any like doing any major subplots with the other houses or like other groups of people.
Mm. All right.
Oh yeah, so someone's saying in the comments Leanne Wong is going to the Swiss Cup.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know what Leanne's gonna do because like hasn't she been like she's been going more towards the medical degree side of things. So I don't know. I'd be kind of surprised if she tried to go for 2028.
Yeah, don't you have to be picked to go to the Swiss Cup? I mean, I know Jade Carey was.
Yeah, yeah, you do have to be picked. Yeah.
So like, did they just go, "Hey, you want to go?" Or like, because there wasn't any competition since trials.
Matter of
Yeah,
fact,
it
your third
might
Olympics
be.
alternate again. I hate y'all. That's
Yeah.
what. That's exactly what I was thinking too.
I was thinking that too. Yeah, I'd be like, okay, they made you alternate twice in a row. That they might be sending
Twice
you.
in a row is fucking insane.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. It could be worse. Like if Shy and Sky were and Kayla were in competition, she wouldn't even be alternate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So she really lucked out. Unfortunately, if all three of them getting injured.
Hmm. Yeah. I was thinking too with the Swiss Cup, yeah, they do invite you to it. Maybe it was kind of a consolation prize they gave her.
Kayla would have been an alternate again.
Yeah, probably with Sky and Shy in the mix because I think they would have been smart enough to take Jade over Kayla. I really do after how Jade performed at trials.
Yeah, there's no
I
way
hope
they would have
so.
Kayla over Jade. No way.
Yeah, because Kayla's just like Kayla's really like except for on floor, but Jade's better than her on floor. She's kind of like the backup gymnast who can you can put up on almost any event and count on her to hit, but she's not necessarily going to give you a huge score
And
anywhere.
she's not
Right.
even that damn consistent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Langston said in other lives, I remember him saying that she doesn't really have a strong event. Like, what is her best event? I don't know what it is. It's, so it's she's kind of like, it's not like, oh, you can definitely put her up on bars because she really swings bars well. No, you
Mhm.
like, I don't know what her best event is. At least Jade, it's like, okay, she can definitely score big on floor and vault. Whereas
Right.
Kayla, it's like, yeah, you can rely on her, but we need big numbers. She's
Right.
not going to give you
Yeah.
big.
Only thing I think Kayla could do a good. I think Kayla would have won the floor bronze if she would
Yeah,
have.
I think so. Her floor routine composition looks like it's smarter and it works better for her than Jordan Childs' floor composition.
So I think that she would have. I because like 13-6, 13-7 was all it needed. If she would have hit floor in qualification, she would have won the bronze on floor.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's the only thing I can say. Like again, you pick for what you think, not what you know. So you can't look months in the future and say, oh, you know what? Jade is going to have a meltdown in qualifications because she gets sick all of a sudden. Like, you don't predict for that. So it's
Right.
like,
Right. And even then, Jade, like, she melted down on floor, but she didn't on vault. And Kayla didn't have. Does
I
Kayla,
just think
did
that
Kayla even
being
try a
sick,
Lopez? Like,
I
so, yeah.
think being sick really just fucks with your endurance. So like you doing the kind of superhuman shit Jade does, like that just really fucks with you.
Well,
Like
just
it's one thing to
remember,
run,
Right.
you running
did she?
down doing one ball and taking a break and doing another one. But it's like you doing a whole minute and 30 seconds, double layout, double. I mean more, Chuso, double. Like that's a lot when you
Yeah,
sick as fuck.
It is, yeah, and
you
she had a really bad, and she apparently had a really bad stomach virus, so she wasn't even able to eat right.
right, and
Mm-hmm.
it's also more effective because if like with Ali, what she said is that she had a stomach virus. I'm assuming she either was throwing up or had diarrhea. She's dehydrated as fuck, and your muscles need that water to maintain strength. So if she's dehydrated, she's not going to perform
Right, and you
well.
don't have enough fuel from your,
Right.
yeah.
So let me go ahead and address Autumn right now. You be blowing up my Instagram with nasty ass food, Autumn. Like, oh, you need to try this.
I You're not the only one I do that to, by the
And
way.
I'll be like, like she sent me these pancakes the other day from. There's like these are pancakes in Tokyo. I looked at them pancakes. I was like, what else did you send me? It was like you didn't send it. You posted it. You was like
Yeah, the red velvet chicken wings.
red velvet chicken wings, Allie.
Oh my God, wait, red velvet. Oh wow, wait, okay, what was on the pancakes though?
It was just
Um,
red velvet chicken. It wasn't like chicken and waffles. Like it was. They literally dumped the chicken and
Oh,
red
ooh,
velvet. I was like, this is one of the most like
yeah, that's
licorice things
not
I've
right.
ever
Not right.
seen.
Mhm.
listen, I'm not gonna knock it till I try it, because I'm
But
just like
I
sweet
mean,
and
I
salty.
can eat savory crepes, but I feel like that's just different. Red
yeah.
velvet is just a different level.
Yeah, I
So
mean, enough to at least give it a try. I'm not gonna say it would be good, but I'll definitely give it a try.
I heard Allie bring this up. So basically, they gave Jade that Swiss Cup spot because of all of her accolades. Like they were gonna put her on the Pan Am team anyway because they weren't gonna take her to Worlds, but she couldn't go to Pan Am's because her sister was getting married. So
Right.
she wanted to go to the wedding. So that's why she got the Swiss Cup instead of going to Pan Am's.
Yeah, and the Swiss Cup has a pretty generous prize purse. I think you can get like at least $10,000 just for winning it.
Mm,
It earned
Actually, no, I think it's more like 30. So that's like
mm,
that's a pretty good payout, especially if you're not earning like Simone tier money. I mean, I
yeah,
think Jade probably still gets more than that in sponsorships, but that's still a lot of money to get at one time.
yeah.
right.
But her and Jewel both won the Swiss Cup, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Well, yeah, because the way it works is you compete. It's basically a mixed cup format or mixed gender format where you have the male gymnast and the female gymnast competing as a team, and they both do like I think they start off doing their three best events, and they do two, then they do one, and their
Oh,
scores are combined each time.
Isn't
I
it? Isn't DTB putt call like that?
Yeah, DTB has a yeah, they have like a normal like the men's competition, the women's competition, then they do a mixed competition, which I think follows that same format.
so you're saying that if they won 30 grand, it's split between both of them?
I think so. Yeah, I have to look up what the exact prize purse is, but it's like that's still a decent prize to win at one time. And I think like they'll also give you money towards your training and all.
I
Oh, okay.
was yelling Allie because like how did I forget my thought that damn fast? I hate myself, but it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back. It's gonna come back. But like, yeah, oh yeah, this is what I was gonna say. How is Chuchi Ewan getting Joe Yuchin getting so overscored at DT Putt call just to get cleared by the Z listers?
Yeah, that was so crazy. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot that like Addison Feta still ended up beating and was it Addison Feta and Yul Moldauer?
And Nola Matthews, I think they beat uh Chuchi Ewan put up a 15-5 on Beam and Joe Yuchin put up a 14-9. And they also gave Chuchi Ewan like a 15-3 for her bar routine. So it's
Yeah,
like,
which was not
how
yeah,
did
which
y'all get those
wasn't the
ginormous ass fucking
7.2G.
scores and still lose?
I don't know. And like, yeah, like the Chinese men are good. I'm like, I need to look up what happened there because I'm like, did somebody just have a meltdown on one of their
I'm
events?
just like, when I saw USA won, I was like,
The mixed pairs, yeah.
that's a damn shame.
Wait, I just want to look up what the hell even happened there. Yeah, oh yeah, the mixed cup. Yeah. Oh my god, there was like the B team guys too.
Right.
Oh, you know what though? For China, they didn't have Chu Chi Yuan and Zhou Yaqin compete in the mixed cup. They had yeah, they had some of their B team girls.
Mm.
Kind of like Wu Ran, Zhang Jin. Zhang Jin's kind of between A and B team, but not in 2024 they weren't really considering her for the Paris team. Yeah, and Zhang Jinyi.
What is it about Sean? They just want to always take her, bruh. Like,
I don't know, because like you said, like she has high scoring potential, but she's got to hit. And
she
like,
don't.
what was it you said about her? She's supposed to hold them down, but she's holding them back. That's been true for her every competition, every like major world or Olympic competition they've brought her to, except for the 2022 World Championships.
And then it was Tang that was like just bringing China down.
Oh my God!
Like,
What? Yeah, well, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, she fell on bars. Like she literally landed on the high bar on her Jaeger, and then she fell 3 times on beam.
that
Who
beam routine
gymnast?
had me appalled.
Who was the Chinese gymnast that hit their feet while doing the Jaeger in 2022
That
Worlds?
was
That was
Tang.
Low Ray. That was Low
Oh,
Ray.
okay.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, you
yeah,
talking about on the layout Jaeger?
Yeah, I
yeah.
was pretty
Yeah,
impressed that she was able to recover that well. I was like, oh shit.
that happened to
Yeah, no,
Tucci
and she
Ewan.
still caught it and everything. Yeah, because she
Yeah,
like,
That
like
happened to Tucci
landed her
Ewan
feet
in
on the
Paris.
bar.
yeah. Like
Didn't Tucci Ewan hit her feet on the bar in team finals?
She did, yeah, and she recovered from that pretty well, but she only ended up putting up
Like,
a
what is up with
14-3.
China just saying fuck team finals, but event finals, bitch, I'ma turn up.
Yeah,
Right, I'm
like
getting my
they have,
personal medal.
they have fallen greatly from the team finals.
Mm.
Yeah.
I hate to say it,
And
but
I
they have.
said this like Italy was the most consistent of the other three, but Brazil and China had more scoring potential than Italy.
They did, yeah. But it's yeah, I think Italy has the best depth, but like they don't have gymnasts who can put up scores as big as what Chu Chiun or Joe Yachin or Rebecca Andrade could put up on
Right.
events. Yeah.
Only thing is like, Manila can put up a good score on beam. Also, as we see how they were overscoring Alicia, so could she. And also, Alicia can put up a good score on bars. And they had some decent DTYs and some above average flow
Yeah.
routines. But like Reby
Yeah,
can
with
put up
Italy
like
it's more like they don't really have an event that they're seriously weak on. Like they're
hmm
probably gonna end up on the top, like going through if they hit everything, they could end up in the top three on each individual event.
right.
Because it's like, whereas Brazil, we know their bars is going to be pretty weak, even though Reeby's really good on bars.
If she hits though, because Reby don't stand on.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. And
She
then
did good on bars this Olympics, but usually,
I know. Yeah. Her bars can be really uneven.
hmm
Ha, pun intended.
Sorry. Oh my God. You're right. Yeah. It's like she can do a really beautiful bar routine, but then like sometimes she just fucks around on one of her handstands and like
yeah.
goes over the wrong way and stuff.
hmm
That's like repeat a bunch of skills. And it's like, yeah, that's going to
mm
change your E score.
So let me ask y'all thoughts about my latest video.
Mm.
I was laughing at the whole Sabrina back part. Like,
Yeah,
Nat lands her leaps crisscross.
she does though,
She does.
and
It's
it's
fucked
like
up.
I think when I really was doing too much is when I said it's the Elmo red blood. It's like
Oh, it's
who thought to put
no.
that blush color on her? Like,
Yeah,
come on
that
now.
the makeup was very abrasive.
Yeah, I'm like I don't know if I should blame her or the parents for everything, but like we've seen how her mom does her own makeup, so I'm like, I think that she might be influencing Sabrina's choices at the very least.
Yeah.
It's the man, what is it for me? It's like her tans, like you said, she's really getting like tans and stuff like that. It wasn't box braids, it was fox locks, but yeah, that
Mhm.
was some audacity.
Wait, what? Wait,
Some
you said it was
audacity.
box locks or?
Yeah, box locks. It wasn't box braids.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember when you sent that picture to the group and you were like, the audacity.
Cause like I told you, someone from Ireland hit me up about it, and I told y'all to. So he hit me up. He was like, "Yeah, she's going around with box braids," and I'm like, "I need to see the proof. Like, I can't just see a picture. Like, I need to see the source of where it's coming from. Because I'm not gonna come on here and spread no misinformation. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do. Like, that's what I tell like Black people in particular. Don't run with a story you don't have your facts to back up. And you saw that with Jussie Smollett and stuff like that. Because they're gonna use
Right.
that shit for years. You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah, like they still use that to like, and they'll try and be like, yes, this is proof all hate crimes are fake.
like they gonna like, and that's like recently, it was a Black person who allegedly was lynched in North Carolina. Did
Mhm.
you ever see people posting about that? It was like a month ago. Everyone was posting about it. Like all my friends was like, even Chico, everyone I know was posting about like the man who got lynched in North Carolina.
So
And
what happened? What happened with
it
that?
seemed like he just committed suicide because the place
Oh,
he got lynched in was a majority Black town. So when they were trying to say it was a sundown town, I'm like, this is a majority Black city. So I'm like just before I repost something and before I like bring awareness to it, I got to make sure the facts line up because they ain't gonna flip it on me and make me look stupid because that's what they do, Al. You know what I'm talking about?
oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like if one or like if one thing is faked or even in that case sound like it was just misinterpreted.
Mm-hmm.
Like he did,
Yeah.
like yeah, like what happened was really sad, but it was potentially not what everyone thought it was. Yeah,
Exactly.
you do have to wait on a lot of that stuff too. I think especially now because there are a lot of real hate crimes against Black people happening.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand like people are like it's like you want to be prepared and you want to be aware of what's going on. And you also don't want like to have the media or not the media, you don't want to have law enforcement or anyone cover it up. So
Right.
sometimes you jump on things too fast before you
Mhm.
have all the facts.
Yeah, the sheriff was black because it's a majority black town. And I do want to say that, there have been examples of black cops brutalizing black people. Like, what
Oh,
is it? Harvey
absolutely.
Nichols. But I'm just saying, like, the likelihood of an all majority black town, like, covering up a lynching of a black, like, just like,
Yeah. Yeah, like
this
even
shit
if
don't
the
matter.
cop, yeah, even if that cop was corrupt or like, I don't know, like not.
And you know how I am. Like, I'm very, like, we need more police reform, but I'm still pro locking people up. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'll be the one to tell y'all, like, I am pro, like, having more police on the street and stuff like that. Like, so it's like, I see both sides of the argument, but it's like y'all not gonna sit up for that like crime don't look how it look. And I just refuse to see communities left up to these social workers and all these other programs y'all want to have. Like, what is a social worker gonna do to a fucking criminal? Like, come on now.
Mhm.
If a social worker walk up to a criminal, like, can we talk about why you're committing crimes? They're just gonna get popped upside their fucking head. Like, do you not know these criminals?
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, because some of y'all don't come from where I come from, but it's like you can't give, like, people would take your kindness for weakness. And the problem is a lot of these people have already gotten too many, like, that's why, obviously Fannie Willis has cleaned Atlanta streets up, and she still got a long way to go. But like, for example, I know Fulton County, they let you get away with anything. Like, you have to really do some shit to go to jail. So it's like usually the people going to jail, they don't really burn all their bridges. You know what I'm trying to say? And I know
Mhm.
not every place has those opportunities. You saw that in LA. Like, you had, 2021 in California, the crime rate went up bad. You remember that, alley?
Yeah, I do. I think a lot of that too was because of just because like people were coming out of lockdown and you had a lot of people who are like getting evicted. You had a lot of people who were who lost their jobs and didn't have any money.
But I
And you had
also feel like
a lot of conspiracy theories going around.
that too. But I also feel like that was where they cut that police budget as well. And
Mhm.
you saw what happened. Like, as soon as that police budget got cut down, it's like all hell broke loose. So that's a perfect example, because it's like they ran with the defund the police movement. The police did get defunded in 2020. Like, people don't talk about that because that's what y'all wanted. These people listen to you. And then when when crime went through the roof in 2021, they had to, put money in these, back into these budgets without telling their citizens.
Mhm.
That's something you saw big, was like a lot of congressmen and stuff like that, not and mayors, where they took away police budget and then they put the budget back in, like, very quietly in
Mhm.
2020, like in 2021, 2022. So
Yeah.
again, it's like y'all gonna miss me with that. So is Leanne gonna have a partner? I don't know.
I
New
mean, I
coach.
think she's gonna have to for it to work for her to be able to compete in the Swiss Cup format.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, let me see. Is
Who
she?
do you think it would be if we had to pick?
Oh, let me take.
Danielle Wittenberg. I'm just like,
Wait, oh no, I
Isn't
thought
he
she got
injured though?
hurt.
I think
Yeah,
he's
she got
injured.
hurt.
I don't pay attention to men. I just know they
Okay.
love to send a nail to them cups and shit like that.
Do you guys know what he injured? I just know he got injured.
I
No.
can't remember what he injured. Yeah, I think it was another leg injury.
He don't stand on business though. That's my problem. So it's like,
Mhm.
this is my thing. It can be both. This is what I tell people. Like, it can be anti-blackness, but it can also not be standing on business. Like, this is what I said about Scott Blakely. Because it's like every time someone came for Scott, was like, oh, y'all being racist, y'all being anti-black. And I do agree, because it's like y'all don't give Riley and Grace that same smoke, right? And a lot of other white judges.
Right.
But
Yeah.
also, like, Sky is inconsistent. Like, I wouldn't pick them to be on the team either, because I just can't trust them. That goes for, I do agree. Someone's like, okay, what about Sam McCooley? Because Sam McCooley didn't stand on
Yeah, because
business.
they gave Sam
Yeah,
McCulloch so many opportunities,
they
even though
So,
did.
he
Yeah.
kept fucking up. Yeah.
but
I
the
kept
thing
wondering why
is,
about that too. I was like,
he
why is
shouldn't have
this
got he shouldn't have
guy
got those opportunities.
proven that he can't do it? Keep getting
Yeah,
these
over and over and
opportunities.
over again. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, who else do they really have to send now?
Yeah, and I think the thing with Sam, part of it was I think some Great White Hope stuff.
Yeah,
But he also was it wasn't like they had a whole bunch of guys at that time in the background
right,
who were super consistent, were getting passed over.
And they
right.
probably thought he was a veteran. He did this before, so why not?
hmm Yeah, it's But on the other hand, it's like, yeah, he gets the benefit of the doubt, and those other guys don't.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean, but it's
Leanne
also
beat
like, I
Grace
mean,
at the
yeah, but
American
also
Cup.
like this quad, the U.S. men have had a bunch of guys come up out of the junior ranks.
And I told y'all this, like, Leanne, I said this, so this is why Grace is on my overrated list. Like, Tom set Grace up for the American Cup, bitch. He put you against a bitch he knew your ass could beat, and you still lost to her. Because this was Leanne's international debut.
Yeah, he didn't like, yeah, nobody knew what she was gonna do. Yeah, Grace had the
He thought
experience.
Grace had that baby, and then like Grace, you still lost that girl. Like
Mhm.
same thing for Riley at the next World Cup, Birmingham. Like how you lose to a Mustafina who just came back, a postpartum Mustafina who fell on beam.
Right?
She makes me sad.
Oh,
Mustafina.
oh yeah.
Grace never even qualified to an event final.
Yeah.
Let alone
I
I
think she
said,
only got, yeah,
like
I
I
think she
said,
only got
fuck a
2
medal.
seed out of the floor final, I think once. I think that was the closest she ever came.
She got two per country out. She got 2 and 3 per country out. So she got 2 per country out on floor by Morgan. Then she got 3 per country out on floor by Suni and Jade because she was the
Right.
fourth
Wait,
highest. She also got 2 per
by
country out.
Suni?
Yeah,
Yeah, but oh yeah, in
Suni beat Jade in
2019.
qualifying. They was gassing Suni head up so much in Stuttgart on floor. Like
Mhm.
they was giving her 8.5 E's on floor like almost every time.
Yeah, and then those did not manifest.
In Tokyo.
Did not manifest in Tokyo.
Yeah.
But
Granted, I think there were a lot of people who I think were shocked and how much their scores on beam and floor especially decreased from Stuttgart to Tokyo, but
yeah, I want to say beam it wasn't as bad as like floor.
oh, floor was
Especially for
like
like
so
especially for
crazy.
like the Americans. Like they
Yeah.
were giving it to Team USA on floor. They like Russia scored practically the same.
Hmm. Well, yeah, Velada and yeah, Velada was outscoring Jordan in only in qualification, but still.
That was something.
Yeah, and like, but yeah, like Ahimova had mistakes, and she still got the same score as Vlada.
Didn't Melikova also outscore Jordan too?
Yeah, but
Yeah, yeah,
Melnikova was good on floor though. So that's why
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah. Melnikova outscoring Jordan on floor isn't that weird, especially because I think at that point they had very similar difficulty.
Okay.
yeah. Now Mel she cleared Melnikova on like dance elements, but like in general, like Melnikova, she was good on floor.
Yeah, like her tumbling was, I think, the best it was going to be, and she was hitting a lot of her I think she was still hitting a decent number of her dance elements,
Yeah.
and she,
Yeah.
I think in Tokyo too, they were like, you have to have a performance that matches the music. You can't just stop and pose. And the U.S. came into Tokyo with pretty bad choreography overall.
Let's be honest. You think Leanne should have gotten gold in 2000? No, Leanne's floor.
Not with the floor. Oh, if she'd like, I think that Leanne could have gotten gold on floor if she'd repeated her performance on floor from the all around.
Yeah, but
I think
that
score wise, it
you
works
could
out good.
argue she robbed bitches in that.
I mean, I don't know. I go back and forth on like I think by the scoring, I think Velada technically did deserve bronze, but I can see why she didn't get
I
it
would
opening
never
with the
give
double
Vlada a
pike.
floor medal, bitch. I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
that was the thing. Like,
So yeah, bitch. Like in terms of score, Vlada was great on floor, but it's just like you open up
mhm,
with a double pipe.
right, and dismount with a double twist. Like, I can
Like
understand why they didn't give it to you.
even in 1988, you had to start with a full in grab.
Uh, like
you
I was rewatching like some floor routines, the 1999 all around final, and even they were opening with full ins.
like
Like
that's
Bogey, yeah, like even Bogey opened with a full in double pike. It wasn't a very good one, but she did.
that's why
And
I'm
like, yeah,
saying.
and Bontosh and Lashanova both opened with a double layout.
And it's like you had to end with a double tuck.
Yeah. Yeah, Bogey ended with a double tuck. Granted, she
So
only
it's
did three
like
passes, but still.
that tumbling just did not stand on business. Like I just,
Ooh.
ooh. And she really thought she was doing something too. Like Vlada pissed me off because it's like, girl, stand on difficulty, and she just wasn't doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to ask Autumn, because Autumn has a lot of insight coming from where she comes from. How Autumn is like, she's the person I know that's not at the least bit stressed out like about the election. Like when I talk to me, when I talk to Allie, Chico, Anna, they're scared.
I'm just a high stress person, so that's
I
part
am
of it.
too. My anxiety has improved over the last couple of days though.
Yeah,
I'll say this much. I haven't really been paying attention recently within the last like 3 months just because I've been at a new job and I'm kind of been focusing on that. And if the election's coming up, it's kind of like I'll just, hear from, clients and all that. I'll just hear from all of them what's going on because a lot of them like to talk about it. But I try not to
Mhm.
invest too much because it's kind of like very high anxiety time.
Yeah.
So I just like
Yeah.
I want to focus on my job at the moment and just kind of like indulge in when I want to. You know what I mean? I don't want to overburden both my new job and also the election coming up, which is like right around the fucking corner.
Yeah, like less than 2 weeks away.
Yeah, it's
And
like
that's what scares me. Like the closer and closer it gets, like, oh man, because it's like the results of this election is going to determine the rest of our life, like 100%.
Yeah.
So, like this, and it's like it's so much anxiety because it's like if you think about Biden in 2020, like you had anxiety, but it's like this is like you think about how much worse things have gotten since then.
Hmm.
mhm.
So it's like when you just know like how bad things will really get. I'm trying to say like that's what's horrifying. And it's like you have someone like unlike Hillary, Kamala don't have any scandals. She don't have I'm trying to say like
Yeah, like I think Kamala will still outperform Hillary, even though Hillary was theoretically in a stronger position. But I think the biggest thing is I think after 2016, Democratic voters learned their lesson.
I agree with Allie
They
on
I
that.
think they learned not to just assume that the obviously better candidate is going to win. Like I think they know now not to underestimate Donald Trump's capabilities.
I
And I
do
I
agree.
also see like a really big like work ethic on Kamala's side because as soon as like when did Biden drop out in like July or something like that?
Yes, yeah,
She like
July.
hustled her ass off. Like, you know what I mean? Like she stepped up. She, did whatever she had to do to take over. I'm running for president. So I have a lot
Right.
more confidence in her versus even Biden of 2020.
Yeah, well, I think
Yeah,
Kamala.
but
Mhm.
I just like I'm an analyst. So I look at the numbers and it's like the thing is like how many rural voters does Trump really turn out? Like that's the real question.
Mhm.
Cause it's like, Autumn, you've been from Pennsylvania, you know what I'm talking about. So it's like if he does that, is she able to turn out enough voters to overcome that? Like that is the big question, right? Because like
Yeah.
you think about Pennsylvania, for example. Yes, Trump did lose Pennsylvania, but he gave Biden all he could, like in 2020, like with the numbers and stuff. Like they thought I didn't. Most people didn't even think Pennsylvania would even be that close. And it's like the fact that he even got that close in 2020. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That was like, oh wow, like the amount of rural voters he turned out in 2020, like in them states, was like appalling. So it's like, has he lost steam there? I'm trying to say, like, that is like, because we don't know, like, you just don't know what Trump until the results come in.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I
that's where
guess
it's
like,
like,
but I mean, I think I remember too. Like, even as many people as Trump turned out, Biden turned out even more.
yeah, but Biden, like I said, Biden won Pennsylvania by 80,000 votes. He won Georgia by 11,000. He won Arizona by 10. So
So
it's
like the
like,
skin of his teeth, basically.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like,
Yeah.
these numbers were small. And I
Hmm.
do want to say that, yes, things have changed since then, right? Like, I think the suburban numbers will be a lot better for Kamala than they even were for Biden.
Hmm.
But how much ground has Kamala lost in the rural areas that Biden had in 2020? And can she really turn out enough Black voters to win? Like, those are, key
Hmm.
questions. Because, I said it's like I was confident. And then I looked at the numbers in Georgia and I'm like, oh, shit. So it's like, people feel confident about Georgia. Like, I'm trying to say it's very much a toss up.
Hmm.
But Georgia is way more leftward trending than Pennsylvania. I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
Like, so you get what I'm trying to say. Like, I just don't. You know what I'm trying to say? I do feel confident in her chances. I do. Because,
Yeah,
I'm
but
an analyst.
it's like you just don't you won't know until it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's like,
And it's
my,
scary waiting for that.
yeah,
yeah,
my reasoning for betting on her is I just think Trump is too toxic in the suburbs. Like, in terms, I'm trying to say, like, I
Yeah,
think that,
and I think he's more toxic than he was in 2020 because of Roe v. Wade overturned by mostly because of the judges he appointed and because of the January 6th insurrection.
yeah,
Like a lot of because like you said, a lot of like people in the suburbs, even the more conservative Republican ones, those the people who are mainly voting for taxes
hmm,
or for like tough on crime stuff.
right.
But like Kamala is projecting a pretty tough on crime message, like
Hmm.
not to the point where like it's like, oh yeah, I want like absolute brutality and violence and corruption, but more like yeah, we'll give people a chance to be rehabilitated, and we're also gonna like invest in social programs and stuff to try and keep
Yeah.
it from happening in the to like try and get people off that criminal path. But if
And
they
we
do
talked
crime, we're
about
gonna
it because
punish
it's
them.
like,
Yeah, and also, but
my
I was also gonna
confidence, my
mhm,
confidence in Kamala is I know Kamala's gonna do better than Biden in the Philadelphia suburbs and in
mhm.
Allegheny. But
Yeah.
my thing with Kamala is like, is she gonna turn out enough black voters in Philadelphia? Like, that is gonna be like, that's what I think is keeping Democrats up at night. Is like, what is turnout in Philadelphia gonna look like? Because you've seen, like, you saw how much they won Philadelphia by, and they still barely won, right? So you just like shrink the turnout by, like, I'm trying to say, a good bit,
Yeah.
and she collapses in the rural areas. Like, you get what I'm trying to say, like,
Mhm.
it's gonna be very close in Pennsylvania. That's how I feel. I think that she has the advantage, but
historically, Philly has always been blue.
it
So
is, but it's not about blue, it's about the turnout.
It's about like how many people they get to turn out blue in Philly.
Yes, like, that's
you
what I'm
also
saying,
have to
Autumn.
get
Like,
people. You
Mhm.
also get people to vote too. People just don't care anymore at this point.
so it's like, it ain't about the margin, it's about the turnout. Like, how many voters do you turn out? So, like, same thing in rural Pennsylvania. Like, rural Pennsylvania was red in 2022, but Oz, Mastrona, they just did not get nowhere near the same turnout that
Mhm.
Trump got. You know what I'm trying to say? So they lost convincingly. So it's not about like the margin, it's about the turnout.
Mhm.
And that is like key. Cause it's like, but a good thing is, can Trump really turn out all those white rural voters he turned out in 2020?
Right. Or they even, yeah, like how many of them have fallen so far deep down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole they're not even going to vote?
So you
Well,
don't know.
I know that Kamala has visited Pennsylvania at the very least twice since she's run for
50
president.
times, Autumn.
What was that? What did you say?
It's been like 50 times, Autumn, she done
Yeah,
visited Pennsylvania.
I tell you, this is. I mean, recently I haven't really been paying attention because of my job, but I know she's at least visit. You said a lot, but I
Yeah.
don't believe in 2016 I can recall Hillary maybe visiting one time.
I
So
don't, the thing
there's
is, I don't think visits really matter though.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I'm talking about, Allie? Like, if you come to me, if I wasn't gonna vote for you, I'm not gonna vote for you because you came to my city. Like,
I know, yeah, but I don't know how undecideds feel. Like people who are kind of like on the fence, like people who are like, well, normally I vote Republican, but
let me
Trump's
say
done all
something,
this really
Autumn,
bad
Allie.
stuff. And
I don't believe in undecided.
I mean, I really don't either. I have some relatives who claim they're undecided.
But they know who they're gonna vote for.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I think a lot of them are just like, well, because of the way most of the older generations of my family, so my aunts and uncles, not my cousins,
Mm-hmm.
with one exception. I know one exception. And he's the youngest uncle. They
well,
they will all vote Republican.
Mm.
Sucks, but yeah. My
That's what I'm
grandparents
saying.
are Democrats though, so I don't get it.
That's like
I
my
guess
parents.
like in a different kind of mindset. Let me ask you if you had someone that said they really liked you, right? Oh, you're a great person. I really like you, but they
Mhm.
never came to your birthday party. Would
Mhm.
Okay, I
you?
see what you mean, Autumn. Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
Or
I
or
think
like
visiting,
her visiting, it's not necessarily going to change people's minds, but it
but
is
it will
maybe
at
going to
least show
motivate
them that
people
she
to vote.
cares.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if you never come to my birthday party, I'm probably not going to like do anything to you, but we'll probably stop being friends. Like
Right.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
also
go and
yeah.
endorse your I'm not gonna go and make friends with your worst enemy, but we're probably not gonna
I
be
don't.
Right.
I
I also
agree.
won't think that you care about me as much as you say you do. Oh, I care
friends.
about you. I care about you. No, you don't. You never visit me. You don't
I
ever
agree.
reach out to
So I'm
me.
not gonna
So,
So I
invest
think
in
that
you.
it
Yeah.
helps in an
right,
extent.
exactly.
But my point is like, if Trump never visited his supporters again, they would still vote for him.
I mean, yeah, but the
Like,
most diehard ones, yeah.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Unless
Like,
he
didn't
somehow
he leave them
kills
straight?
them at his
He let them
rallies,
strangle out
then
in the
it will
heat
work.
in Coachella without a bus.
I've heard even more stories about that. Now, these are Reddit stories, to take them with a grain of salt. I think some people are able to substantiate some of this, but apparently, one of the reasons the bus drivers left was because the Trump supporters were so bad. Like there was one guy was talking like, yeah, they were like, he was like, I think he was just like, he was Latin American, he'd been hired to drive the bus, and he just
Mhm.
left because they were shouting racial slurs at him and like
It's
rushing the
it's
bus.
hella Hispanic Trump supporters though.
Oh,
Like
there are. I know. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe this guy got burned. He's like, fuck this. I'm leaving.
that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, I don't know. Like it's hella Hispanic Trump supporters.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous.
Well, I was sailing in Marina Del Rey a couple months ago. This was before Biden dropped out, and there were these I think Indian guys coming by going around on jet skis shouting at people asking if they were voting for Biden or Trump. And if it like they're like, Trump's the one who supports your First and Second Amendment rights. But also I know that's the minority.
You said not me. Yeah, not you, but a huge portion. And I hate like gaslighters. Like when you be like, oh, I'm not, most of us like people need to be realistic about like a
Mhm.
demographic group. It's something I talk to my friends about is I think that even within the black community, like you see like this division between like the educated and the older black generation and like, the black LGBT and
Mhm.
especially like the HBCU grads who are so like pro Kamala, like so you have to vote, always vote, always vote.
Mhm.
And you have the lower educated, working class, maybe even poor black people who just don't give a fuck. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mhm.
So I think that you'll see things like, oh my God, look at all the support Kamala has. Then it's like, okay, but these are a certain group of black people, right?
Mhm.
So it's like, is that really the entirety? And like I said, there is no battle between Trump and Kamala for black voters. That's
The
like a
battle
myth.
is what is it? Were you the one who said, or was it Autumn who said
It's between
the battle is between Kamala and the couch?
exactly. And like that is the thing. It's like, there could be a lot of these voters who just don't really care. And I
Mhm.
don't understand how you just don't give a fuck, but some people just don't care. And that's something that I don't understand.
Yeah, there are also I don't know how much of this there's in the black community. Um, but I've seen people like they say they care, but they won't vote because they don't think it works.
Yes, there is that. But I don't think that like,
Mhm.
because I had to get on one of my people I was talking to every day. He was like, there's voter suppression in Georgia. I'm like, that's some bullshit though, because I voted from Japan across the planet. So if
Mhm.
I could send my ballot from across the world, like there's no excuse.
Mhm.
Like I don't, but like, does voter suppression hurt? Absolutely. I'm not even gonna sit up here and lie. Yes, but like when black people are determined to vote, they're gonna find a way to vote. Like we saw this with Selma, like we've seen this with numerous, in the times
Mhm.
before, like how many black people died to give people the right to vote. So
Right.
y'all
How
not
many
gonna
of
sit up
them
here.
how many of them were still voting even when they were risking death?
Yeah, like taking them, what is it? Having study groups to take them what is it? Them poll tests or whatever they used to have.
Yeah, exactly. Like to
So
doing everything they could to get around all the restrictions put in place to try and keep them from voting. Yeah.
so it's like if you want to vote, you're going to vote. Like I don't buy that shit. So it's like there is like a serious issue where people just don't feel like they should vote. And that's
Mhm.
why it's like I don't think it has anything to do with like suppression or just like, oh, what's going on. Like they just don't feel like they should vote. And I think it's been like this targeted effort. And you've seen this by like, certain groups to, demotivate whole subsects of people to
Mhm.
benefit the opposition. That's what I think that you've
Exactly.
seen. But like I don't know, because it's like I don't know how to talk to people who don't vote, because I don't have anyone in my life that doesn't vote, so I don't know. I'm trying to say, like, I
Yeah.
know people, I've heard people tell me that, but like I don't have no friends or anyone I fucking know who don't vote. Bitch, you
Yeah.
ain't gonna be kicking it with me if you don't take your ass to the motherfucking polls, bitch. Get your lazy ass the fuck up. I don't
Mhm.
do that shit over here.
Well,
Okay?
aren't you like isn't that like a good excuse to be like, hey, like you're late for work or something? Like, hey, I went to vote. It's my right. So they can't really your employer can't get you in trouble for that.
Mhm.
So
I mean,
there's no
certain states
excuse
you
that.
don't you're not obligated to have time off to vote. I do know that they passed a law where now you get 2 hours to vote in Georgia, which still ain't shit because it's like them lines be long as fuck. But
Mhm.
still, like,
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
I know you said in
but
a
you
lot of
can
the
vote on
black
the
area,
weekends though,
especially in
bitch.
the
Like
black areas
they
in
have
Georgia, it's really bad.
Saturday and Sunday. Like you can vote on the
Mhm.
weekends.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm trying to say like the
Yeah, you
polls
can
are
do.
open
Yeah,
from
you can
seven
go
to
to the polls
seven.
early. Yeah,
7 to 7, 12. Isn't it like I
I
think
think
I
it
don't know,
varies from
7 to
state to
5,
state. Yeah.
7 to 5 on Saturday and 12 to 5 on Sunday. Like no
yeah,
fucking excuses.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like you can at least like you can't get in trouble if you're late for work because you're voting. So there's no excuse for you to not vote.
I don't.
Mhm.
But the thing is, I know in Pennsylvania you can't. But the problem with Pennsylvania is like they don't have early in person voting, and that's something I think they need. I don't know if
Mhm.
it would be beneficial though, because it's like, damn, that would give Trump a lot of time to turn out the real people.
Yeah,
So it's like that's why it's like no, no. But it's
Mhm.
like I think it would help with like turning, because like now Autumn, they're relying on hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of black people voting in Philadelphia on election day, and that's just scary because it's like, what if they don't get that?
Mhm.
Like they have like Autumn, y'all have one day in Pennsylvania, one day. So it's like that's scary because it's like what happens that one day, bitch. There is no day two, there is no day three. I'm trying to say like that's
right,
it.
Mhm.
right. So you like if they forget or choose not to, and then they just decide to choose later on, they can't.
Yeah.
Right.
You in line. I don't know the poll close at 8 in Pennsylvania. At 8 o'clock, bitch, you done. If you're not in line, bitch, you done.
Well,
Mhm.
I think if I remember correctly, in 2020 they were open much longer than 7 o'clock, which is when they were supposed to close.
Hmm.
So yeah, I
But
think
you
they
had to be in line already.
right, right. That's true.
Mhm.
But I think if you squeeze one more person in the back of the line, they're not going to notice.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you shit. You don't know them hoes are patties.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm not trying to. I'm trying to go home, bitch. Like you ain't gonna.
I mean, it's
And they gotta count
over.
all them damn ballots. And then
Mhm.
how about Arizona talking about they're not gonna be done until like 2 weeks after election day?
Yeah.
Bitch,
Wait,
y'all have
they're not going to be done counting votes.
yes,
I thought you said that was Nevada. That's oh wait, that was Arizona.
yes.
Oh. Oh.
You know, Nevada is always gonna take forever. Like we know that, but like
Yeah.
Arizona, bitch, like Arizona and Nevada don't have enough people to be on that bullshit.
Mhm.
Yeah. It doesn't help that Nevada is also on the other side of the country, so they vote later technically. Like for me, if by the time they're voting, it's probably like 8 p.m. where I'm at.
Mhm.
No, because
So I'm like, hurry
they
the
don't
fuck
the
up.
the polls close in Nevada at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So the polls in
Oh, so
Georgia,
only 7. That's only 7. Wait, no, 8 Mountain Time.
yeah.
Wait,
So
Allie, are you from California?
Yeah, I'm in California. Wait, I can't remember. Wait, no, no. I think. Wait, no. Nevada is Eastern. Nevada is Eastern time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
but I know that
I mean,
like
sorry, not Eastern. Nevada is
the only thing that takes a long time
Pacific.
in
Yeah.
California is the what happens is the house elections, but you know they call California a cold closing. Like they don't need to look at the votes to know that the
Right. Yeah,
Democrat
they know
won.
it's going blue.
So, like a
But
lot of
yeah, I'm
states
just
get
looking at
a lot of states
Facebook.
get called at poll closing. So it's like you don't. There's no point of like waiting for the results and shit like that.
Mhm.
Your last name is Ramos. He wants Trump to win. There are a lot of Hispanics that support Trump. I don't know why people are shocked by that. It's like roughly 40% of them. So I don't. Yeah, I'm trying to say like that whole like, oh, you don't vote for this because of your race. That shit don't work with other groups as non-black people. And I'm wondering if it's even working for black people anymore.
Mhm.
So child, we gonna see, but bitch, I don't even, the part of me is like, should I even watch or should I just wait for the results to come in? I'm trying to say, like,
Yeah.
because I feel like that, I'm trying to say, like, my anxiety watching the results is going to be so bad. Like, I'm talking about, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is
Uh,
it's that's normal though. That's very normal every election.
yes, but like, of everyone I've ever supported in my life, this is the person who deserves it the most.
yeah.
So that's the thing, Autumn. It's like, would I have been devastated about Biden losing or about, obviously, I was devastated when Hillary lost, but this is like way worse. I'm talking about, like,
Mm.
so like, that's like the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it's like, were you going into things I don't know? I think she's favored. Like, I believe, like I'm saying, I do believe that she has it. They be killing me. I miss the old interest rates and shit like that. Bitch, he was not responsible for that. Like, it's too
Yeah.
many
Oh, the
stupid ass
president is
motherfuckers.
not responsible for, does not control the economy that much.
Like, please. And it's like every
Also, like, but also a lot of Trump's economic successes were him building off of what Obama
but
left
it's
him,
like
and,
I find
and
it
he messed up a
crazy
lot of that.
how all of Biden's flaws are blamed on Biden, but everything that happened bad in Trump's presidency isn't blamed on him.
Right. And all and he gets credit for a bunch of the stuff that was just him like riding the strong Obama economy
But
he
it's
was
like
having.
COVID, well, COVID isn't his fault, you know, blah 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 blah. Okay, but all these
COVID isn't his
motherfucking
fault,
immigrants,
but the way he handled it is.
but all these immigrants coming into the country are is Biden's fault. Like,
Mhm.
y'all just like, that's something that don't, cause like,
Yeah,
what
do
the
they
fuck does
expect
Biden have to do with a million motherfuckers saying, you know, I'm just gonna try to come into inside the US? Like,
Mhm.
I just can't.
And also Biden did try to put through a bipartisan immigration bill that gave the Republicans a lot of what they wanted, and Trump still called around and openly
I
called
do
around
want to
and told
say
people not to vote for it because he was like,
Democrats
because it
tried,
would be bad for him if it passed.
they tried that liberal shit on immigration in terms of, you know, let's protect illegal immigrants, like let's protect you know, migrants and stuff like that. And then Hispanics swung to Trump anyway in 2020. So what did Democrats gain from doing that?
No, I wasn't criticizing. I was pointing out like people was
No,
like
but
they
I'm
try to
saying that
blame Biden. Yeah.
I think that Biden ignored all that backlash about immigration because it was this common conception that, you know, Hispanic people wanted liberal immigration reforms. But it's
Mhm.
like, because the voters who benefited that from the most still didn't even vote for Democrats anyway, it was like, bitch, fuck y'all. They got dropped like a bad habit. That's what I think happened. Like, they shifted right. They only shifted right on immigration because they lost so much support from Hispanic voters anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying there. What I was saying was that people are still blaming Biden for stuff that's happening with the border, and but they're not acknowledging like no, Biden has actually done a lot, tried to do a lot of what they want. They're still not happy with, and they were actually pushing back against his efforts because if Biden made any progress in their eyes on that issue, he wouldn't like that wouldn't be good for them because then they couldn't run on immigration.
I don't know though, because it's like, you don't like with these people, Ali, they don't give a fuck. Like, that's the thing.
Well, no,
Like,
I
there's
know they don't. That's the point. But
like there's
yeah, but I
nothing
mean
that like
that's the thing is you said yeah, like the Republicans are never they're never going to want to do too much on they're never going to want to achieve too much on immigration because if they ever like whatever their goal is, if they ever actually reached it, they'd be done. They'd have nothing left to run on. Or they'd have to move over to like attacking another group of people, which would probably be their next tactic.
it's it's fuck all that other people trying to
Oh
follow
yeah,
his path.
I think there are a lot of
Exactly. That's what I
people.
was
There
trying
are
to
a lot
say.
of
Like,
people who love to pull the ladder up behind them after they've gotten in.
exactly. And I don't, and
Yeah,
the thing is, like,
it's not just immigrants; it's
so
everybody.
many Hispanic
Everybody.
and Asian people just feed off of this like anti-blackness. It's like they love like feeling like they're better than black people for some reason. And it's just like, that is really their downfall, because it's like y'all are so obsessed with that. I don't under like, it doesn't make any sense, but it's like that is their priority, is like stopping black people. It's not about like what's beneficial. It's not about what happens for everyone, but it's like That pisses me off because it's like you'll have black people who will, focus so much on fighting for immigration and fighting for, you know, um, other communities. But anytime, someone comes forth with anything that benefits black people in the least bit, it's like it's the biggest fucking issue. You know what I'm trying to say? So
I
I
think
think
what
that's also
Brandon's yeah, I think what Brandon's and Hector were talking about too is a lot of older Hispanic people who came in as immigrants don't have any sympathy for like new people trying to get in as immigrants,
mhm.
and they don't really care about them because it's like fuck you, I've got mine. It's basically that kind
Yeah.
of attitude. Like I got what I need, and now that like I've gotten what I need out of this social policy, I don't want anyone else benefiting from. I don't
But
care
I
if
also
anybody
think
else
they
benefits from it.
also see themselves as white and see black people as their biggest problem as well, though.
Oh
That's
yeah.
also a huge portion of it. So it's like it's not just that, but it's like when you don't see yourself in that light. You know what I'm
Hmm.
trying to say? Because you got to realize, like in these other Latino countries, they're just classified as white. Like they're not seen as the same way they're seen in America.
Right.
So you get the point. And it's like they just like I don't know, and that's something that frustrates me because it's like the harder you try to reach them, the harder they pull you away. Because like I said, Democrats spent all that time with DACA and all these other programs fighting for them, and look at what they gained from it. And
I
like
also feel,
I said, who finna get dropped like a bad habit? It's finna be the union members.
yeah. I wonder if it's better to kind of not try to get their attention as much and just let them see the other side for what they are, and then they'll come running over. You know
They
what I
saw 4 years of getting put in cages and shit like that, though. Autumn, you remember when they were getting put in cages?
mean? I remember.
Yeah.
I,
So it's like that's the same thing, bitch. Like same thing with like the people who work in working class Pennsylvania, shit like that. They saw all the jobs leave the state. They saw all that, and they're still doing what they're doing. So it's like with the union members, Democrats have fought for years to protect unions. You know what I'm talking about, Allie?
Yeah.
Just for the people who part of the unions to still be voting for Trump. So it's like, bitch, y'all just like Hispanics, y'all finna be the next one to get dropped like a bad habit.
Hmm.
They finna get dropped like a bad habit. The transgender group finna get dropped like a bad habit because y'all have really destroyed Democrats' perception in terms of like appealing to mainstream voters. So they're gonna have to like tremendously distance themselves from this transgender issue. Because I think that's another thing Republicans have been very successful at, like convincing working class people, in particular, even Black and Hispanic people, about like the threat of transgender stuff like that. And just like the transgender women playing in women's sports, all that kind of shit is just so unpopular nationwide. So they're another group. I don't know, because I think the Democrats are determined to, hold on to that kind of rhetoric. But that's gonna be the third group that might end up getting dropped like a bad habit. But the second group is definitely gonna be the union members, because it's like some of them don't even want to endorse Kamala and shit like that. What?
I
After they
don't
spent
know
all
if
that
they'll
time
keep
in it.
like I don't know if they'll fully abandon the union members just because that's like a core part of their it always has been a core part of their policy
But
and
it's
their
like,
the way
why
like
would
their
you fight for
economic health.
somebody who's not even voting for you anyway, though?
Hmm.
You know what I'm trying to say, bitch?
No, I hear
That's
what
like a
you're trying
waste
to
of
say. I'm
time.
just saying I don't know if that's like I feel like I mean with Democrats they do care about their policies and stuff, so it's like if they abandon too much of that, it's like what are they left with?
My point is like the amount of fighting that Democrats do for unions. You know what I'm trying to say, Allie? I'm
Yeah.
not saying completely abandon, but just stop doing all of that. The
But like
same,
just stop like yeah like put other groups like prioritize other issues first.
yeah, same thing with
I mean, I
immigration.
do think that Democrats would benefit a lot from using more political capital and trying to get pro-black legislation through.
I don't even know about that
Hmm.
because that could start alienating some of their gains in the suburbs.
Hmm.
So it's like the problem is like, certain things like, the George Floyd Policing Act, voting rights, for black people, things like that. But I think like very left wing policy when it comes to
Well,
specifically black
I
issues.
wouldn't necessarily mean very left-wing policy, but
Yeah.
just stuff that's gonna that's going to benefit them more. Like you said, that's becoming one of their core bases.
I don't know because like the problem is if Democrats start relying more on educated white voters than black voters, you
Hmm.
could see black people lose some of their political clout in the Democratic Party.
Hmm.
This election will tell a story, bitch. Like if black people just do not turn out the numbers they need, it's gonna get to a point where it's like we can't rely on you as much as we would like to either.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but we'll
Okay,
see.
so I guess yeah. So people listening, like this is another reason why it's important that you vote because then they know like demographically if they.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying
Yeah,
about
well, that makes
demographics.
sense. Yeah, because it's like because that is one of the things I really. I mean, it's like this is one of the things I don't like about electoral politics specifically is that so much of it does turn out to be like, oh, like you're making your decisions not based on like what's right or what's going to be the best for the most number of people, but what's like partly what's going to get you votes.
I think that Black women are the only group that vote for everybody instead of vote for themselves.
Yeah.
Because it's like, and that's something you see like, oh, I'm voting because of abortion or because of LGBT. Like, I'm trying to say, like,
Mm-hmm.
you think about everybody. And I think that that's not just Black women, but a lot of Black people think about that. Like, this is what's going to happen to this group, that group. But like, most others are like, oh, well, this affects me and me only. I'm trying to say, like,
Yeah,
Right, right.
that is
Like,
an
but, like
issue.
they vote selflessly, and everyone else votes selfishly.
Mm-hmm.
exactly. And that's something where it's like, that's the thing. And even certain Black men, like, they thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about everybody else.
Like even other black people, like other black women or whoever.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't, that's what I'm saying. Like, you should care about everybody. And that's like the thing that led to, Nazi Germany was like, okay, the Jewish people don't got nothing to do with me. It's like,
Yeah, and it's
you
like I
should
think we
care.
do have to be more like, but yeah, but you're
And
right. A lot of people are selfish, and I wonder if I don't even know if it's. I think some of it's selfish. I think other parts of it is too. Is like it's so easy to get bogged down in your own life, like your
mhm.
job and the people like directly around you,
But it's like
that
you
you
had
can't
someone,
focus on like the bigger picture, and
uh,
that's bad.
you had someone accuse Haitian people of eating cats and dogs and stealing
Oh, I
people's pets.
Yeah, like that's something
Like,
I think you definitely need to be paying
that
attention to
is
because that's
like,
really dangerous rhetoric.
that is the kind of shit that you had Hitler saying about Jewish people in Germany.
Right. Like that's like well that's like I said that's like the kind of blood libel stuff where you like if you want to demonize a group of people you accuse them of doing harm to animals and to small
He
animals and
didn't say
small
illegal
children.
immigrants. It was none of that. It was Haitian immigrants, period.
Right. Yeah.
Like a whole demographic of people.
Hmm.
And it's like, to even start off like that, like, that's just so fucking evil. Like, just to, I'm trying to say, like, to
Hmm.
not with no facts, no evidence, make the shit up. And it's
Right. And
like,
it's just
don't nobody even care about it. And I told y'all about this. Like, when it comes to Black people, it's like people don't really care because it's like, here y'all have all these people doing all this about the Palestinians and stuff like that. And you had Trump out here come at them, his people like that. And it was nowhere near the same response.
mhm.
Like, where was all these leftists that got all this to say about, fascism and stuff like that? Like, where were y'all at when he accused Haitians of eating people's cats and dogs?
right.
Yeah, I'm
So
happy. I've seen a lot. I have seen a lot of the media outlets, at least from the debates and stuff, pushing back against the cats and dogs lie.
yeah,
And like I have seen like some online leftists, at least the ones I follow, like they've been like pushing back on like the
but
and like
it's
yeah
not.
on the cats and dogs thing, explaining like, hey, this is literally Nazi rhetoric. This is like blood. This is full blood libel rhetoric.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because
Uh,
it's like oh no, you're accusing like next they're probably actually I don't even want to give them ideas, but like I don't even want to think about
how
what.
do you think the Senate and the House are gonna swing? So the House should go blue. The
Mhm.
thing is, though, like, if Democrats don't do good with turnout in New York and California, I think they will lose the House again.
Mhm.
But it's a presidential election. I think that turnout will be better in New York and California. So a lot of the districts that Democrats lost in 2022, they're likely going to win back.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like, the House is going to be decided by New York and California for the most part because Republicans gain hella seats, and they gain like 5 or 6 seats in California. I mean,
Yeah.
in New York, they gain like 3 or 4, pushing 5 in California.
Mhm.
And these are like Biden plus 10, Biden plus 15 seats.
Yeah,
Like,
and I do think that that's definitely possible because, like you said, you do get higher turnouts in
I don't
presidential
know.
years. You do get higher voter turnout in a year when there's a presidential election. And
Democrats,
I don't know if how this is affecting people, but there are a couple pretty contentious propositions on the ballot.
yeah. A lot of people
So
expect.
in California, some hoping that'll also motivate more people to turn out. I've been getting bombarded with ads about like, especially
So
Proposition 33.
I want to address this. Like a lot of the early voting data was not looking good for Democrats in California. Like
Hmm.
Democrats are going to win California regardless, but it's about the margin, right?
Right.
So when I was looking at the data, I was like, these numbers weren't standing on business. So we'll see. But New York, a lot of people expect Kamala to lose ground in New York in 2024. We'll see because they have Eric Adams, they have Kathy Hochul, these very unpopular Democrats, who are at the top of the state. And then they did have George Santos to balance that out.
Well, yeah, because George Santos is like, well, I mean, really, are our politicians that bad? I mean, they suck, but
That's
they could
how
be
bad
like,
Kathy Hochul is. Like
I mean,
Kathy
they're
Hochul,
bad, but they're not like they
how
have
did you
their
allow someone
entire
like
life is not a lie.
how did you let someone like George Santos, like Kathy Hochul, lost New York by so bad that it allowed Republicans like George Santos to win? Like, there's no fucking because it's like all the conspiracies about him, and they should have been exposed that shit. But it's like they were so focused on pushing her through. It's like
They
she just
totally missed that everything this guy
she's
said
the
about
reason
himself
Democrats
was
lost the House, point blank, period. Because of her performance in New York was so bad that it carried a lot of these other Republicans up the ballot and, a lot of these local races.
Mhm.
So we'll see. But New York and California are going to be the main indicators. There are going to be some small ones, but Democrats they're only down like 3 or 4 seats in the House.
Mhm.
So if they just win just half of them in New York and California, they're gonna win the House. The Senate seems like a lost cause for Democrats as of now, like because they're defending 2 seats in Montana and Ohio, which are states that Trump is gonna win convincingly. But
Mhm.
Montana, I don't know. Like I think that the Democrat there is not favored. Ohio is a 50-50, but I
Mhm.
still question how the Democrat could win. And then you have Colin Alred in Texas. We'll see Texas go blue when it goes blue. That's all I gotta say. Cause
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I
I
know we
do.
were
it's
talking about it. Like
blue
I have
as
some
the
hope
one.
that Ted Cruz is unpopular enough that Colin Allred will beat him, but yeah, but that's still a long shot.
It's just like it's the turnout in Texas.
Mhm.
Like people in Texas just don't give a fuck enough for me, except for Austin.
Yeah.
Because Austin be turning out, but Houston, like y'all just don't care.
Yeah, and Austin has a lot of young people coming in from out of state to work in the tech industry.
So it's like if turnout is good, I think it's possible. But like I said, it remains to be seen. So Tester in Montana, yeah, Tester in Montana, Sherrod Brown in Ohio, and obviously Colin Allred and Ted Cruz in Texas. Those are the three most important Senate races. I don't think that Dave McCormick has a chance in Pennsylvania. Despite him being gassed up and getting all that damn money, I don't think
Mhm.
he's gonna win Pennsylvania against Bob Casey. He's very popular incumbent in Pennsylvania. Democrats are likely gonna win in Michigan. They're gonna win Wisconsin. They're gonna win Arizona. They're gonna win Nevada. Uh, yeah, I think Dem's goal would be to get the Senate to 50-50. So they hope Tim Walz a tiebreaker and not JD. Yeah, but the 50-50, like, because right now they have 48. They do have 48 seats they're gonna win locked down. But like them extra two.
Yeah, yeah.
Like them extra two. It's like they need their 49th seat would be Sherrod Brown holding on in Ohio, which I think can happen because his who he's running against like is just a horrible candidate. He bullying older women for like he was like, why do older women care so much about abortion when they can't even have kids no more?
Oh
Like,
yeah, I saw that.
so it's like, isn't there a serious? Yeah, I don't think Nebraska is competitive though. But there's like independent who's running against like there's no Democrat, they're running an independent against a Republican in Nebraska.
Mhm.
And they can win Omaha, like I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, they can win Nebraska's second district, but as a statewide, it's like, I mean, obviously they want more than 50. Yeah, the thing is, if they were to get to 50, they could do some shit though, because there's no cinema, there's no mansion. So if Democrats did win the Senate this year and held on to the House, Kamala would get so much done throughout her presidency. Like they would get rid of the filibuster, they would pack the Supreme Court, bitch. Like, cause it's like without no, I'm trying to say, Allie, like no Kristen Cinema, no Joe Manchin, like there's nothing they have to worry about.
Yeah, that we'll see. Yeah, we'll have to see how that shakes out.
But it's like they gotta make it.
Hmm.
And that's what pissed me off. It's like, Manchin, if you're gonna retire anyway, but you should have stood on business. Like there was no need to worry
Yeah,
about
like
getting
he could have.
reelected.
Yeah, he could have done whatever he could have done whatever he wanted to do his last term because he wasn't going to run for re-election. So why
And
does
he
it
wasn't gonna
matter?
win if he did anyway.
Right.
So
Yeah. So like, yeah. So just like, yeah, like I don't know, maybe support the Democrats on some stuff.
it's like if you knew you were gonna lose, like there is no way Manchin would have won if he would have ran.
Hmm.
That whole what is it? Trump won West Virginia by 40 points. You're not doing 40 points better than Kamala.
No.
So it's like maybe
No matter how
15.
close to a Republican he pretends to be, or no matter how close to a Republican he gets, or even like when he went,
So
man,
it's
I
like,
went
bitch,
independent, right? Yeah.
it wasn't happening.
No.
So man, it's like I just don't fucking know, bitch. But it's mainly the presidential election. If we lose the Senate, will Kamala not be able to get that much done? No, but it's just like it stops him in his tracks.
But
And I
yeah, it
think that
stops Trump from being the head of MAGA in the White
yes.
House.
And I think that a second defeat of Trump could be the downfall of the MAGA movement.
Hmm.
If Trump loses, do you think he'll run again?
No, he said he won't. But he don't
Oh,
lie a
okay.
million times before, but
Yeah. Well, I
if
think I think if he loses this time, he's indicted for so many things. He's probably going to go to jail for something. So
they
that
can't martyr someone who lost 2 presidential elections too, so
I also think his son is going to step up.
his
Trump
son
which
won't
Jr.
win
one,
though.
Don? Which one, Junior?
Jr., yeah. Or
I don't.
Adam,
Aaron,
like
whichever one.
what
Yeah.
Republicans don't understand is like you see this with Dr. Oz, like with Blake Masters, like they can't replicate what Trump can do. No matter
Mhm.
how hard they try, it's like, Ron DeSantis, like JD Vance, like it's Trump is like a cult leader. And without him,
Right.
they just don't vote. I'm trying to say like they don't. And
Yeah.
that's the fear of him because it's like without him being on the ballot, like rural voters aren't gonna
None
turn
of
him
his
out.
other followers can seem to replicate his charisma.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So it's like
Like not
that's
even his own kids can do it.
that's where it's like I don't.
Well, I mean, you're right, Allie, but I feel like people would have too much faith in like family members that they'd be like,
Oh, and like
well,
his name.
since he can't do it, it's best that the child does it, you know?
Can we talk
Yeah.
about how like these people are so fucking loose? They're out here trying to create a dynasty, like a fucking monarchy, where
Oh yeah.
because I saw them talking about what he's gonna win, and then his son, then his daughter, like
Oh yeah, I've
bitch,
seen
what?
it. Yeah,
No.
there was a fantasy where it's going to be like Ivanka, Don June. Then Ivanka has 2 terms, then Don Jr. has 2 terms, then Eric has 2 terms, then Barron's old enough to run, and he has 2 terms.
So
And I'm
if Kamala
like,
wins, I'm Joe Biden. I'm pardoning Hunter. That's some ghetto
I
shit.
mean, I mean, he really shouldn't, but no, actually, he shouldn't. He shouldn't. But like, if he did, the Republicans would deserve
Some
it.
people were asking him to pardon Trump. Be fucking for real.
Yeah, like,
Joe
why would
pissed
you?
me off. I'm gonna put Chico on because but Joe pissed me off because the what is it? Iran had threatened Donald Trump's life, and he was like, if Donald Trump's attacked, we will have to respond. What?
Right?
You saw that? I'm saying like,
I
bitch,
saw that and I'm like, okay, come on, stop trying to be the bigger person here.
Yeah.
I get what he's saying to an extent, is like he's still a
I
former
saw that.
president, yada
I
yada
was
yada, but
like,
still.
I thought about unfollowing Joe on Instagram because it's like, stop. Because that hoe would be laughing, reposting if it was you. Like, so stop.
Yeah,
Like, they
He
be
yep, he
killing
would,
me.
would.
yeah.
They be killing me trying to take this bigger person route. Like, what did that
Hmm.
Michelle Obama? If we go low, they go high. That shit don't work.
It's never worked.
You on the live now, Chico? I want to welcome a brand
Can
new
y'all hear
coach.
me?
Chico is our
Oh,
brand new coach.
Yes, we can
We can
hear
hear
you. We
you.
can hear you.
What's up, Chico?
How's
hey
coaching going for
guys.
you?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm so
how did
tired.
how did you coach do today?
They did good today. It was real a lot of conditioning today, and then straight
Hmm.
routines. So that's what they did today.
Yeah.
Um,
What routine do they have you working on them with?
so I'm with the today. I was with the I was with everybody today, but I was with the
Hmm.
level ones, level twos, and level threes today. I work with the level
Hmm.
fours because now they starting to catch the high bar. And I
Hmm.
just work with them a little bit on
Oh, so
bars.
like for spotting, yeah, for
Hmm.
spotting.
Yeah, I didn't know what certain techniques you have to use when you spot certain skills. So yeah, kudos to
Hmm.
me for learning a lot in a short amount of
Yeah,
time. Shout out to
that's a
all the
huge
coaches out
commitment.
there. Yes, it is. Shout out to all the coaches out there. I didn't know how hard your job was. I didn't know how much time you put into it, how much effort, how much you had to learn, how much USA Gymnastics put you through.
Yeah.
It's a lot of training and classes you have to take, which is good. It's good. I'm still doing classes and stuff now, and it just takes a while. Because you actually have to be like interactive with the stuff. It's not like you just let a video play and then
Hmm.
get through it. Like you have to be interactive. So it's taking a while.
Hmm.
Um, Thanks to the scandal that happened with USA Gymnastics, there's so much extra stuff. So
Hmm.
yeah, but yeah. Sorry, I'm on late. They had a Halloween party today
It
Oh,
looks like a lot
after
of
cute.
fun.
practice, and
Mm.
oh god, it was a lot. I was
That's
having
good.
too much fun.
And I know you learning to walk on a balance beam now.
Oh, God, I did so good today. One of my students gave me some good instructions. And she was like,
Oh.
stare at that whiteboard over there at the top. Don't look down, just look forward and stare at the whiteboard. And it
Hmm.
worked. So
Oh, that's so cool.
yeah, I walked without falling on the low beam, without falling off. So I was like,
Hmm.
thanks for the good instructions.
Yeah, I can get on a high
Oh.
beam and walk. Cause I used to like to walk on like those little like corners they have like in the parking lot, where you park your car and stuff like that's like a
Oh,
Yeah.
walk.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, so you would like walk
Mm-hmm.
on the little like corners of the curb or whatever?
Yeah, I would do
Mm-hmm.
cartwheels on that and everything, like make it seem like I was on a beam and stuff.
There
So
Hmm.
are like soft floor beams that you can buy. They're like maybe $70 at most.
so it's like
Yeah.
they're not that like walking on a beam isn't the problem. It's like doing shit.
I can't believe they tumble on. I got a new respect for gymnasts, even the ones that are Z-listers, because yeah, I give them kudos. Kudos to the Z-listers out there.
Hmm.
They
Yeah.
shall remain nameless, but yeah,
So I want to respond to what somebody said. It's really interesting because I work with it as an educator, and I had an experience with two black educators who were women, but also at the same time supporting Trump. Damn. But they are against um abortions and talk about the Bible. When I tell you there's a lot there, yeah, there are a lot of black pro-lifers actually, but the vast majority
Hmm.
of them do support Democrats. But yeah, it's very common in the South. Actually, in 2022, in the Michigan passed an abortion referendum, and the abortion referendum actually underperformed Democrats. The top of the ticket Democrats in Detroit and Flint, other
Hmm.
majority black cities. So, black people are more pro life than they vote. Like I said, black people are way more conservative than they vote. Because like they
Hmm.
vote over 90% Democrat, but a huge portion of them are anti-LGBT, anti-abortion, or anti a lot of democratic
whew,
ideals. So they just vote a lot of times based on racial issues and racial politics.
Hmm.
By the way, um, Haitian Native Americans are still in descent, but if you wouldn't know it because they just paint us as people of color as one. I don't know about that. But yeah, but child. Chico, so let's talk about a
yes.
specific lawyer you want to talk about.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna say a lawyer. I don't want nobody to feel attacked, but
Now let's
for all
make
of
it even
those,
more petty. A specific lawyer from DC.
Oh my god.
oh God,
You guys
I
whoever
just
sent that picture last night, right before I went to bed, that was not what
oh,
I needed to
Nobody
fucking
knew
see.
that.
Yeah, I I was just like, really? I just right before bed.
Autumn, that wasn't my fault. I
okay.
wasn't even looking on his Instagram. I didn't know about it.
That's okay.
Listen. I'm so pro adult gymnastics for all genders. You know, I'm pro adult gymnastics. I'm about to start doing adult gymnastics. Okay,
Yeah, no,
I'm learning
I think
from
it's
my kids.
awesome.
I
Hmm.
think it's a level of respect that you need to have, not only for yourself but the people around you.
Right.
And I don't
Hmm.
care about people's sexualities. I don't care about their preferences. I don't care about how masculine or feminine people are, male or female, or what's the other option? I'd rather not say. What? It's another blank
Oh,
spot when you
like
fill out a job.
non-binary,
Yeah,
yeah, like in between,
non-binary.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
And or in between. But if you are a male, hear me out. If you are a male and you are wearing a female leotard with your male genitalia, your pee hanging out of the leotard, that is unacceptable. Like you need to put
Yeah.
on some shorts. Like I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Well, see,
And I
the
want to
weird thing
say,
is
like,
here's the
it
thing.
kind of
Like,
pisses me.
go ahead,
We're gonna
go
say
ahead.
autumn. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's like women with breasts have to wear sports bras for like the same
Right.
exact reason.
Right. Like, yeah,
So
like
it's like,
we wouldn't get away with like flashing our nipples at everybody.
right, or even like if like when you don't wear a bra, your boobs bounce. It's like, oh, that's just unacceptable. But
Yeah.
why is this allowed without shorts?
And
Right.
I think
Right.
this person is seeking attention because why
Yeah.
what other reason would you have to do that? Yeah, it might make you
Hmm.
feel comfortable. Yeah, everybody want to be Simone. You can't be Simone. You can't be Gabby. Hell, you can't be Charlize Theron. Or hell, you can't be a Z-lister. But if you're a male, you need to put on some booty shorts up on top of the Leo and
Yeah.
hide
Yeah.
your
Or like
private part that's poking out and so obvious. How can you go to a meet? You're gonna distract the judges. I would be so pissed off if I was a judge. Like the girls, they was talking about it, the girls getting their hair done and nails done and stuff, and how it's so distracting to the judges. I can imagine seeing
yeah.
a penis flying around on a
Yeah,
bar and beam, and I can't
that would
focus on the legs and toes. If anything,
that
it'll
Just
would
make me
like,
focus more and take off more deductions.
but it's like, why? That's the
Well, they
thing. Is
used
like,
to
I think this is a
penalize you.
big
I think they still
problem.
do. But yeah, they used to take like I think there was like I think it was at the Barcelona Olympics. There was one women's team where like their Leos were cut too high and they all had wedgies or really bad wedgies and they got like a
Hmm.
penalty for that for the whole team.
And it's like the thing is, like Chico said, like I think it's this big thing that you see in the LGBT community where it's like I need to be seen. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's like
Exactly.
that's something that pisses me off because it's like you have them complain like, oh, they're trying to force us to do this. Like, bitch, being normal is not trying to force you to do anything, bitch. Like this isn't like what I'm talking about. Like I've heard people say, "Oh, this is about forcing people to be." What did they be trying to say? Heteronormative and shit like that.
Heteronormative. Force
It's
people
like
to do the
putting
hell.
on fucking clothes that everyone fucking wears. Like this is like I'm trying to say. Like it just makes people look so damn bad. Because now you
and the
have
thing
people going around saying that like, "Oh, these people are a threat to children and stuff like that." And I mean that is a threat to children, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
Mm-hmm.
just wear regular shit everyone else the fuck wears.
yeah
Like it's not
and
that damn difficult.
yeah, and no one's saying you can't wear a leotard. We're saying if you're exposing yourself way too much, you need to cover that shit up.
But it's
Wear
like that's
pants
gonna be
with
the
that
Exactly.
response. Is
leotard.
like,
Mhm.
and this is the problem.
Yeah.
It's like not everything is homophobic.
Mm-hmm.
But like some of y'all not ready for that conversation. It's like y'all need to wear fucking clothes. Like I'm trying to say, like, just like, did you see Ali when California was one of the politicians? He went to like one of those naked kink things they be having. You know what I'm talking about?
Wait, what was this?
Like
Oh,
I
what
don't.
about
It was in San Francisco, and it's like
oh
wear clothes.
Hmm.
in public? Yeah, I think you should.
It's just like you're trying to say like, why is it so difficult to wear clothes?
Well,
And it's like,
I think too, if you're at the gym, like there's just a certain etiquette
and
that you have to
it's like,
follow. Like
see
just
me.
make sure everything important is
Look,
covered.
I'm different. I'm different. It's just like, why do y'all want to be different so fucking bad? I just, man, wouldn't that hurt to wear too? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was thinking that didn't look
And
comfortable.
this is the problem, like with white LGBT people. It's like they just so damn extra. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and I said this, like, you can't have no niggas around you because black people wouldn't let you get away with doing no shit like that. Y'all gonna say,
Mhm.
oh, well, black people are very homophobic and stuff like that. But even regardless, it's like they're not gonna let you get away with wearing some shit like that. Even
Mm-hmm.
if you're a straight or woman, like, bitch, you gonna come out the house. If you notice, motherfuckers ain't walking around with their pants to they like Lord and they butt no more. This ain't doing that in 2024 to the same extent. And you want to come out booty ball naked, you getting a dress, like this isn't a good idea for you to be wearing some shit like this. Like, let's just be so fucking serious. And
I
this
mean, if you
goes
also,
for
sorry, go
women,
ahead.
men, like put on fucking clothes.
Yeah. And if you
Yeah.
saw in the background, there were some kids vaulting while they were doing the balance beam. It was like you're around minors.
Mhm.
Like, what do you think is
Yeah,
like that? You're setting
there's a
yourself
time
up
and a
for
place, and it's not there.
I
right.
don't I
Yeah.
don't get it. And it's like it's just so frustrating. Cause like Chico knows what I'm talking about. Cause every time you talk about it, it's like, oh, you're being homophobic. Like that's the you know what I'm talking about, Chico. It's like that's the first response. It's like
Right.
you're
Like,
homophobic for pointing out the fact that someone should wear fucking clothes. Like straight people don't have to wear fucking clothes.
right. They're just trying to silence you. That's all. Like
Like
it's always their fallback if they want someone to stop saying things that they don't like.
talking about like, and that's the same thing I said for black people. I remember you had this I had this conversation, Chico. We got an argument about this. Grills in your
Mm.
motherfucking mouth. If you wear grills in
Definitely,
your mouth, bitch.
definitely a heavy argument with me and Langston.
You mean like Mr. Biles
Yes,
Oh,
at the
like,
gymnastics? I
are there
remember
people who
that
wear
video
grills in their
too.
mouth who are smart? Yes. But if I see someone wearing grills in their mouth, I'm gonna think you're a drug dealer, bitch. I don't care. Cause that's I'm from Atlanta. And if I see someone roll up with grills in their mouth, especially if they rolling up in a low rider with you know what I'm talking about, like with them nice rims and they car right low as hell to the floor, like, baby, I'm gonna think you're a drug dealer.
Yep.
And I'd
Yeah,
rather
we're
be
gonna
safe
have
than
to
sorry.
agree to disagree on that
Didn't
one because
Simone
y'all know
and
I love the
Jonathan
grill.
have grills at their
Jordan,
wedding?
mhm. Yeah.
Simone,
I don't think
Jordan had a grill
I don't
at the
think I don't
Olympics.
think that's on the same level as what we're talking about.
Wait,
It's
what's
not
that?
to the same level, but you have a lot of ghetto niggas who, oh, why can't I wear this, bitch? Because it's just like if you
So
walk like a
Langston, you
duck, you
don't
cut
like
like
that
a duck.
Jordan wore her grill at the Olympics. So you don't like that.
So, Chico, there's a difference between like them new grills people are wearing with the and then them unnecessary diamond gold grills
Oh,
that drug dealers wear.
Wait,
Not
so it's like so you're
all.
And I
saying
do
it's
want to
about the
say, Chico,
style
you
or
have seen like a shift in terms of like more people
Yes,
wearing grills. It's like it's
yes,
more fashionable now.
yes.
Mhm.
But now, if you see a nigga wearing grills, bitch, like 9 times out of 10, this is a criminal or a motherfucking drug dealer.
I
And
would say
Chico,
I would not say 9 times out of 10. I 100% would not say
more than
nine
five
times
out of
ten.
10, Chico.
I
Say
say
that,
five, maybe 5 and 5, because now, like you said, it's a shift now. So more people are doing it for
are you guys still there?
the look.
Hello?
Chico, would
Oh,
you
okay,
want to take a
sorry.
50% chance of dealing with a drug dealer then? Like if you're on the street
I'm not
and
gonna judge somebody
our
that's got a
alley,
grill
if
in their
you're
mouth.
going down
I'm
the
not
street
doing it.
and the person you meet is a 50% chance of being a drug dealer, how do you like those
Uh,
chances?
Drug dealers don't mean they dangerous. Just because you sell drugs don't mean you dangerous. Like can harm other people. You probably just sell it. It is drug dealers out there that actually just sell drugs and not actual criminals that are killing and
Chico, I have drug dealers in
stealing and
my
stuff like that.
family, and the drug dealers in my family, they've done
What?
other crimes. Like they don't just
Well,
sell
those
drugs.
the. I mean, that's the ones in your family. Um, other people have them in their family too, and they all are not criminals
But
besides
it's
just selling
Chico, this ain't
drugs.
about the exception. This is about the rule. Like,
Um, mm,
this is about the
yeah,
rule.
we're gonna have to agree to disagree.
Cause that's how I am. Like, this is a hygiene issue. Wouldn't that hurt to wear? Yes, it would hurt to wear.
well that I do wonder that was what I was wondering about because I'm like, yeah, it looks like it doesn't look like it fits right.
I don't. man, like it's like I feel empathy because it's like
People have their preferences.
it's like
No,
this.
no, like, but no, but I don't like. I said, like, yeah, like, I wouldn't. No, like, you can wear it.
I
You can
wouldn't
wear
wear.
what you
I
want.
wouldn't
Just
wear a grill. I wouldn't wear one. But that's his
mhm.
aesthetic. That's their aesthetic. People like grills,
Yeah,
and
but I think, yeah, I
they're
think with that, like,
nice.
you're just getting into an aesthetic thing, and that's like,
But you get what I'm trying to say. Like, there's a difference between box braids and the way black people's hair grows out their head and fucking grills. So it's like people try to
Wait,
say, oh,
wait,
this
wait. What did you just say?
because like people try to say like being anti-grills is anti-black. It's like no, bitch. It's not the same as like black people get discriminated for their hair. We don't control how our hair grows, but you do control putting grills in your motherfucking mouth.
But I mean, that's people preference. You can't. That's just like you wouldn't. Okay, you saying black people can control putting grills in their mouth just like anybody else can control what color they dye their hair, how they cut their hair, what clothes they decide to wear. It's just a thing. That's not a no. It does have a stereotype associated with grills of people being criminals, but like you said, it's a shift in culture, which has been a shift for a while now because a lot of celebrities wear grills and stuff. Like that's just a new culture that people like it. At first, it did start off as being like a thing a lot of gangbangers and drug dealers did, but now it's a
mhm.
shift in culture, so you can't just keep that old narrative on top of everybody that wear grills. Because if people just judge me based off how I look or act, they'll be completely wrong. And I'm not the exception; it's a shift. The
I do
world is moving
agree,
in a different direction now, and that the saying that you're trying to say is just like when old racist people have their thoughts on old laws and old rules, and it's an old view of
mm,
things, and that's kind of how you
but
still
the thing
looking at
is,
it.
Chico, I judge white people who wear grills.
Oh no, I'm
So
not saying you don't
it's
judge
not like
white
I'm
people,
coming after niggas like
but
this.
it's easier for you to say if you see a black person with a grill or a white person with a grill to say
If I see a
that
white
they're
person with a grill,
gang
I'm gonna
they're
judge them too. Like it's this one white person I know. He's really ghetto, and that's something that just I judge that worse because I don't understand why you're so fucking ghetto as a white person. Like that just I am trying to say like why do you feel
white people can be ghetto. You do know that.
That's
yeah, I'm talking
true.
about Chico, but
The
you're not
white people
talking about
can be
like
ghetto. So what do you mean? It depends
but
on where he grew up and where they
no
come
Chico,
from.
I'm not saying
Like
ghetto, but just like just unnecessarily ratchet. And it's just like
just
my
because he white, he can't be ratchet.
but
That's
Chico,
not.
my point is
No. I get what you're trying to say, but what you're saying is that why he's so ratchet and
Mhm.
stuff. He could that could be the product of his environment. That could be just where he grew up from.
but Chico, we're all a product of our environment, but you should also look yourself in the mirror and be like,
Okay, I'm
maybe I
back.
shouldn't be like
Hey,
this.
Autumn.
But everybody
Sorry.
don't.
Yeah, sorry. There was some weird. I can only hear Langston and then nothing else, and it
I
just was
have
weird.
my
I just
ratchet
restarted.
family. I would say I'm a medium ratchet person myself, but it's like at the same time, Chico, I know how you know what I'm trying to say. Like we have two
You know
sides
when
of
and how to act and carry yourself in certain situations. Yes.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes for white
Mhm.
trash people too, Chico. Like, you know, I'm talking about like you just gotta act a certain way.
Mhm.
It's just
I
like
actually act the same around everybody. Even
it's like
I am a little bit more kept together at work, barely, but just a little bit kept together, just a little bit.
it's a
But
time and place. And like when we were remember Alex, when me and Anna we were watching House of the Dragon and we saw off the white and it's just like it's just the class. Like
Mhm.
you know what I'm trying to say? Like you just
Wait, who were you guys complaining about again?
off the white and House of the Dragon.
Oh yeah, the way he was acting. Well, yeah, that wasn't just style. That was his entire attitude that was
It's just
off. Yeah,
like you get
yeah.
what I'm trying to
That wasn't
say. Like
aesthetics. That was the entire attitude towards the thing.
so it's like some things and I saw like the biggest thing you saw Chico that a lot of people going after. Remember when what is it? What's her name? What did you just get
who's
in a wreck,
driving?
Chico?
No, that's not me.
That was me. I'm outside.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Do you have to
that
go
some
outside to get a
somebody just
signal?
drove. Somebody just drove by my house and honked the horn or something. I think it was because we have a lot of deer in our yard.
Oh,
Oh,
So
okay.
I
oh,
that makes
yeah,
sense.
so
Yeah,
there
for where
girl,
you
I'd
they
be
live.
jumped out
scared
of
as hell to
nowhere.
come outside with deer. It's hella deer in my old neighborhood too because I live right in front of Stone Mountain Park in Atlanta. So,
Oh yeah.
Stone Mountain Park is like it's a very big like park. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so they have a lot of
Langston, if I
beautiful.
would have got in a wreck, you would have known I would have been cussing up a storm, been ready to
Yeah.
fight. So I would
Yeah.
have,
Oh.
if I would have been really bad, like bitch, what the fuck? I would have probably like got, yeah, it would have been bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like that's the thing. It's like it's people who don't know how to turn it on and turn it off.
Yeah, there where I am now, we don't have a lot of deer, but where I grew up in
Mm.
Maryland, there were a lot of deer, there were a lot of deer around there.
Does
Here
California
the
have
yeah,
Does
California
California have
um
roaches?
I didn't see
yes
not
they
one
do.
roach.
Yeah, they do, but I've only seen them outside, fortunately.
I'm
Hmm.
talking about Chico. Atlanta has
I
roaches.
see.
Hmm.
I've seen. I had a. I've seen a lot of spiders in California.
Like
I
I
wouldn't
said,
say they have
Atlanta has
roaches.
roaches. New York has rats.
New
Yeah,
York has
like
a lot.
fortunately, yeah, New York definitely has a rat. It has an issue with
Yeah.
It's
rats.
like Chico. No, not
Yeah,
even
I'm
just
just
roaches,
gonna say
Chico.
the
Water
only
bugs.
the
You know
only
those flying
animal in
water
my
bugs in Atlanta?
neighborhood the only animal in my neighborhood I'm worried about is we have a skunk, and he seems like he's a very nice skunk. I'm just afraid if
Oh,
somebody hits him one day, that's gonna be a problem.
Mm.
yeah, but Chico,
Am I
like,
still?
I'm talking about
Can
like
y'all hear me?
Atlanta
What?
got those flying
Can
water
y'all hear me?
bugs.
Yeah.
I'm talking about those big ass
Oh,
water bugs,
oh
Chico, that
yeah.
fly.
Ooh. Oof.
So that's the thing. And it's like you gonna get those water bugs, bitch. No matter how many times.
Oh, the worst though, in Florida, the scorpions.
Oh,
Oh,
I haven't seen that.
ew,
Yeah, if you've
no.
ever that was the first time I ever saw like a full grown a scorpion was
Wait,
in
aren't they
Florida.
also in
It was not
Arizona
fun.
too?
Yeah, they're supposed to have somewhere I lived in like California when I first moved, more like in the Inland Empire area. There were supposed to be a lot of scorpions there before. Luckily, I
That's the
never
thing where
saw
I
one.
move next. I don't want like a potential of like because the thing in Atlanta is like you have to always keep your grass cut. You have to always keep your like your
Mhm.
house sprayed because like
Mhm.
you're so prone to roaches. You know what I'm trying to say? Just like you have to have
Yeah.
all those mouse traps in New York. It don't matter how like it's people who have meshes in New York who still got rats.
Hmm.
So it's like that's my beat. It's like I want to go someplace that don't have roaches. But the thing is, I ain't ever seen rats before. So,
Mhm.
mm-mm.
Mhm. Yeah, fortunately, we've never gotten any mice. But the building that I live in also has, I think, at least four cats in it. So I don't know if they just act as a deterrent. No, it's basically they're like four. It's a fourplex, and there's like four
Hmm.
families, including
I
mine,
know, I
Hmm.
and
know
each family has a
California.
cat. So I think that
California is
helps with.
like a,
My
it's like
friends
a,
had mice before.
Mhm.
California is like a Mediterranean climate.
Yeah, especially in Southern California, much more Mediterranean. Yeah.
So I don't know. But that's the thing, y'all. It's expensive as hell down there.
Hmm. It is. It's nice, but it's expensive.
Yeah, like ooh,
They
So
do
what's
I
been
pay you. They
going
do adjust. They do
on?
adjust your pay for cost of living, which is good though.
I know Chico bills cheap as hell in Alabama.
Are they? Now, I mean, what? My rent is $1,400. I mean,
What?
I guess.
In
Yes.
Oh,
Alabama?
oh wow.
Hmm.
That's
That's
I guess you could say.
insane.
I guess you could say it's where I stay too, but yeah. And I only have
oh,
a one
are you is
bedroom.
the for like yeah for, oh yeah, so it's just you on your own. Yeah,
Yeah, I
sometimes I
feel
think
like
I
the
it
have
should
rent
a
might
one.
only
be
be
different, but
like,
yeah.
I
don't
have a
come to
one
Rhode
bedroom. It's
Island.
fourteen
Girl,
hundred dollars.
you don't gotta worry about me coming to Rhode Island. What's in Rhode Island for me?
Oh, I love Rhode Island.
What's in
I've
Rhode
never been to
Island,
Rhode
Autumn?
Island.
Well, I went to school there, and like everywhere's besides Connecticut and New England is just gorgeous. It's like that calm New England feel, especially in
Hmm.
the fall
Mhm.
time. And there's like a lot of it's like an old soul kind of area. You know what I mean?
What about Massachusetts?
I love Massachusetts. It's Rhode Island's big brother. That's what we call
I
it.
don't know, but I don't think I would want to be in New Hampshire. Vermont is just too cold and it's too rural.
Y-
Maine don't really got shit.
Maine's beautiful, especially this time of year.
I
But
yeah.
Massachusetts has a lot. Like Salem's awesome.
Javera
Boston's awesome.
Javera just went to Maine and she told me about it.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
don't
what'd she
they have a
say?
lot of they have a lot of winter sports in Maine though, right?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do a lot of like kind of like, let's say, hiking, snowshoeing, that kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
They got a lot of
Skiing.
lighthouses.
They have good food
Lighthouses
up
are
there too.
I don't think they. I feel like their food isn't seasoned. I'm be real with you. If it's a place that got a
Mhm.
lot of white people, I don't think the food is good.
Yeah,
So it's like
that's probably Maine. Rhode Island,
yes,
not so
like
much.
they sell a whole bunch of they be having a whole bunch of seafood in Maine, but I know it's not seasoned good.
oh.
Um so
Mm-hmm.
that's how I feel about New England. New York City, that's the furthest north I can see myself going. I don't see what Philadelphia really provides, and their job market isn't that good. I guess I'm trying to say like the
Yeah.
Philly is cheap though for a city, but I don't see myself in Philly. DC is too expensive, and I don't really see the appeal of DC like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I do feel like it's time to leave Atlanta though.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm thinking like when I come back to the states, where I want to go. Got diversity. I'm in Rhode Island. It's the only Providence got diversity. Literally everyone else is white, white. Yeah. But Rhode Island is just too small for me. Like I can't. The good thing about Rhode Island is y'all not too far from New York and not too far from Boston, but
Mm-hmm.
still, like I said, the Pacific Northwest, Seattle ain't ever like I'm never moving to Seattle. It's expensive as hell. They got nasty food.
Yeah, it always rains there too. The weather sucks.
Yeah, I would hate that.
Yeah. I actually don't mind rain, but I don't want that much. Like that's too damn much.
I could see myself living in California, but I don't got California money. I don't know how
You
y'all
will get
surviving.
I mean,
you will
no,
get
if you
adjusted.
got, yeah,
They'll give you a
yeah,
cost of
you're
living
okay.
adjust.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
on.
If you were with the military, yeah, he's right.
Oh
You would
yeah,
get
I know in the
adjusted for
military. I'm
cost
talking
of
about when I
living.
get out the military, Chico. I'm not
Oh
thinking about
yeah.
Uncle Sam.
Well, like if I were to move to California, it'd be just like I'm staying where I'm at now. It'd just be like
Hmm.
I get paid fine, but it'll be like I average out what I'm paying now. It's just different. I be
But
getting
a
paid
lot of
more,
people in
but
California ain't making no money, Allie. Like it's a lot of people in
you right,
California just
you
making
right.
40,
That's true.
40
Yeah. So you
K.
want to make sure. Yeah, you don't want to go there unless you
Yeah.
have like a job that's going to pay enough lined up.
That's what I'm
I
saying,
would say
Allie.
that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like
Don't do
even
it
New
unless you
York,
have
like it's
something.
people in New York making like $15.
Oh yeah, that's not
And it's
enough.
like, how do you make it?
Yeah, how do you know how much those like little tiny dorm like apartments cost in New York City?
Yeah, like I
Like
think how
two
do people
grand.
how do people survive? Like how do people really survive in LA not making no money?
Hmm.
I just don't get it. Like, you know what I'm talking about, Chico? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, you know how people like, like they work at like Hardee's and shit like that. And they be having like two kids. You be like, Chico, how?
Hmm.
Oh, I couldn't imagine having kids. I'm sorry, I just can't. Like
Kids are
mm-mm.
expensive.
Yes, they are, and people don't get that.
Autumn,
Hmm.
I always thought Autumn had a kid. And I was like, oh, that was Autumn's nephew. That's what I thought. I said, Autumn,
Yeah.
like, I said,
Hmm.
Autumn
Nah.
looked like she the type that would have no
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I want
Autumn,
one.
yeah, but
I
I know,
want one.
yeah, I know with Autumn and Chico, you guys are both, you're always babysitting the nibblings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I love my
So you just
nephew.
want one,
Yeah.
Autumn?
What's that?
You just want one?
Well, I'll see. Like you'd have one, and then you want to see, like, kind of feel it out. Would you want another
Yeah,
one? You know what I
exactly.
mean?
That's exactly what my thinking
That's
is.
Yeah.
it's just they so expensive.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like one at a time, and then I'm gonna see like, okay, because like you'll see like people, they have like one after another. They're like, oh, I'm so overburdened. Yeah, because you
Well,
had
it's like,
three at
yeah, because,
once.
well, yeah, 'cause you just keep having like 3 to 4 back to back. Yeah.
And then you
Yeah,
have people like Simone Biles' mama who had 8 kids.
yeah,
Oh,
right.
yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Have speaking of Simone, have you guys watched the second half of the documentary?
I haven't even seen the first half, Chico, but I'm finna watch it and I'm finna post
Oh,
about
Autumn
it.
was saying she watched the first
Listen,
episode.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I only saw the so there's two new episodes. I only saw
uh
one
huh.
so far.
Okay. I finished both
Mhm.
of them this morning, so I didn't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
Well, I was spoiling it in the
Okay,
group chat,
wait.
but
I have a question. Wait, I had a question about the group chat. Where did she get the thing that Jonathan smelled good?
They were with
oh
him when they were
no,
at the
Oh,
illusion
I
they
was with
party.
him. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me
Yeah.
tell y'all, that man smells. I can see why Simone just go crazy over him. Like like it's not even just his smell, it's his aura. Like he has that effect on you. Like you just I was sitting there talking to him for a good
Mhm.
17 minutes straight, and
Oh
I was
wow.
like in a
Okay.
daze. I was in a daze. Like listen,
And that's the
listen,
thing. It's like, bitch, I'm
I don't
from
know
being
who
from.
raised him, but he has that like he draws you in and make you just like I fall for
You
him
hear the
almost. Like you
vibes,
locked
like
in.
a hood nigga being from Atlanta. Like it's a million of niggas like that. You know what I'm talking about, Chico? You know what I'm talking about? Like
It I know
I
exactly
don't.
what you're talking about.
And it's just
Jonathan got
like
it. Like
my thing about Jonathan is his I don't give a fuck attitude that pisses me the fuck off.
and you know what? He really do give a fuck.
But I'm
Like
talking about the
he
way he carries himself, like, and it's like it's Chico ain't no kind of a roar. It don't matter how good somebody smell, you ain't gonna embarrass me on no
Yeah.
podcast. Like
he made a huge mistake. He actually talked about it on the documentary, so y'all need to watch that.
he never
Um,
apologized though.
What did he apologize in the documentary or?
he did not apologize in the documentary, but he was like they what happened behind closed doors. I can't speak for what he did, but I
Allie,
do think
that's some
they had a
extreme
conversation.
narcissism, like to embarrass somebody. You know you fucking embarrassed them. Like you know what you said to that person was
Mhm.
embarrassing.
Yeah,
I also don't
it was
think
a
And
big
you can't even
mistake.
apologize, Allie. Like that's how you know that
Well,
whole
that's like yeah.
missing.
I'll hear what he has to say, but yeah, that's what kind of gets to
That's what
me. It's
every time he come
like
on my page, I don't even like the post. Like I almost like the post with him in it. I unlike that bitch. I'm mute.
I
Dog,
also
like
don't think
y'all,
he
honestly, I think he probably they apologized in private, and he probably had
oh
a
yeah, no,
huge
I hope
conversation with
they.
her.
Mhm.
But like you said, because he did it publicly, maybe a public statement should have been made
Instead of
about it.
Mhm.
shaming people
But
for bringing it up.
I will say
yeah,
I don't think he's like the brightest tool in the shed. I remember like about 2 years ago, they went out to get
Oh
Chinese food and he thought egg rolls were made of eggs.
no! Oh no!
what?
He ain't that. He
Yeah.
ain't that smart. I always knew that.
So I
So
feel like he said
Well,
like he's kind of one of those people that speaks like he exposed too much and didn't realize that you shouldn't do that. It's like what does that say? That's
yeah.
like
but
Mhm.
it almost seemed like
uh
he was trying to expose her desperation. Like he wanted people to know that he was above her.
Yeah, I guess it came across
That's
like that he
that's
was
what it
like he was
gave,
a
and he doubled
yeah.
down on that. Like you gotta realize, like people don't talk about it, but the host tried to save him,
Yeah, the host did try to save him.
Yeah, the host tried to give him a chance to like backtrack and clarify what he really
and he
meant.
just
And
kept doubling down and doubling down.
yeah,
Yeah.
So that's where it's
I think
like,
like I think like I don't know. Maybe he was embarrassed because they felt like they were saying he wasn't good enough for her, and he was trying
Right,
to
right.
back
That
against
probably
that.
and then it's like
But he went
say,
way too far.
like my
Yeah, but he
mom
went
said,
way
all he
too.
had to say was, I looked out and got the most important prize of my life, and that would have
Yeah,
ended it. But
yeah, exactly. That would
instead,
have made
but you know, he still
him look
like
really
you
good.
it's almost like you know how the girls used to be when they first get started without any media training. You know, he
Mm,
misspeak and then he took advantage of the
no,
opportunity
bitch.
because they were backing him into a corner and making him feel not playing victim, but the way the conversation was going in that podcast, it was like you married to Simone Biles, you a nobody. So maybe he felt like he needed to.
But he is like that's the thing is like if you get someone like Simone Biles, like how they supposed to make you feel, bitch? If
You
someone
right.
came
yeah,
to me and
I
was
mean
like,
that's the thing is yeah because like yeah she is super famous and
so it's
he's
like that is
not.
very impressive. Like that is what you want to know. Like, how in the hell did you pull Simone Biles? And then he
Yeah,
gonna
Exactly.
say,
like yeah,
well, how
and
did
I
she pull me? That
yeah.
was the immediate response, Chico. Like, so no, it's loud and clear what he meant.
Yeah, he misspoke and
They ended up making fun of him
he'll never
during the whole interview.
he'll never do it again. But he do love her, y'all. Like
Okay.
I
Listen,
could tell it was fake.
Allie, a
Well,
nigga.
those
Let
other
me tell you
guys in
something.
they were
These
like,
niggas will. These niggas will try to play a part to win an Oscar. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah,
Look,
no, no,
listen, Langston, Langston,
I do hear
Langston.
you.
Listen, if I put y'all in a room with that man, y'all gonna forget everything y'all thought
Chica,
about
no, I
him. And
won't. You know how I am. Chica, I have been
Langston,
somewhere down for
Langston,
that
you ain't gonna be
bullshit.
able to read him. You gonna be fucking like in a daze. I'm telling you.
Okay, so like,
Chico, a dusty nigga don't. I met millions of niggas like Jonathan in my life. So it's
yeah,
like,
I don't think Langston's gonna get one over, but we'll see. We'll
no,
see.
Chico. I see right through people's bullshit because I've
Mhm.
just done this
But
shit
it
so
wasn't
many times.
bullshit though. It wasn't
Mm.
bullshit. He was not
I
giving me
think that
bullshit.
a lot of black people like the concept of black love, so they do anything to ignore the red flags in black relationships. But that y'all not ready for that conversation.
No, I think no, that's an important conversation because that is true. But you know how you get to know somebody longer you being with them. Well, I can't speak for him, but in the relationship in general, when people first get together, they start knowing each other. They mistake, they make mistakes. He done made a lot of, not, he done made a couple of them, and even gave us a lot of red flags. But I think he don't got better over time. Like you got to realize he's from St. Louis. He's from this stuff is still all new to him. Him even becoming a pro football player. That's new for him. This is a new life and new environment for him, and he don't know how to navigate through any of this. It's like a head rush. So I'm
Listen,
like, I'm
let
not,
me say
I'm not
something.
really.
When the bag is getting out of hand, when the bag is almost getting ready to be taken away, you'll do anything to make sure you keep that bag in your pocket. That's
What
what it
is
is.
bad Langston? Goodbye, goodbye,
Like
good.
when you get shoved into a dark room and you see the lights going off, you're gonna do anything to make sure that the lights stay on. It's like you're not changing. Like I know how I feel because like it's the gaslighting. Like when you know what you did and you just try to gaslight the whole world into like not coming for you, and you
And
try to
he's gonna
blame
he's gonna forever be.
Allie,
He's gonna
and you
forever
try to
try to
blame
make up for
black women
that.
as a collective, and you go to the red pillars to bully or belittle
Right.
black
Yeah,
women
that
for
that
for
was another
defending
mistake.
somebody.
Yeah,
Like,
they should
child,
not have done that.
anyways.
Neither
Baby,
one of
been
them
here,
should
done
have done
this. Y'all did the same thing with Darius and Kiki Palmer, where it's like, you know what, maybe he is good for her, and then bam.
No, nah, that situation don't even piss me off. Cause Kiki is our sweetheart. Kiki Palmer ain't never been in no messing drama. I'm not even like that. That motherfucker can write. Cause she even said when they first around the time when they were public on her podcast, she said, "Don't ever do anything in public to embarrass me." She literally said that. She said, "Cause I ain't never been in no drama. I don't want to be in no drama. You come to me, we talk, and we handle it private." What this motherfucker do? He embarrassed her publicly and put
Okay, and now
Kiki
they
Palmer in
back
this.
together. So who look like the fool?
Ooh, they ain't together. They are co-parenting.
No, like Kiki Palmer, man, like Kiki Palmer, Simone Biles, Tamar Braxton, like it's not. City girls are down 1,000 points. That's what it is. Nobody want to talk about it.
Nah, Langston is just a mess.
Cardi B, ain't Cardi B finna have
Carter
another
B,
baby by
Carter,
Offset?
no, Carter B is doing this stuff for attention. Every time her music
that.
career
I
is
agree with that.
plummeting,
I agree with that. Yeah.
every time something happens, her music career is not going up, and she's plummeting, and
She
she's
don't
at
no
the
come
pun
out with
bottom.
intended.
music. Who's fault? All when she come out with music, her songs are like the top of the charts, but she don't come
No,
out.
but no, the only songs of hers that been at the top is features because other people be carrying her.
She
Cardi
don't
B,
make. But Chico, you think about it. She don't make songs. She just do
Mhm.
features.
and they all don't be, and the features be popping because of the person she being featured with, not
No,
because
Chico,
of
you ain't.
her.
Chico, you ain't finna sit up and act like.
Her last good feature was the one with Glorilla. That was the last thing
No,
that was like
also her
popping.
feature with Lotto, "Rip Me Out the Plastic." I've been acting brand new.
Mm,
She cleared that,
see, that song was already jumping though.
but no,
Lotto
Chico,
got
she
so
was
much hype
like,
off that.
where she say, Broke
Somebody wrote her
niggas. No,
lyrics
she
for
said
her.
broke niggas give you dick, rich niggas sponsor goals. she, that Chico, no, the lyrics she was saying, Lotto
And
ain't.
somebody wrote Cardi B lyrics for her. We all know she can't write. So
You're not. I feel like you're a Barb hater because it's like you're not.
I'm definitely a barb. I'm a
I
barb.
can't
Woohoo.
defend someone who's married to a rapist, and not only
Oh,
that,
Yeah, that
listen.
okay. You know what? I'm
That,
gonna say I think I like Nicki Minaj's music better, but you're right. You're
that
right.
let me say something,
I
Allie.
can't be a barb
Nikki is
anymore.
the best. I think Nikki is the best rapper, but
Hmm.
Cardi's songs are more catchy, and Kent don't want to sit up here and deny that.
they
Like,
are
That
catchy.
so
they
it's
are
But
like
catchy, yeah. Like
there's
I
very few songs by Nikki I remember. Like, and you say the same thing about
oh
Nikki.
no, 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 no. You can't say that.
Chico,
Everybody know
no.
Nicki songs when they
Nikki's
play.
features,
yeah,
Nikki's
no,
features,
I know a lot of hers, yeah.
Nikki's features are more popular than her songs, just like Cardi's. Like, so let's
No,
not.
Nicki, because she started out with features. Nicki was on a bunch of features before she even
Hmm.
Like
became an
Yeah, that's how
artist.
she got her start, right, with Young Money and
Nikki's
Right.
everything.
most prominent
Mm-hmm.
feature is probably "Wake It Up,"
Mm,
but it's like only song I remember by Nikki I can just jam to is "Super Freaky Girl" and what else I like.
you are crazy. If any Nicki song plays, you're gonna sing it. Whether
Well,
it's a
Right.
chorus,
depends.
a verse, that's any Nicki
Super
song.
Freaky Girl. I like Red Ruby on the sleeves, and I like
You sound like a
Starship.
bar. You sound like a bar to my you
But
like
no, it's
super.
like you think about Cardi, like when Cardi come on the radio, it's like you know all the lyrics. Like
Hmm.
Because she a TikTok,
Hey,
she's a TikTok hoe. They
but
called Cardi B
Bodak,
and made
no,
TikTok
Chico, you're
hoes.
not gonna sit up here and lie. Like Cardi's lyrics go hard. Like
No, only thing that Cardi did that go hard is like I said, her feature with Lotto. Bongos flop. She thought
yeah,
Bongos was gonna be the
Bongos was
same thing
not.
as WAP. Cause
Bongos
WAP
was
was pop.
that song was not good. I'm not even gonna sit up here and lie.
Bongos flop bad. And she
But you
thought
know
she was
what
gonna
else
do a
sucked,
WAP.
Chico? Princess
What?
Diana. Ain't no
I
pushback.
ain't
You
gonna
know
say
Princess Diana was trash. Now Nikki
I
ate up. Let me say something. I did like I want to give Nikki this. Nikki did eat what is it? The Barbie song Barbie World.
Mhm. Oh, they did, and they should have won a Grammy for that. I don't under the Grammy really be playing in their face because they
But
definitely should have got a Grammy for that
overall, like
song.
Cardi
oh
songs
yeah.
like are more known. Like you think about Up
No, Langston,
when
I
it's
ain't gonna. You
Up when
can't
it's
say that
Up.
no more.
Chico,
You
Yes,
can't say.
yes.
Nikki's never didn't Nikki just get her first number one hit with like in the last couple of years?
You cannot say Cardi B music is more known. Cardi B also in the era
Well,
of
the charts
TikTok.
disagree, Chico,
TikTok,
because Nikki don't be getting number one hits on the Billboard Hot 100.
Nicki not a TikTok hoe either.
Well, I'm talking about
Yeah,
in
the
You
terms
charts
gotta
of
know
yeah, the
these
sales.
charts
these
are
new
really
girls.
messed up now.
Ali,
The
I'm talking
charts
about
are really messed
Cardi does outperform Nicki when it comes to actual getting views and like when it comes to charting.
up.
Cardi
Hmm.
has like five, six, seven number one hits. Nicki
Cause
might have
guess what
one.
Cardi gonna do? Cardi is gonna do some bullshit before she release music or around the time she release music. I guarantee you she finna get ready to release some music. Now that all this mess happening with her and Offset, she do it every
I
time.
mean, I
Okay, so
She
disagree,
do it
Chico.
what's
every
happening
Because
with
time.
like
them right now?
if she was to release bongos right now, bongos would still be trash. So it's like I don't think like her music has
I
to also be
tried.
good, Chico. It's like you can't like number one, the Glorilla feature was like one of the hardest features
It
I've ever
was. It
heard.
was. It was. But Glorilla is popping right now. Like she
But
needs
I'm
to
talking
win.
about
Like
like Cardi's feature on that.
she
Cardi
did. That shit. That now that's a banger. Always and forever. But Allie, what's going on now is Offset. I mean, what's the fuck is whatever the fuck the dude's
Offset,
That's
name is?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He found talking about Carly cheated on him when she was pregnant, but he's always
Wait.
cheated on
Said-
her.
Wait, he said she was cheating on him while she was pregnant?
Yes, like while the
Oh
baby was
wow.
in
8 months or something
utero.
like that too.
Oh my god, wow. That's impressive actually.
So and he talking about she ain't nothing but a hoe and leaving her and all this stuff, and he was saying that's why he fucked on her sister and
Wait,
cousin,
what?
fucked on her cousin, fucked with her cousin or
Feel
something like
bad.
that,
Feel bad.
Oh
and
wow.
and
Oh
it's
my
just a big mess. So now she was like, yeah, that's why I slept. She slept with Takeoff before he passed away. Takeoff and her was together.
Oh
And it's a bunch of drama. Like they both been cheating on each other, but Offset been cheating on Cardi how many
my god!
times?
Right?
And
Because
so her
yeah,
whole thing is she was just like, you always cheat on me, and I've never done this. So you get mad at me for doing it one time when you've been cheating on me forever.
But let
But
me
they
say
do
something,
this every
Chico.
time.
Nikki is Cardi and Meg Thee Stallion's biggest hater. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's
she
like,
is.
let
Yeah,
me say
no.
something with
I will
Cardi.
say that about Nikki. Like I just
Because
want it to
it's
be
like,
peace.
Chico, Cardi doesn't bother Nikki at all, really. She just
Mhm.
responds. So that's the
Well, she
thing.
used to. The thing is, Cardi did all her stuff way back when. Like she was attacking and doing stuff for the blogs and shit way back.
She did it. All
And
she
now
said was
she's
that.
not doing it now. She's not doing it
So let me say
now,
something,
but
Chico.
she used
All she
to.
said was, I feel like Nikki ain't mess with her. And then Nikki was going behind the scenes, spreading all that shit. And then Cardi addressed her publicly.
Yeah, like
That's
didn't
all it
didn't Nikki
is.
like get into this whole thing about how she was a bad mom and stuff?
Yeah, so it's like after that, Cardi never mentions Nikki at all. But it's like
Mhm.
Nikki is obsessed with Cardi, Chico. Like that is true. Like the way she just sends for her on social media, just so
I just
unprovoked.
need Nikki to
Like her
you
only
know how
beef.
all the girls now, Glorilla, Lotto, Meg, Cardi B, none of them have no beef. They just rap gorillas in the game.
But
You
Nikki has
know,
Right.
beef with
Yeah.
anybody who even talks to Cardi.
yes,
Mhm.
she do. That she does.
That's like a next level obsession. And Chico, it's the fact that like Cardi B's numbers are way better than Nicki's in terms of. I think that's something that bothers Nicki is like, how did Cardi just be come out of nowhere and she's
Oh, because it's like,
Cause
yeah,
she's
then
an
Nikki like
industry
knows
plant.
she's a
They
better
say
rapper. She's
They
better. Yeah.
made Cardi B. Cardi B is an industry
but you
plant
know who else
to
is an
go
industry
against
plant?
Nicki.
Ice Spice, but the numbers ain't popping like
Oh,
Cardi's.
Ice Spice ain't nothing. Don't please. She ain't got nothing.
I
Yeah,
Ice
hate
she's in
Spice.
how
trouble.
I
Yeah.
hate how Barb's try to act like Cardi B doesn't have any talent though.
She she can carry a beat, but she cannot write. But
Cardi
she
B
can
can
jump
rap,
on.
Chico.
Yeah, when somebody write the lyrics for her.
She no, actually she does. She wrote that Glorilla feature.
Oh shit! It was too good for her to write it.
She
Hell
wrote
no.
no.
It was too good.
That
That was
feature
too good.
cleared
You know
that
that feature
feature
was
cleared
too
that
good.
feature cleared Nicki's whole career. Can nobody tell me I'm wrong?
Whole career is crazy,
But
but
I
it
just
did clear. It did.
like I don't know. And Cardi B always got like this one quote from like all of her songs that have you like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you when you're right. Um. Anyway, what else been going on, guys? What y'all talk about before I got here? What's going on
You
in
see how
gymnastics?
big of a barb Chico is? Like just the thought of Cardi just had him just beaming. Like I don't know what
It
it is
really do.
about
It
Barb.
really do. Like I cannot stand Cardi B. So look,
But like
anytime
you even
somebody,
acknowledge Chico, Cardi doesn't even she doesn't even do anything to Nicki, but y'all hate her so much. It's like, why is that?
no, Cardi B just
You have
she
someone like Nicki. Nicki is one of the biggest bullies. Like a bully,
It's
a
true. That
hater.
that is true.
Like what she did to Meg Thee Stallion was just so wrong.
and
Right.
I love Meg. I don't stand against Meg. I
Yeah.
love me some Megan.
But
Megan can't do no wrong in my eyes.
and what she did to Megan, all because Megan did a song with Cardi B 4 years ago.
Right.
Wow, and Wow went out. That song went out.
Yes. But I do think a lot of that song, I do think Megan was better on that one than
Oh
Cardi.
yeah,
Yeah, no, her
Yeah.
part was
Cardi.
definitely better. And I
Yeah.
think like I don't think that song would have worked as well if it was just Cardi. Not that
I
Cardi's
just
Hmm.
part
think
wasn't
that
good,
why
but
I'm gonna be real though. I love Meg. Meg is my favorite rapper, but I think Nicki and Cardi are both more talented than Meg.
how
Well, it's
so?
because
I I love
Meg
Meg,
don't
but she,
switch up
all
her
Meg's songs
rhythm.
are like the
Meg don't
same.
sound the same. Yeah, they sound the same. I agree.
Okay.
So it's
Meg is
like,
more of a like a social. I feel like her social media presence and stuff like that is way
yeah,
better.
her
So,
political aspects and
hmm
stuff.
Hmm.
But like I was gonna say with like Cardi, Cardi's hardest song is Ring with Kalani.
mm.
Hmm.
That's her hardest song. But I haven't listened to Cardi in a while, but I know like her songs, they just do something for me. I don't know, like when they come on. And Nicki, Nicki does like I love me some super freaky girl.
So Langston, are you gonna be back in the States next year?
Yes.
So are we all planning to go to nationals? What we
I'm
doing?
trying to go to Jakarta.
Well, nationals
Oh,
here is going to be in Providence, Rhode Island.
Um,
So I'll
that's
be
Mm,
there.
well,
I mean,
we all need to
we
meet
can all
up.
go to Rhode Island for nationals.
yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
think I
trying to
can.
go to New York. Y'all know how I am. Like,
Mhm.
I
Well,
think Giovanni
you could
goes
go
for.
to Providence and then
when's the last time you
take the
went to New
train
York,
over to New
Autumn?
York.
When was the last time I went to New York?
Hmm.
The city or the state itself?
The city.
The last time I went to the city was in 2019,
What?
and then I go to upstate New York sometimes because my husband
Hmm.
has a house up there. His family has a house that we go up
Five
to.
years, Autumn?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Well, I
I'll
haven't
be
been there
honest.
since 2015.
Oh!
I'll be honest.
2015 is a
I
long
don't
time.
hate New York, but I don't love it either. So
It's so busy.
yeah, I'm kind of like I'm like okay with it. Like if I don't go there for a while, the city, I'm okay. I don't
Allie, when's the last
love
time
it.
you went to New York City?
Oh God, I think the last time I went to New York City was I was there for New Year's 2020, I think. Wait, yeah, New
Oh,
Year. Yeah, yeah. Not during the
right before
pandemic,
COVID?
before yeah,
That was
right
right
before
before
COVID.
COVID, yeah.
New York
Yeah,
was
but I'm going back to New York City at the end of next week.
oh
Oh.
wow. Why?
Yeah, what for?
Um family there.
Oh,
Uh
cool. Are
In-laws, yeah,
are
in-laws are there.
are you from there? Oh no, you said your in-laws.
No, 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 my in-laws are.
she's from
Okay.
Baltimore County in Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why did you move all the way to California? Just curiosity.
Oh, I got into a doctoral program out there, and they
Oh.
gave me oh, and yeah, and they gave me a fellowship and full funding.
Oh,
I
okay.
wanted
Oh,
to say
I
to
would have moved too.
Mhm.
uh what was I gonna say? Autumn, you went all the way to DC last week.
What was it? I'm sorry.
You went all the way to DC for that wedding.
Oh, sorry. One more time. I couldn't hear you very well.
You went all the way to DC for a wedding.
Oh, yes, yes. Actually, it's kind of a weird thing because the people that we went to the wedding, they actually live in Massachusetts, but I guess the now husband had a family member, and where they had the reception was at the family member's giant mansion,
Got you.
and they lived
Mm.
in Maryland, and they got that whole area obviously for free. So it was like, hey, like, why not have our reception in Maryland where we could, because I guess they were budgeting. So they were
Mhm.
offering the mansion place for free. Then, they didn't have to pay for too much else.
Oh, that was
That
smart.
makes sense. That makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense. Yeah.
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 Do you ever go to Philly?
I used to go a little bit more often. After 21, I haven't really been there because one, I hate driving to Philly. It's a pain in the ass. Like
Hmm.
Mhm.
roads just end. It's like you're in, like, let's say a 4 lane, all of a sudden it turns into a 3 lane, and it's really hard to drive to Philly. So I do my best to like
Man, get back.
yeah, but I've been to the airport recently, so when
Got
I
you.
but I don't
Mhm.
really my brother used to and my sister-in-law used to live in Philly because they were doctors and they graduated from PCOM. So
Right.
Mhm.
Oh, Pecan is a good school.
yeah, so now he's in Georgia and she's in LA right now, but it's only for a year.
Got you. He's in Atlanta?
No, no, she's in LA.
No, you said your
LA.
friend is in Georgia.
Oh, I'm sorry. My brother, he's in not Atlanta. I think he's in Evans, Georgia. It's a little bit more towards South Carolina up north.
Ah, got you.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say that if I lived in Jersey or like where Autumn lived, bitch, I'd stay in Philly, stay in New York, bitch. You couldn't tell me nothing. Cause I'd be so close
Mhm.
to everything.
Yeah, like
That's
my
why I
area.
want to get stationed in McGuire in New Jersey. So I can go to New York and Philly and
Do
stuff
you
like
have a
that.
choice on where you get stationed,
You
or
can make
you
a
can put in
list,
your
yeah.
preference?
Yeah,
Okay.
you have like a basic preference. Yeah, bitch. I
How was your
wanna
mom gonna feel about you going to Jersey?
my mom wouldn't care. I'm all the way in Japan. At least I'm closer than I am.
Yeah, like yeah,
This
then
is
you're
true.
Yeah,
like
right.
you're not that far away. You're like a flight or a long drive away.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, if she's okay with being in Japan, like, why would she? You have to say, I don't think Jersey would bother
Mhm.
her
How long were you in Japan?
into
He's been there a long.
2026.
He he been there a long time.
Yeah,
I've
but
only
like
been
what
here since 2024, but 2023, but 2026 is when I leave. So I still got 2 years.
gotcha, gotcha.
Oh
Well,
man.
reporting live from Worlds. I want you to be reporting live. How fast can your fingers move?
Oh, it's gonna be a minute because if I get stationed in Japan 2026, that means I probably would go to Korea. I means I wouldn't leave Korea until 2027.
Move,
And that means that I might even I might not even come
Kendall.
back to the States until 2030 something. But we'll
You got to
see.
come back for the LA Olympics. What are you
Oh
saying?
yeah, I'll come back. I'm talking about to live, not like
Oh,
to
okay.
visit. Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Okay,
know
so
people who
all y'all
haven't
planning
I
on
know
being there,
people who
right?
haven't been I know people haven't lived in the US for 10 years.
Listen, I'm gonna be in LA the whole time gymnastics going on.
You
Literally.
know, what's name already got somewhere to stay. But I'm
Who?
working on I'm thinking about paying Allie for rent, bitch.
Me too.
2 weeks of rent, sure.
Yeah, like I'm paying, bitch. You finna take this $100 and we gonna do what it gonna do because it's like
How far do you stay from LA, Allie?
Oh, I'm in LA.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you live in
you got.
downtown LA, Allie?
I'll tell you where. I'll tell you exactly where in the chat.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, because we can't be having
Yeah.
hosts fine. So let's just say this: is your mate? Let me just say, is your mayor that black lady?
No. Wait. Let me just see.
So are you
Yeah,
like
I know.
LA city limits?
I am still in like yeah. I'm still in the city. Yeah, I am in the city.
Who is the mayor of LA again? I know it's a black lady.
Wait, let me see. LA. It's Katie. Karen Bass is the mayor of
Yeah,
the city of LA.
yeah. So Karen Bass is your mayor.
Yep, Karen Bass is the mayor. Yeah, I voted for her in 2022.
So that means that yeah. So she do actually stay in LA, LA.
Yeah.
Because you know, like Chico, when people say they're
Yeah,
from
no, no, no,
Atlanta,
no. I'm not in
you
one
rarely
of
ever
the
meet someone
like.
who
Yeah, I'm
lives in
not in one of the
Atlanta.
parts. I'm not in one of the parts of LA that's like its own city. Like Beverly Hills, it's its own thing. Santa Monica is its own thing. I'm not in one.
Yeah.
I'm not in there.
Like Chico, there's like no one from Atlanta.
Mm.
Like the city, like Chico, Allie, like no one lives in the city of Atlanta at all.
Allie,
Everyone
you
just
got to figure some stuff out
everyone just lives in the
when
suburbs.
when LA come around.
Oh, it's
I
gonna
know
be
you have to
yeah, it's
figure.
gonna be chaos. But we're gonna have to see.
Yeah,
You gonna
Yeah,
have to
that's the
see.
thing.
I'm sure your family and stuff gonna want to come to the Olympics since you so
They
close.
probably will. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they probably will.
Because that's the thing. It's like them hotels gonna be just so fucking expensive.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Holy cow. Yeah. Or
We talking about like a band a night
Mm.
just to stay in fucking Inglewood.
Ooh, I don't. I think that's gonna be pretty far away from where they are.
No, Inglewood is that's where the
Wait.
Sophie Stadium is.
Oh wait, you're right. It is.
Yeah. So
Okay. Shit,
Chico, when
traffic.
you was in California, where did you stay?
I lived in San Luis Obispo. It's Central
Oh,
California,
so
right
you
on the
were like
beach.
you were pretty far north then.
Yeah.
It's right
Well,
in
I
the
guess
middle
yeah, I
because I
guess
was
it's
only
more
two.
central. Even yeah, San Luis Obispo actually is more central, but
Do
it's
you
I
still
was
ever go
like
to
two and a
like
half
you know.
two and a
you
half
ever go,
hours from LA.
do you ever go to like San Francisco, Alley?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, I did.
I've been to San Francisco 3 or 4 times.
How you feel about it?
I like visiting it. I wouldn't live there though.
Yeah, it's way
I
more
agree,
expensive.
Allie.
It's
Yeah,
way
it's
more
just the
expensive than LA.
two big things are well, actually, the number one thing, and this is like 75% of it, it's too expensive. The other
Mhm.
25% is like it's the weather, it's foggy all the
Yeah.
time. I just
Mm-hmm.
think I get depressed.
Also, like they say the homelessness in San Francisco is on a whole new level.
Well,
yeah.
yeah, because it's so expensive.
Yeah, so
Allie.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
I was there last year, it was like this man going around killing homeless people in LA.
I
Did you
heard
hear about
about
that?
that. Yeah, I did. That was crazy. Yeah, so
Mm.
yeah, the
Yeah.
other thing too is like, okay, so like if you're, like if you're in San Francisco, like it's a pretty place. Like, it's got the bay, the bridge, the streets are kind of like have an old fashioned vibe, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I don't think I'd like driving or like having to drive or walk around there because the hills are so intense.
Right.
Like there were times I remember when I was driving there and I had to like come to a dead stop at the top of a hill, and I'm like, oh my god. Like
Yeah,
if I'm ever doing this in the rain, it's gonna be terrible.
it looks like it's
Yeah.
gonna be
And
personal.
yeah, but like I like going there to visit. It's like you can really, if you like the redwood forest, you can get to a couple ones that are kind of nearby that are really cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, yeah, if you like that kind of stuff. The science center, their science center is really good, or
Yeah.
the Academy of Sciences. They have a lot of good museums and stuff, and a lot of cultural things.
But I was gonna say, like, Lincoln Lawyer, they're gonna be all over LA Alley.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I have to watch it. Yeah, I've been watching every once in a while usually when I'm with my parents, we'll rewatch Columbo, which is like that's an old show, but it was filmed all over LA.
Chico, where do you go to the most? I know you be going back and forth between Mississippi and Alabama. Do you ever go to New Orleans?
I went to New Orleans a lot when I was in college.
I want to go back to New
So
Orleans.
I kind of got bumped out of New Orleans. I went a lot when I was in college.
Yeah, New Orleans is kind of overrated, but I still like. What I actually like the most about New Orleans is Center City. I don't. I like Center City more than the French Quarter. The French Quarter restaurants are not that good. They do have good drinks though, but the food in the French Quarter, like they beignet, you know what I'm talking about. Cafe de Monde does not have good beignets. They shits is like I don't know. I know Chico's people can cook. Chico, I know your family be cooking, bitch.
Well, I haven't. Me being home this year, because I stayed in California basically all of last year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've been home a lot this year, and I they get mad because I want home cooked meals when I go like visit, and no one likes to cook. So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to Thanksgiving this year.
Oh, that should be
Mm.
really fun.
I'm all the way across the world, so
Ugh.
I'm starting to get sick of Japan.
Mhm. How long have you been there?
I'm not starting. I've been sick of Japan. Let me take that back.
Mhm.
But like, ugh.
Is that why when I send you food videos, you're like, no?
I've never liked Japanese food like that.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
for me, I always eat American restaurants in Japan. Like I'll eat like sushi or something like that every now and then, but like for the most part, Japanese food is like something I don't ever have to have again in my life. Like I've never really liked ramen and sushi like that. So it's like that's kind of the main reason. It's like I really miss because like America has so many different diverse food options. You know what I'm trying to say?
Hmm.
Yeah.
And Japan has, they have a decent a bit, but it's not like America. So I just miss like Chipotle and like all the different stuff that y'all have. Like I miss Texas Roadhouse. You know what I'm saying? Like you eat good living in America and y'all don't really even realize
Can
like how good y'all
y'all can
have
hear
it.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saying yes
Like
to
people
me?
be acting like what I don't like is like people act like Japan is like the best place in the world and I just disagree. I do love the transportation though.
I have heard that before. People love Japan. I have never been, so
Mhm.
You gonna come and I think you would love it if you visited, but Japan is not better than the United States at all. Like, except for transportation. But besides transportation, I don't think Japan beats America really in anything. Safety. Japan don't have like no they do have crime, but like
But not
the
like a
crime
lot of violent crime.
no.
Mhm.
So it's very safe. That's another thing. You can be out late at night walking around, you don't gotta worry about nothing.
Mhm.
That's the only thing I can say about Japan. It's no crime and they have really good transportation. But besides that, I prefer the US.
there's just like so many different options you can get in
Yeah.
the US
The only thing
versus
about America is like why we gotta have so much damn crime.
We do have a lot of crime. Too much
A lot of people. I don't
unnecessary
know.
crime.
Like, damn, like
Uh,
why can't y'all hoes act right? And it'd be violent, stupid crimes and stuff. Like people
oh,
in
by the
America just
way, sorry. Oh, you guys were asking who's Leanne Wong going to compete with at the Swiss Cup, and it's Fuzzy Banas or Benas.
who the hell
Wait,
is
Leanne
that?
Wong going to the Swiss Cup?
Yeah, yeah, they're sending her and yeah, and Fuzzy Benas who
Move. When did they announce this? Where was I?
recently, yeah, they actually they have a list of I just pulled it up on Gymniverse. They have a list of who all's going. They're doing a mixed team for with between Algeria and Switzerland, and they're sending Kaylee Moore and Christian Baumann.
Mm.
So that'll be
They better not
interesting. But
burn.
Kaylee
They
can't
better
really
not
do.
burn Katie and Namor out for the next 4 years. Cause
yeah, I'm
Kaylee just
worried.
love competing, bitch. Like sit
I
your
think she
ass
loved competing
down.
too.
Yeah, I think
Girl,
that's
like
why
she
she was doing all the World Cups and stuff because she didn't have to do all that. But yeah, Brazil they're sending Julia Suarez and Caio Souza. So I guess he's recovered from his injuries.
Yeah, Julia
Julia,
need
girl,
all
sit
the
your ass
practice.
down.
Julia, no, Julia needs to get practice on beam and floor so she can get. She really need to get a one and a
Yeah,
half
like
on ball.
I think she's talented on both those apparatuses, but she needs more consistency, especially on
Yeah,
beam.
I
Like
would
you
consider.
feel
I
like
would
she
send her.
could, like she got a good enough score in qualification to make the beam final, but she's just not but she's just so inconsistent. Like she fell in team final and in the event final.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in
Yeah,
the event final, I can't hold that against her because four people fell and Joe Yachin grabbed the beam and Manila had a big wobble. But
I still think Joey Chin should have got the gold medal. They just didn't want to give her the gold medal with a
because she
hand on the
grabbed with it
beam.
with an error like
Yeah,
Yeah,
that,
because it's
yeah.
like, what's the name? Routine was just too easy and too over.
Alice's, yeah. I
yeah.
like it. Like I think Alice did a she performed that routine really well, and she didn't and she performed. I think she had the smoothest routine of anybody, and the routine that went the way it was the only one who really had a routine that went the way it was supposed to go. But Joe
Hmm.
Yuchi's routine was almost a full point harder.
And it's
It
just
was, and then she executed everything fine until she grabbed the
Yeah,
beam.
except for that.
Everything
Yeah,
was
and even
perfect.
after that, she recovered and did a really clean routine after
Hmm.
that.
Yeah,
mm-mm.
I just
So
wasn't understanding why she didn't get the
I
gold,
mean,
but
yeah, if
okay.
they were going to give her a 14-1, because I was looking at Alice's scores too, and before that point, the best score she'd gotten was what was it, a
14 oh,
14.033.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
14.033 in the all around final. And so, I mean, I guess they just really wanted, didn't want Joe Yachin to win with a beam grab. But yeah, I see what you're
That
saying.
14-3 was just ridiculous though.
That
Like,
is
Yeah,
ridiculous. I was
I could
just
have
thinking
seen
like
14-2, or even just giving her a 14-1 and having her win the
one,
tie break. Yeah.
but
I
it's
think
because
like
I
that
that
was thinking like,
14-1 could have been reasonable because
mm-hmm.
hmm
It's like
I think it was a
14-3.
little better. Yeah, I thought 14-1, maybe even a little over that because I think it was a slightly better routine than what she did in the all around final.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I could see it scoring a little better, but yeah,
But
maybe
14-3 is a big ass score on beam.
yeah, especially when you only have a 5.8D.
That's like fucking insane.
Yeah, and
That
I was
8-5,
thinking
like an 8-5 is like the routine of someone's life. And they have to be like, they have to
and they
have
have
like
to have really
perfect
good execution. And I think Alice's execution on beam is decent. She's got good flexibility. She doesn't have a shit ton of built-in deductions like some people, but she's not absolutely perfect form like what you can see from Reby when she does her best execution.
Yeah, and then
Hmm.
Or
they even get
what Joe Yachin is on most of her skills, except for the
and they don't even
speed
get
grade.
no
Hmm.
8-5s.
Right, right. I think the way they were scoring everybody, if Reby had really done her best routine, they might have given her an 8.5. I think they gave her an 8.4 in qualification.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, well, I was just
But
comparing this to
that
Antwerp.
8-4, Reby went off on beam and qualification.
Yeah.
She did. She really did. I was like,
Mhm.
damn.
Yeah.
That's
And
why I hate.
I was sitting here mad because it's like, why would you waste your routine of your life?
I know, right? Because she had decent, like she had a decent routine in team final, and a decent one in the AA final, but not like
Like
the
those
routine of
decent
her
routines would
life.
have gotten her through to the event final. And
Right. Yeah, like because the cutoff was 13.8.
she just needed a decent routine in event final and
Yeah,
qual. And
like if she had just because she had a 6-1D if she got like around a 14-1.
mhm. But she
But
should have
yeah,
saved that 14.5 for the all around or for a
well,
bit. Because if she would have
yeah,
done a
then she would have
14.5 in the
won.
all around, she would have put the pressure on Simone, bitch. Oh,
Right, and maybe Simone wouldn't have done quite as well on floor, and maybe she would have like
I
gone into
think
floor
Reby
more
would have still did away
motivated.
on floor because that floor really did. Like Simone just had to
Yeah,
put
well, I
in her
was saying like, what if she was more motivated going into floor? But you're right.
because
Or
Reby
like
got
she was just feeling super confident. But then again, like even in Tokyo though, like Suni like kind of fucked up on her wolf turn on beam, and she only
Yeah.
yeah. So like it was looking like after that Andrade was just gonna have the gold medal.
Him.
Yeah,
yeah.
like with just like her normal floor routine, and there wasn't anything Suni could do about it, and
And
then she
that,
went
yeah, that's
about,
why
and
I
then
made
she
my
got
little.
4 tenths in neutral deductions, and it's like, well, and Suni did the best routine she'd done in years.
Mhm.
But
They
like
clear
even then, like
Suni.
they did, yeah. Like only giving her a 13-7 on that floor routine, I thought that was a little harsh. But I also thought they could have given Reby a little bit more on bars and beams. So
Yeah. But
like
also, I feel like if Reby and Suni both went off in Tokyo, I think Suni might have narrowly won.
but yeah, because of the way they were evaluating her bars, I think so. And because her vault and floor in Tokyo were better than what we were, especially her floor was
Yeah, and
better
it's
than what
like
we were seeing here.
also like Suni could have beat Reby by a lot on beam in Tokyo.
Yeah, not so much now, I think, because Ruby's
Yeah.
gotten a lot. Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Reedy's
like
way better on beam, and
than she was in Tokyo.
her
Yeah,
floor now is roughly the same though. Like 2023, her floor was a lot better than
yeah. Like if she'd had that 2023 floor in Tokyo, Suni couldn't have beaten her, and I think she might have
no.
beaten. I think she would might have beaten Simone the way Simone was performing in qualifications.
Yeah. She would have, yeah, she would have qualified number one. With
Right.
her being from this year or with her floor from last year, she would have qualified number one over Simone.
Right. I think even then, didn't she have like some issues on bars and qualification in Tokyo?
Yeah,
And that's
and on
part of why she
beam.
didn't end up qualifying. That's part of why she ended up qualifying over Simone.
Yeah.
Even
Simone, the
though
fact that Simone still won in qualifications was wow.
it was,
Simone would have
yeah, like
still
with
won in the all around with those scores.
right, yeah, especially if she just like done her Aminar instead of the Chong.
Simone
If she hadn't
still
been having
qualified.
trouble with the Aminar, yeah.
Simone still qualified for everything.
Right. With like and with bar I think bars was the only like event qualification where she didn't
Yeah,
have something that went
when I was
wrong.
texting in the group chat, I really forgot she messed up on bars until I just rewatched it on the documentary, and I was
Yeah,
like,
she
oh.
messed up on bars.
Yeah, in the AA finals, she did that this year, yeah.
And that's why I mentioned like, I really had Charlize win at this Olympics because she would have had a gold medal on beam. The way everybody would just because she would,
Oh god, yeah,
you
no, if
can't,
she could have
you
stayed
can't.
on the beam, I think she would have, and she could have like done a good routine. I think she would have gotten gold,
No,
yeah.
and then she would have beat Sony. People keep trying to compare. Like Sony haven't competed internationally in how long? So
In
Charlize's scores would
Tokyo.
have held up, and she would have beat her in
Charlize would have
qualification
easily beaten Suni in qualification.
Yeah. I think
easily.
like yeah, I think people were expecting like somehow Suni was gonna show up like she was in Tokyo,
I
especially
feel
on
like
floor when
people
like
have they have too much expectation for the previous Olympic all arounder, no matter who it is.
Hmm.
yeah, or no matter what their situation is. And
Right,
Like
right.
the
it's like
ABPPE,
guys, she hasn't been able to like train consistently.
it's like Suni just like Suni's max
Which
is like a 57. Because the thing is, Suni put together all her best scores at once, which is very
Hmm.
unlikely. She
mhm,
could like, compete with Shiley's. But it's like
yeah.
Shiley's average is like a 57. Suni's
Yeah.
best is a 57. You know what I'm trying to say?
Hmm.
Shiley's
Yeah.
best is close to a 58. So it's like
Right.
Charlize has like a point advantage over Suni.
Yes, you
Mhm.
do.
And you even see
Yeah.
like Jordan was almost able to beat Suni
Jordan, exactly, which
Yeah,
goes to
just
show
with
you what
Jordan
Sony.
basically
Yeah,
having her best was able to
with
almost beat
nothing
Suni.
with her nothing as being difficulty. But I do think that yeah, like Suni gave it. Suni gave away the all around. She like Jordan should have beat Suni in quals, but Suni
but
gave away
Jordan,
so much, like to even
yeah,
allow
she
that to
did.
happen. Because you
Yeah,
think
she did
about
like
like
But
especially
Suni,
on Beam.
she also benefited because her layout dismount full thing wasn't even a layout. Like there were some screenshots of her of bent knees and like a pike position, and
Yeah,
people
but
are like,
you
"Oh,
think yeah, the
she got
problem
full
is with
credit.
the
She got full credit for that." It's like, what the
it's
fuck?
just the way
yeah.
the judges like know what Suni needs at the right time. You know what I'm talking about? Like they're just gonna give her
Mhm.
exactly what she needs every
Right.
fucking time.
It's like as long as she doesn't fuck up majorly, we'll give her nothing lower than like a 14 or something.
And like there, it's like
Yeah.
it's you think about it like Chico, it's always just enough. Always like in the
Yeah,
all
Hmm.
it's
around and qualifications for the bar finals, it's like it's always just enough.
Wait,
Like
okay, so do you guys think like with Suni versus Alice that was an actual robbery situation, or do you think it was just really close and it could
again,
have
that's
gone up?
not my problem, but that
Mhm.
beam, dismount, and all around in that vault.
Mhm.
yes. He stepped out of bounds and didn't get a deduction for it.
I mean, that is true. Yeah, that was a big one that helped.
Yeah.
So it's
Um,
like
yeah, okay, so on bars, who do you think the rightful bars bronze medalist
I
was?
think it was Nina. I argue with your mama. Like Nina did mess up on her dismount, but
Mhm.
like Suni's handstands and shit like that, like them grip adjustments, like I'm talking about just 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. And it's like Suni
Yeah.
8'5", 8'6", 8'4". And it's just like, no.
You know, and
Yeah.
I just and again, like it sucks that the people we knew were gonna be on the team weren't there because
Yeah.
not to humble the Sony haters, but like y'all really think Sony can beat Charlize in the all around? Sony can't beat Jordan, let alone Sky and Shy. Like
Well,
what?
Wait, yeah.
considering she
I
beat
do
her in
think Suni could.
trials.
I think Suni could beat Sky Blakely because
Because
Sky
on
Well,
would
we
beat.
floor,
know Sky
it
is
would
gonna
just be
fuck up
Sky
with one
floor, but
thing.
on floor,
Sky
but
no, so Sky would beat her by a lot on Vol, but
Sooner
she's
beat her by maybe 3 to 4 tenths on bars, maybe the way they would
I
score
think
her.
more
no.
than that. I think at least six. I think at least 6 tenths.
Yeah, I think 5 or 6,
And they
and
Yeah,
could
I
score
think
I
about
think
the
that
with like
same on
SUNY's
Bean.
max on
yeah,
bars is like I think right now is like 14.9, maybe if she really went off 15.
yeah,
And
I think
Sky's
Sky's
I
like
think
a
is around
14.3,
14.2, 14.3.
14.3,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
then yeah, they're about the same on Beam, and they're about the same on floor. So
Mhm.
actually,
Sooner
Sky
might be
would
a
win
little,
because
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
Sky's
because
yeah.
Sky got the
chain,
chain.
Sky's chain
Will
is a
score
bigger
15.
advantage
It
than
can score
Suni's vault.
15.
Yeah, her best chunk.
Well,
Yeah, Sky's best
her
chunk is
score,
it's
yeah, cause her chain will score what Sony bars would score. And then Sunni Bars would not score what I mean Sunni Vault won't score what Sky Bars will score. Yeah, if I think
yeah,
I said
yeah, I
that right.
agree with
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah, because Sunni
But
Vault would be too low.
even still, it's like a
It'll be
tenth or
close though.
two. Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
it'll be really
like
close.
so. I mean, yeah, she could beat,
Yeah.
but Shiley's is better than her on vault bars. Suni might be a little bit better than Shy on beam, but Shiley's is better than her on floor. So it's like,
Shy is more consistent. Well, I could say Charlize is more consistent on being. We can say that based
Yeah.
off of the
yeah,
2 years we got. Like that's crazy to say. Suni is a beamer, but Charlize is the most consistent besides Simone on beam, and Simone ain't
yeah,
even
Right.
consistent on beam.
yes, yeah.
Right.
This year, Simone was missing that first combination almost every time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually stopped having her try it at the Olympics, which I was surprised by, but I guess it just well, I guess I wasn't because, like you said, she kept missing it in the domestic competitions.
Yeah, just
Hmm.
go for the 6'4".
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Mm.
Hmm.
Damn. I just pray. You know what I don't want to happen? Sky and Shy put so much pressure on themselves coming back.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
you
I hope
know,
they
and
I really
try
hope they pace themselves, especially Shilese, because it's like you're already a six-time world medalist.
Right.
Like,
mm-hmm.
and I think she can. I think she still will still go for 2026 and 2027 world championships, no
Yeah.
doubt.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's probably going to be a good idea to like keep herself competing to get used to the new code and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's probably a really smart strategy for her. And I mean, she has a chance at winning an all-around world title as well, which she
Oh
hasn't
Yeah.
yeah.
yet. I think I don't know. I mean, with bars, it's going to depend on like if Kaylee is still in top shape. I don't think her bars gold chances are great. Like it's a possibility, especially if
Right.
Kaylee falls.
Kalia
But I
is
mean,
really consistent though.
she is, yeah. Like especially at internet at worlds and Olympic competitions,
Mm-hmm.
like, that's what I was saying. Like, I knew like Kalia wasn't doing great at that Rome Gym Trophy, but but she wasn't doing great at the Paris World Challenge Cup before World Championships, and then she turned up in the finals.
So
They
it's like,
really wasn't playing with Kaylee on Bean. I don't know what the
Oh
fuck she
my
did with them
god!
judges. I didn't think her Bean was that bad to get a 13-1. I don't know what they were doing.
Well, one of the big things that was happening to her was they weren't crediting one of her most important combos because her only attempt at a leap series is a switch leap plus a switch half plus a
Oh, that
orbit.
switch half was bad.
Yeah, the switch half is a problem, but the problem is though if they don't give her credit for that connection, then
She
she doesn't get.
lose requirement points.
Yeah, she loses five
Mm.
tenths for the requirement. Then she loses.
mm.
Yeah, she loses the connection between the switch half and the yeah, the switch and the switch half, and then she loses the series bonus for doing three elements in a row. So that's
Damn.
lost
Yeah,
right
that's so
there.
that's what it was. Alice, see, that's why I depend on you.
Oh, thanks. But yeah, I'm just saying, like they really do need to add like a
You know who's
super
downfall I'm
simple
praying on this upcoming quad?
who.
Anna's and Sabrina's.
Ooh,
Oh, uh,
me too.
how can you have a downfall when you weren't really up?
Ooh,
I mean, I don't want them to qualify for no team finals, baby. I don't even want them to make it to LA.
Whew.
I want them to have what that Milton they had in 2015. All of that, baby. I want them to be begging Catalina Pernod to come back.
Oh my god. Okay, now that.
Cause it's like after everything they did,
Hmm.
God don't like ugly. I'm telling you, Jesus don't play about black women.
no,
So
it's Nadia Comaneci and fucking Simone fucking Biles documentary for me.
yeah,
I'm
that
like
Why was
that
picture.
she in the
bitch.
wait, why was she in the documentary?
They was
Talking
giving
about the
homage to the
Olympics.
first perfect 10 and
Oh,
that
okay.
bullshit. And then she got the interview and talking about Simone is just the best and da da
Girl,
da
you're
da.
racist as hell.
Hmm.
I'm like, girl, no.
It's just like, ugh, that shit was so
Well,
fucking
to be fair,
unnecessary.
they did have like in the Simone Biles documentary and all the other episodes, they kind of went back in time and they were talking about other gymnasts like Dominique Mosciano was in it and
Yeah, they
Dominique
did talk about
Dawes.
Dominique too.
Yeah, so like
And
Hmm.
Dominique
it
Dawes.
they kind of like want to make sure they're educating the audience as well. Like if you're just watching it because you're a Simone Biles fan, not because you know a lot about gymnastics, they want to educate those types
Okay,
of.
but everyone knows about Nadia and Gabby and Olga Korbut.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but like they'll bring back like a point that kind of relates back in time. Like let's say for an example, like just this past episode, not to spoil anything, but they were talking about how the age in gymnastics it used to be 30-year-olds, and then it now once Nadia came to the scene, it was 14 and young girls, and now Simone
Hmm.
being 27 is now this big huge thing, and like that's
Hmm.
why they're saying that it's so incredible that Simone at 27 is still doing gymnastics when the age used to be 14, and then before Nadia became the big star, like I said, there'd be like 20 and 30-year-olds that were winning gymnastics competitions. So that's
Yeah.
kind of they
Although
kind of
even although yeah, although even before Nadia, like you started seeing younger champions coming in, like because like I mean, because like you had me like Olga Corbett was I think only 17 at the
Yeah,
in the,
she was
Munich- the
17 in
Munich.
1972. So
Yeah,
she about
yeah,
the
and
same as
like
like now.
yeah,
yeah.
and like and Nadia, yeah, and Ludmila Teresheva did her first like international for the Olympics for the first time in 1968 when she was only 16,
Let's
and
talk
she like
about
and
let's
Teresa
talk
was
about
like winning it. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
let's talk about Ludmilla's downfall. Because like I know she was jealous of Olga because it's like don't nobody remember her, don't nobody talk about her. Despite her
Oh
sister
yeah, because
always
I was
talk.
gonna say like Teresa won way more than Olga did, but you're right. Nobody
Hello?
remembers her. Oh hey,
No, it was only
You
Olga.
can hear me, Allie?
yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear you.
Just like
Okay.
Nelly Kim. Don't nobody really talk about Nelly Kim like that. It's only Olga. So it's
Hmm.
like Nelly Kim had all this jealousy for Nadia, but it's like where's your smoke for Olga?
Yeah, because like I mean, I actually do think Nelly deserves a little more credit than she gets for innovating like on difficulty, especially on vault.
Yeah.
I mean, and she invented the double tuck, which was super nice of her. Well, that not really, but she
Olga
named
could
that.
tumble, yeah, but it's
Yeah, no,
Nelly could
Olga. I
tumble.
think I think yeah, like in 1956, I think Olga also did a double tuck. Most of the Soviet team had a double tuck.
I
Nelly had the
understand why
best
Nelly
double
never
tuck, but
talks about like discrimination and stuff she dealt with, like being a East
oh
Asian
yeah, because
and
like yeah, like because I think she's the like because obviously Russia is mostly in Asia and it like and the border of Russia like stretches all the way to China. So, but like Nelly Kim's I think the only prominent Russian gymnast who was like visibly Asian descent.
yeah. And Seda Tutalia has another one that's like non-Russian ethnicity. There's been other European ethnicity, like I'm talking about
Yeah,
Ukrainian and
or like
Belarusian.
Aliyah Mustafina has a lot of Central Asian heritage.
Tatar, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, which is why like her last name's Mustafina.
But she looks ethnically Russian though.
Yeah, yeah, I think her mother is ethnically Russian. Her father
Hmm.
is Tatar, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a lot for the most part. Like I read about them, but it's like Russia is a very conservative. I'm trying to say like
Yeah.
um and the thing is that I know Ukrainians do discrimination, but Russia is very like pro-Slavic. I'm trying to say, at least the
Right, right.
USSR was. So like they did always see Ukrainians and Belarusian as lower than Russians, but they were always seen as better as like than like
Than like
Kazakh
than other ethnicities,
and
especially like Central.
Turkmen. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially like Central and East Asian ethnicities.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah. I had one of my friends in the military, she's from Kazakhstan. She's always talk about it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know as much about that, like, but I know with like studying the nuclear arms race, like there were some pretty serious meltdowns, nuclear meltdowns in Kazakhstan
Yeah.
because
Kazakhstan
of yeah,
Kazakhstan
just as an
uh
example of like kind of being pushed to the side.
yeah, Kazakhstan is really an example of a colony because it's like that's where they sent like a lot of like Russian ethnic Russians and other Europeans
Hmm.
to like kind of control like the
Like
that
control or even
area.
replace them,
Mhm.
like
And it's
completely
like
replace.
now the Kazakh government is kicking out a lot of ethnic Russians.
Mhm.
But yeah, but all Kazakhstan didn't really exist before the Russians though. It's like
Mhm.
a basically it's like they
It
created
was
the
like there were
territory.
people there and there was like cultures and stuff, but like
Yeah.
it wasn't like it wasn't a nation.
So like yeah, they have like they speak Kazakh, but like almost all Kazakh people have Russian names.
Hmm.
So like that's
Oh, is
why
it because
I
it because they gave them surnames to keep track of
yeah,
them
so that's why I didn't
versus like
remember what I
versus how they
said.
would do
I
their
thought
yeah.
that the girl who Emma B was ethnically
Oh,
Russian.
Aida.
Yeah.
Oh God, I can't remember her last name, but
And
yeah,
she's not Russian. She just has a Russian name.
I saw pictures of her. She isn't. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
some of the some Kazakh gymnasts do have more. They don't have Russian last names like Milad Karimi.
Yeah.
Like that's yeah, like he doesn't. But like
Mhm.
even some guys are kind of like Nariman Kurbanov. I think like the last name's fairly Russian. His first name isn't, but yeah, I think a lot of them
Yeah.
got Russian surnames and
Yeah.
names.
Kazakhstan is usually very influenced by Russia.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I brought that up in the chat. Nelly Kim failed to be reelected as one of the vice presidents for the FIG.
Damn, Nelly.
Yeah, I know. Like that's huge.
She
Yeah.
wrote she wrote for Russia all them years just to get done in.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah. Well, they switched. She switched her ethnicity to Belarusian. Belarusian. I
Belarus
guess
is banned too, though.
they are, yeah. So it didn't work out for her, and yeah. But I was looking
Girl,
at
at
the
least try Kazakhstan. Like,
or Tajikistan because she was born there.
because it's like Belarus is
Yeah.
banned too, girl.
Right?
Belarus really sat up here and got banned. Like they could have just minded their fucking business, but they got banned just like Russia, like just because they
I
couldn't
mean,
mind their fucking business.
I mean, the way Putin controls the Belarusian government, probably they
I
couldn't
mean,
figure
yeah,
out.
but Belarus chose to invade Ukraine though, on their
Oh,
own,
they
like,
did. Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't. I'm not excusing them. I
with they
think
nothing ass
we know why
military.
they did it. Yeah.
Just to say they was part of, just to say they was there, like, because they
Hmm.
wasn't doing nothing. They could have just minded their fucking business.
Hmm.
And that's what that was my excuse. Because remember that Belarusian gymnast qualified to the Olympics. So
Yeah.
how come a Belarusian can qualify but a Kazakh gymnast can't?
Hmm.
Middle was making all bad excuses for that Kazakh girl who got cleared by Emma
Well,
Malabuya.
I mean, the thing is, Emma didn't even. I get that Emma has access to really good training, but she wasn't showing any of that. She like she got a 50. I was actually looking this up. She got cleared by two of China's B team, no, C or really even Z team girls. No, like no, the gymnast who the Chinese gymnast who got gold and silver at the Asian Championships in 2024. I'd never heard of them. I had to go on their FIG profiles to figure out when they'd even competed.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did not know who they were.
That's
They're
my
like
beat.
yeah, and they're like and most of them like they don't even have really good records domestically in China. Like I said, I don't think they weren't even like
Yeah.
on the second string of gymnasts being considered for the Olympics.
Like they wanted Emma Malabuya, like they was just giving Emma Malabuya, and it's just
And
like it's
they
just
still beat Emma
anti-American.
Malabuya, yeah.
And I
Mhm.
can't, like, it's not Emma Malabuya's fault because like Mama compete with an FTY.
Yeah.
Like she had not even a 5 OD score.
No.
That's so sad.
And you still lost to her. So it's like, whose fault is that?
Yeah.
And the Catholic girl was like, I did the routine of my life. Well, that's like, what is that saying about your life then?
Yeah.
Because there's no excuse. Like she should have cleared Emma Malabuya.
Hmm.
And then Chuso, I wonder if Chuso injury was she didn't want to get cleared.
Maybe, yeah, because I think Emma Malabuya definitely would have beaten her. Like I said, the Chinese C2D listers, they would have
Because you
beaten
are right.
her.
Like, the only thing, because when Chuso was talking about she was going to compete all around, I was like,
Actually, to be fair, I will be fair. The 2024 Asian Championships on beam sorry, in the AA this year, she actually is pretty decent on bars when she hits. I found like I actually did find out I did see her at one point at one of the World Cups. She had like a pretty decent score in qualification of 14.6, 14.7, I think,
that's
on
good.
bar. Yeah, and then she fell like I don't even know how many times she fell in the final because she got like a 9 something.
Ooh.
So like I said, I think in some of the case, like so I think I looked at their routines and I think they both actually do have potential and they might end up like becoming more prominent in the next year or two
Mhm.
if they can be consistent. Because like if you're like scoring range on bars is like a 9.9 to a 14.7, that's kind of a problem.
Yeah. But a 14.7 is good, though. We would take that.
Yeah, I saw her bar routine. It's a pretty like when she hits, it's pretty. It's a good
She
bar
said, I
routine.
think about this quote daily. China got 1 billion people in it, and you can't find one that can do a double Chenka. But facts, though, because it's like, China, what y'all got going on?
Right, and in Beijing, the bar specialist had a good DTY.
Yeah, like, it was Yang Yi Land's. Yang Yi Land's form was just so good.
Oh yeah, especially on vault and
And I know
bar.
Javassia want to hate on Yang Yi Land,
Her
but
beam, I like her beam. I like her beam.
the way she cleared that Anodi to back handspring and back tuck just did something for me.
That was
She
beautiful.
ate that shit.
Hmm. Hmm.
I love like when someone eats down like a tumbling pass. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, especially
And
when
they just
and I
land and like
like good back to back tumbling on beam, and I'm mad the code doesn't like give you an opportunity to do
yeah.
that and
The
benefit from
same
it.
way that Sean would just clear her backhand screen to backhand screen to lay out.
Yes, or the way she did the triple series in the beam
Killer.
final was it was like the switch leap to the to the loso to the back pike.
Yeah.
That
Can I
was that
say
was
something though? I
yeah.
feel like her event fighter routine was her worst beam routine though, except for maybe all around.
I agree. I always thought
Yeah.
that.
Cause it's like in team final and
I thought her team
quash,
final was the best, yeah.
her team final, she went off.
Mhm.
It's like Nastia went off in the all around in event finals.
Mhm.
But yeah, Alicia, you could really say Nastia robbed Alicia in qualification because Alicia went
On floor or on beam?
on beam and she stuck to dismount.
Ooh.
I always thought Nastia was better at beam, anyways.
She is
Mhm.
better at beam, but I'm talking about that beam routine that Alicia did in quals.
I thought Nastia
Mhm.
robbed her on floor. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. I always thought I was like, what the fuck is Nastia doing in the floor finals? Like, Alicia should be there.
Well, like
But
guys, just like remember, Nastia is a world floor silver medalist too.
yeah,
That granted, that was in 2005 under the 10.0, but still.
when
I'm not saying
she
Nastia's
had the
bad at
fake
floor.
front 2.5.
Yeah. I'm not saying Nastia's bad at floor. I'm saying
She was
Alicia.
bad at floor.
I mean,
Nah,
compare her tumbling wasn't great, especially not compared to Alicia.
And she thought she was doing
that's what
something.
that's what I was thinking.
But
It's like,
Alicia
why
ain't stand on
is
business too. You open up with a full in, like, girl.
Mhm.
How you a vaulting fludginess but don't even got an F tumbling pass?
Right.
right? But I always thought it was kind of weird that Nastia never did any double flipping in her floor routine. It was all twisting.
She had a double
Yeah,
front.
she
Oh,
yeah,
that's
she
right,
had
double front.
yeah,
That
she
nasty
yeah,
double front.
after 2005 she had to do a double salto.
Yeah, like
Right,
why did she just do a double pike like Riley?
right.
I
Like double
don't know.
backs are easier,
Maybe
aren't
she
they?
had maybe yeah, they are for most people, yeah, it's possible she had a mental block around it though. Because like Aaliyah Moose, because I think Pauline Schaefer's had a long-term issue with mental blocks around back tumbling on floor.
But did she almost
Uh,
kill herself with a double twist at Worlds though? That was forward.
no, that was no. I think she had issues trying to go into the back tumbling portion. But yeah, mm.
I saw that it was like a double twist forward or something. She just got like a
Oh
twist.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that went really bad. Was that in
Hmm.
2023?
Yeah.
Yeah, her floor final in the all around was scary.
But the way that Pauline
Very
Schaefer,
hurtful.
I love Pauline Schaefer on beam.
Her beam is so awesome, and like it pisses me off because I feel like she has skills in that routine that are so undervalued, like her
Na-
own skill.
Nastia making floor exercise final doesn't make any sense. Her weak, elegant gymnast narrative. I thought that like Nastia's like her vault was they should have cleared her just because if you do a 1.5, bitch, I'm adding deductions don't even exist on your ass just because you got a 1.5. So you got to
They
make
did
it
give.
fair.
I'm gonna say that they did give Sean Johnson a. They gave her credit for an Aminar, even though it was a Yurchenko 2.25.
You could argue that
Yeah.
Sean did rob Yang Yilin.
Yeah, I think you could make that argument. I think you could say like maybe there were cases where they were like maybe a little either too harsh on Sean on floor or
Hmm.
too generous to Yang Lin, but also like Sean got a
Yeah,
big gift there.
there's no way that Sean and Nastia should have got the same floor score.
That was really crazy. Like I get Nastia beating Sean that day because Nastia really had like the competition of her life.
But I want to
And
say
he
like
had such a
people,
huge advantage over Sean on bars. Like there was nothing Sean could do about that,
and
and
that's a
Nastia
lot of
really put
Sean
everything
fans.
together.
A lot of Sean fans weren't prepared for the scores Nastia were gonna get on floor.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because I
So
think
they
like
thought that
Nastia works that floor code really well.
so it's like they thought that Sean had the advantage on vault and floor, so it could
And they
balance
didn't
out the
realize
beam.
how close Nastia could get to her on floor, even though
Yeah,
like Because like especially, well, I think even then, like you thought like obviously Sean's way better on floor,
Hmm.
but
They
I
thought that,
think
like,
too like
yeah, Nastia was a lot better on bars. They thought Sean could make it up on bar and floor, but really, the only event Sean was better than Nastia was on vault, because they were scoring the
right.
same on beam and floor for the most part.
Hmm.
Maybe Nas Sean was beating her by a little bit on both, but like not enough to like net some. You know what I'm trying to say? Like you
Yeah, because
trying to
wasn't
net
Nastia
10.
like a point and a half above Sean on bars?
So they thought Sean could get back a point of that on vault and like half a point of that back on floor.
Well, going back to the whole Aminar with Sean, the one thing I will give Sean credit for is she's really good at hiding like her mistakes. Like she made
Hmm.
that two and a quarter kind of look like two and a half,
If
whereas
you
like
were
other
watching it from the judging angle and in real time, yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
she's really good at hiding those mistakes or like hiding those like weaknesses. So I will give her that
Mhm.
credit.
Yeah.
No, and I'm
Sean
not like
also
I don't
had
want to.
great form.
Sean had really, really good twisting form, and I don't think she gets enough credit for that.
Yeah.
Is Chico still here?
Let me say something. You know, this is controversial, but Sean had better technique on bars than Nastia. I said what I said. Like, if you look
Yeah.
at the way Sean does like her handstands and she does like her releases and stuff like that, no bit
Well,
knees.
yeah, like she has really good precision, and I know like Nastia's body lines probably look better to people because of her
Hmm.
body type, but like Sean always had straight legs and pointed toes.
Sean's technique on bars were good. It's just like it's just seemed like they didn't really even try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't even try to give her a routine with competitive
I
difficulty.
don't see why not. Like, why can't she do a church to a pack? Like, you know what I'm trying to say,
Mhm.
like,
Right.
I wonder
And
if
like,
she
and
had
she could
mental
do
blocks
like
on bars.
maybe she did. That could be
why
it.
can't she do a Maloney to Ginger?
Hmm.
Like, if I had Sean, I could get Mamas a 6-0 on bars in our
Right.
code.
Yeah.
Easy. Like, you know what I'm trying
Especially
to say?
with
Like,
that, with like how effortless the ray was for her.
yeah, like I could get, keep the Ray. We started
Mhm.
off with like, let's do like I don't know if she could do like a downy, but I know she could do like a church to a pack.
Her
Yeah, and that's
dismount.
like a good. Yeah,
uh,
that's a
A
good.
church to pack, Maloney to Ginger.
Hmm. Well, yeah, if you
We're
did
gonna
church
do
pack Maloney Ginger, that would get you what? Like church plus pack is 1/10, pack plus Maloney is 1/10, and Maloney plus Ginger is
I
two
don't think she
tenths.
can
Yeah,
connect the
so four.
pack. I don't think she can connect out of the pack.
Maybe not, but yeah, but she's only missing 1/10 there, so it's like
Yeah, get her
just do like the
advanced.
clean. Yeah, so just do the clean Maloney to Ginger.
Yeah. But I
Someone
would
wrote
get her. I
someone
could.
wrote Nastia got skinny points.
Ooh.
I mean, I think that code a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
you get skinny points on bars and B mostly.
Yeah, I don't think it works as well on floor or
Especially not
vault.
vault. Definitely not vault.
No, on vault it doesn't work, but
But Nastia, like I just didn't. I was just not that into her gymnastics like that. Same thing
mhm,
with. I mean, I think both of them were overrated in different ways.
mhm.
Because they gassed up Sean Johnson so much,
They
and then it's
Mhm.
did.
like
They did.
Nastia. They acted like her bars was just so good, and you just look at her bars and it's like, okay.
But it's so crazy that she could somehow like get the same bar D score as Hekishine.
Yeah,
Her Kashin had shitty kips though.
I mean,
she
she
did.
did. She did. No, but I meant the D score.
For
Oh,
me, Hikasin really went off in London.
Yes, yeah, and her well, both Londons, the London Worlds and the London
Yes, like
Olympics.
when
Yeah.
she had like to lay out the pack, I was like, yes,
Ooh,
Hikasin.
that was a really good combo.
And then
yes.
she had like the two. I love how she used to do her like onos and her leans,
Her
Oh my
double
god. Yeah.
and the way she would just pause out of her half turn into the next Jaeger.
Hmm.
I'd be like, yes,
Well, no, she had
Hikasin.
like her Lee Ya was amazing. Like she
Yeah,
just got so much height on that, and like when she used to do the pack, sorry, not the pack. She always did a pack. When she used to do the Takachev in Beijing, like she got really good height on that too.
yeah. I
Like,
was
all
like,
her releases, yeah, like all her releases. Like I know sometimes like the Jaeger coming out of the Lee Ya was a little flat, but like
Wait, did
the
she
fact
do a
that she could do
Takashi?
that at all. Yeah, in Beijing, in Beijing, because you had to count 10 skills in that code, she did the invert giant full to lay out Jaeger, then she kipped, and then she did a Takachev to pack.
Oh,
And for me,
yes,
with
yes, you're right. Okay, I
Hikafen,
had to think about that first. I was like, what? Okay,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
that's where she put that in, and then she did I think she did a 1.5 into her dismount, like a Healy with a extra half turn into her dismount.
and for
Okay.
me, with like Yang Lin, it was just her double layout. Like,
Oh yeah, but Yang Lin just had really like
and I don't care if Javasio talking about Courtney cleared. Like, can't nobody clear Yang Lin's double layout.
mhm.
Like the arc she had, like in her layout position, like she cleared, and the way she would just land it. You know what I'm trying to say,
Mhm.
I'd be like, let them bitches know. Like her DTY, Yang Lin, just everything she did just looked beautiful.
Mhm. Yeah, she I think was definitely one of China's best all-arounders ever.
But China just have they 1 year gymnast, just like Tang Jin in
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah, or Yao Jinan in 2011.
Yeah, like they have they 1 year of being a good all arounder, and then after that, it's like the
Mhm.
aftermath.
Yeah, and like they might still be good on one or two events, but yeah, they never have that like they never get that same all-around potential back.
And then Jiang Yuan got good in 2010, but you never saw it again.
Yeah, like that was when she was finally able to put everything together and get that all. And she did good in that final.
Mm-hmm.
And Rebecca Bross helped her get silver by falling on beam, but she was definitely getting on the podium no matter what.
Yeah. Allie. Allie
But
just did not stand on business in 2010 with difficulty. Like
no, she fell
the
too, didn't she?
yeah, like Allie, her Allie had like a 570 on floor in 2010.
Ooh.
Didn't she only like Allie Raisman only won one individual medal in Worlds, and it was a bronze
Ever,
on
yeah, the
floor.
2011, yeah, bronze on floor in 2011.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
many times did she go? She went at least 3 times.
Two.
Yeah, no,
No, you're right.
2010,
Three.
yeah, 2010,
2000.
2011, and 2015, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of makes me think like, how do you get all these Olympic medals, but only one individual bronze in the
Same
world?
thing for
I think she was good at peaking at the Olympics as
Same
well.
thing for Aaliyah. Like Aaliyah never won the bars title despite going to how many world championships?
Yeah, 2010,
But
2013, 2014, 2015, and 2018. So
She
but I
go
thought
5.
Aaliyah
2015.
won. She won all around, didn't she?
Aaliyah always
Yeah,
went to
she won.
world.
Yeah, she won the all around in 2010. Then she got silver on vault bars and floor.
Yeah, but
Aaliyah
it's
never
that
went to
has
Aaliyah
she.
never went to worlds the year before the Olympics.
Yeah, but she also at least won some individual world medals, whereas Allie Raisman only won one, and then she goes to the Olympics and always wins multiple.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that always made me question, like, what the fuck?
Allie was
I
just
think that was the way they paced her, especially in the beginning. But
Allie got to get away with murder like in generous codes because if they let Allie compete today, they would just clear her out of
oh
the
yeah, she
fight.
would not. No, her execution would go way down.
Her bars was bad, but I think people make it seem like it was worse than it was.
Her bars, oh my god,
I don't think it was
it's
as bad as like a lot of people make it seem like her bars was a lot worse than it was. And her bars was
I
bad.
I actually enjoy watching her bars more than watching her vault.
No, for me it was her beam.
Oh, her beam was hit or miss. Like it was not a good routine, but I never cringed watching it. But when
But
she would do,
when you use this code and you start thinking about you just
Oh yeah, and this coach, she would get 10th to death on beam. Yeah.
and I said it, I was like every skill is
but
gonna touch it.
every time she does that Aminar, I'm like holding my breath because because her form is so bad in the air, and I'm like, oh my
Like
god.
the first 1.5 twists are good. Then
It's the
like
first two, it's the last half.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's like somewhere between the last 1.5, like full to half twist, like it just breaks down.
Yeah, yeah.
But
And then
that's
I
kind
just
of like what happened. Like that's kind of what happened with her triple twist on floor, though, because like the first, like the double twist would have really good form. Then like the last full to half twist, it would just get like she would start tucking it, like her knees would be bent, her feet would be flexed, like there'd be a big separation between her thighs. It was all over the place.
I think it was a good idea to change out that triple for the double layout in 2016.
Absolutely, yeah.
But
It
her
really
double
was.
layout had errors too. Like Allie just had a lot of deductions that people don't talk about.
Mhm.
Because all they want to talk about is that first tumbling pass.
Yeah, like
Which
Allie.
is amazing. Like she does Cowboy the Arabian a little bit, but it was good.
Yeah.
Besides that, like Allie had a lot of deductions, and it's like don't nobody want to talk about
Mhm.
it. But just because y'all don't want to talk about it, doesn't mean I'm not gonna remind you.
I feel like Allie gets like that the somewhat favoritism that Suni gets. It's like, no, you can't
Yeah.
talk about our favorite because she's still like pretty popular in the gymnastics world because like
Mhm.
she came to the Olympics and she's like getting an interview with that call her daddy. It's like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? So she's still pretty damn popular in like the regular people
Well, I
world. So
think
I feel
too
like
with I think a lot of people do too. Like they do appreciate what she's like the outreach she's like the advocacy she's done for victims. Like that I
true.
Mhm.
think is pretty good.
Yeah.
But
So
I
they
think
kind
too
of feel
everyone from the London team really did get a big boost in popularity. I
The
mean, nobody
London
like
team,
Gabby.
Kyla.
the
Kyla did.
London
Yeah,
team was so popular. Like the fact that
Kyla
they,
wasn't. I think everybody else was besides
yeah.
Kyla.
Kyla, I think got the least from that, but
but even
like you
still,
think
like
about like Gabby got the most, but then like Michaela Maroney, like kind of went
Overrated.
viral
But
and
even
turned into
still,
a
like most
meme.
Americans knew who Jordan Weaver was before she even went to the Olympics.
True. True.
And it's
Right,
like
right.
for them to gas a gymnast up like they did Jordan, like I don't know, but like London was like when gymnastics was just so fucking popular. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm
And
talking
then
about? Like
Right, and I
they
think that
had
was
their
like, and
own,
everyone remembered like everyone remembered the what was it, the Fierce Five?
yeah, like
And
they had
and
their
like
own
everyone
thing.
remembered
They
that.
had their own theme song with the home. Just know you're not alone.
Oh
They
my
had
they
so
god!
many commercials, like yo.
I felt like 2016
Right.
was pretty popular too, not just Simone, but I mean mostly Simone, but Allie was pretty popular, and you
But
know
Gabby.
her
Allie and
Lori.
Gabby were both coming back from London.
No,
Were coming from London too.
2016 was, I want to say 2016 was popular, but I don't think it was as popular. And a lot of the popularity was because Gabby came back.
yeah, Lori Hernandez
Yeah.
got a lot of
Yeah.
popularity, and she only won one individual medal. Like, I mean, not
Mhm.
that that's, I mean, that's really a great accomplishment, but it's usually the ones that win multiple or the
Mhm.
biggest, one that usually gets all that kind of,
I do
Yeah,
agree.
and I think that's what like obviously Gabby got a lot of hype for winning the all around gold.
right.
And I think Allie Raisman, the big thing was like, oh, people remembered like she won the floor title.
Yeah. I think she's more remembered for her floor and also the advocacy
Yeah.
Yeah.
and her
But
being
Yeah, because she
captain
was
of
one
both
of the yeah. I think now like Michaela Maroney, a lot of people talk about that too because she's done a lot of that.
Yeah,
mhm.
I don't know
With
that she
Michaela
does.
Maroney, people also remember the vault though, and
Mhm.
the meme from the vault final.
Oh,
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, the not impressed face.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean,
Okay, so I'm gonna ask something controversial. Do you think they still should have given the gold to Michaela Maroney even with the fall?
no, I think that would be kind of unfair because
You're
Okay, but
right.
Sandra is Boss's first bot was tough.
Like I would never normally advocate for that, but like that was a weak vaulting field.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, Sanders Basha did not have great form on that vault, but
That's what I'm saying. And you think about the fact that Chung Fei still cleared Alicia with a fall.
yeah, the code was different, but well actually it was just the fall was 2/10 less.
Right. It was
But still, yeah, and Chung
Alicia
Fei
was
had
better than
had more
Alicia was
difficult.
better than Sandra. Alicia would have cleared Sandra as Bossa.
She would have, yeah. So I guess that's the.
I can't believe
mm,
Alicia was talking about I wouldn't have fallen. Girl, anybody needs your Rudy though.
no. Also, didn't she fall twice in in Beijing,
yeah,
famously? I mean, maybe she wouldn't have. I don't know, but
What would
it
Martin have
sucks.
but
done?
also like again, but also like Michaela did have what a broken toe then and everything. I'm
It
not
does.
like not making excuses, but like if you're gonna attack and be like, well, I wouldn't have fallen, it's like, well, she did get injured.
Yeah. it sucks to fall once. It's really bad if you fall twice in the same competition.
But the sad
Right.
thing is, like, Alicia wouldn't even have been used on Vault if she would have,
In the vault final. I mean, yeah, in the team final on vault, right? And I don't think they would have
because they
used
would
it
have
on
just put
floor
up
either.
Gabby, Allie, and Jordan.
Right. And I don't. I mean, I think on floor they still would have. They would have put up those same gymnasts.
Yeah, we better get off though, because we don't been on for pushing 3 hours.
Oh my God, we have, yeah.
But
But
I
yeah.
want to
Anyway, yeah, I
watch.
think.
I want to watch that
Hello?
documentary. I'm gonna watch an episode of the documentary series today.
Okay. Oh wait, someone on? Did someone just come
It's
on?
Chico.
Me, I just got back off the phone. Y'all know I'm pinned at the gym all day. I ain't been doing it. So I ain't talked to
Hmm.
nobody all day. Sorry.
Mm,
Yeah.
Well,
mm,
well, go ahead and watch the documentary so you can give me your thoughts.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
watch it.
Chico, what was your thoughts on my latest episode? My latest
Last night, I
video?
watched like 3 minutes of it and fell asleep. I don't know why I started watching it in the middle of the night.
Oh, come on. It was
I'm
good.
finna finish, but I can finish watching it tonight before I go to
Hmm.
sleep.
I'm young. I know that Ali and Autumn watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it.
I cleared
Yeah.
Romania
You did.
because it's like I had the receipts of
Mm.
them getting affirmative action.
So there was one thing that was really interesting. I commented on this. According to Jordan's lawyers, or according to the brief they filed,
Mm,
they were just going into like the review of what happened with the original CAS hearings.
Mhm.
And they were
mm-hmm,
saying that like the original brief Romania filed on Anna's behalf was actually arguing that she should get the bronze medal because the superior jury, people who handle the inquiry, shouldn't have credited the Gojian.
Mm.
And then they submitted
mm,
a new brief where they according to the lawyers, and I'm guessing they got that through like documents that they received but that weren't released publicly.
Mhm.
And yeah, but then like the second brief that Romania filed, because they like amended their first appeal, apparent according to this, like what Jordan's lawyers said,
Mhm.
the second brief was where they challenged the timing of the inquiry. We're trying. I don't know if someone told them like, hey, like they're not gonna overturn a judging inquiry, even if the judging inquiry was wrong, like days after the
mm-hmm.
fact. 'Cause that's not how that
And the
works.
thing is, I told you this. I don't know how much of a friend Simone really is to Jordan. Because I'm sorry, like if Hose was
Mhm.
coming after my friend like that, you're talking like, baby, we going to
Yeah.
war.
Yeah, I mean,
She go
Simone
like,
only just made like one little post.
you talking
Yeah,
about
like
Chico?
I think a lot of the other gymnasts on the team have said more about Jordan's situation treatment. Like I
And
think
it's
Sue
like
said
you
more.
had all to say about Skinner, but you
Yeah,
sat up here and let
Right.
them do what they did to Jordan, like, and Chico,
Hmm.
like, you know what they did to Jordan was way worse.
Oh,
Right.
it really, what they're doing to Jordan, they have done, it's bad. And it's only because she's a black girl. Because let Alice D'Amato had gotten that bronze medal, it wouldn't even be all this.
You know,
No.
and it's like Jordan Simone could have used her platform to take them roach
Mm-hmm.
niggas down,
Hmm. Well, yeah, like she did to Skinner. Yeah.
but it's like,
Mm.
do you
like I
feel
said,
like maybe I hate to say this, might be a little controversial, but do you think Simone was like, getting a lot of attention that she didn't really have time to be like worrying about Jordan's issue? She had too much coming at her.
I can say yes and no. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
can
yeah,
say
but
I
she
that.
had
think
a
that's
lot coming
probably.
at her when she was coming after Skinner at the Olympics. Girl, how you
Well, I think with
competed?
Skinner was I think the thing with Skinner was she felt like Skinner had personally attacked her, so
Not
that
really.
made her
Well,
like
she attacked
seem
Skinner
more
everyone
said
but
invested.
besides Simone.
Skinner
I
attacked
feel like
everyone but
besides Simone, what did Skinner say about Simone?
I
yeah.
don't know. I still I don't know. Maybe like
I
I
think that it was beneficial at the time to get rid of Skinner, and I think Simone wanted to be on the good side of history. I said what I said
Mhm.
because it's like you had
So you
nothing to say about Skinner, and then all of a sudden you saw the tide of opinion changing in a massive way, and you want to just jump
Mhm.
ship.
so you think she did it for publicity points?
That's how I feel like, yeah, because it's like you could have been got Skinner canceled like 5 years ago.
Mhm.
I can see that point, kind of.
Mhm.
And she was like, I've been blocked. Like, she was definitely feeding off of that. Like, all the stuff Simone Biles had going on at the Olympics, but she noticing that she got blocked by someone like Skinner.
Mhm.
Mm,
So you talking about she don't got time for Jordan? Like, she had time.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cause that whole Skinner situation, I just feel like she was blown out of proportion. Like she was
Mhm.
basically stalking. I'm not gonna say. I listen. When I'm petty, I'm petty. So I hear what she's. I hear her, but she had all this.
Mhm.
Um, she had all of this, like, just energy for Skinner. You know what I'm talking about, Chico? Like,
Yeah, that was really interesting that she came after
Yeah.
her like that. I mean, now I think it was totally justified,
Yeah.
but it
mhm.
was like the timing was interesting. Like I said, I don't know if she still took what Skinner said as a personal attack, even though like Skinner said everybody except Simone, but
Mhm.
I
or I
think
don't know if she was mad that like Skinner defended Marta to some degree.
Okay, but Simone and them decided to name it the Final Five because it was Marta's Final Five. So why
Right.
did
So
y'all
I
Mhm.
do
don't know.
that? Y'all didn't
I
have
mean,
to
it's
name it after
possible
the.
she feels differently about Marta now than she did then. But yeah.
That's another thing. Like, I don't know why everyone wanted to ride with Marta, and then they just decided to turn on Marta just so conveniently. Like, yeah, I'm trying to
Mhm.
say y'all were the one gassing her, making a documentary series for her damn. That ranch documentary would never not be good, bitch. I don't give a fuck. I went back and watched this shit multiple times. Ain't nobody gonna
What
be mad.
documentary?
The
the
ranch documentary.
yeah, I
I
watched
It
it.
never
is
seen it.
propaganda, though.
It's good. She
I never seen it. Where can
it's
I watch
good.
it?
It's on YouTube. They have it. It's like it's
Mhm.
about like Marta's last team she's picking before the Olympic trials in 2016. So it
Right.
starts
Oh
off.
yeah.
It starts off in London, then it starts off with them going to the Glasgow, then it starts with
Hmm.
Gabby clearing Maggie at the American Cup, like just building up to the Olympics.
Yeah.
That's your favorite part, huh?
It was because that American Cup, Marta was so proud of Gabby, like.
Ooh.
I also think like Simone does like Jordan, but in bits and pieces. Like Jordan,
Mm,
from my perspective, it seems like Jordan is that girl that wants to be with you all the time. She's always
yes.
texting you. She's like your roommate. Like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing today, Simone? What are you doing?" And Simone's like, I need a less of you. Or like, I feel like,
But I get what you're saying, Autumn, 100%. But then that's why I have a problem with kind of like Simone and Zoe because Zoe is up Simone butt like that.
yeah,
If you
Simone,
think about it,
yeah, and
Zoe is attached to her like that, and so is, well, not much as Jocelyn, but Jocelyn is like that when she's around.
well, you
So,
also take into the idea or the thought that both Jocelyn and Zoe were 17, so they don't have as much freedom to like hang out with Simone all the time. Whereas
No,
Jordan,
Yeah.
Simone
no,
was
Zoe be with
flying.
her all the time.
Simone was flying Zoe to her husband's games and shit like
that's
that.
I
Oh
forgot
Yeah.
all
wow.
about the, yeah.
Huh.
Okay, you got that's a good
I
point.
was like, when did her and Zoe become so close?
And I was like, they've been close because I
Yeah,
follow
remember,
Zoe on
remember that,
Snapchat.
Mhm.
remember that. Simone was talking about that Jonathan was fixing Zoe's car and shit for her and
Uh
stuff.
huh.
Oh wow.
I forgot all
Yeah,
about that. Well, maybe Zoe's a little bit more low key than
that's
Jordan
what
is.
it seemed like. Cause Zoe
Yeah,
don't seem like she's that bothered by being friends with Simone.
yeah.
Mhm.
But I don't think Jordan and Simone are as close as they try to portray themselves as.
Yeah.
No,
Mhm.
yeah, I agree with it. I agree with
Like
it.
for me, it's almost like Simone's like we're friends, but I need less of like need to see you like once a month kind of
And let
thing.
me
You
say
know?
something.
Do you think
I
like
feel
they're
Oh,
like
just like? Do you think like
Simone,
maybe
the
she
Biles and
just doesn't
Childs
like?
was a successful black media portrayal.
Hmm.
You saying tell me I'm wrong, Chico? Because black
No,
people
it was
seen that
great.
shit up in
Mhm.
2021. I swear to God, my mama, everyone was reposting that on social media. It was on every black media outlet. So I
Mhm.
think that it was like I don't know, like a marketing tool. Cause like just the Simone and Jordan training together and stuff, it just looks so
Mhm.
empowering. Cause you know how Chico, black people love some pro blackness, like at least what they think is. So I think that they portrayed that, and it's like as
Hmm.
time went on, it was like, but it's like I just started seeing the cracks because it's like when Jordan went to college, you didn't really see Simone checking up on her and shit. Like
Yeah,
when my it's like you don't fly to go see Jordan like performing and shit like that. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
Especially when
I
Simone
didn't
wasn't
think
doing
she
shit.
didn't go see Jordan not once, and I agree with it. As a
I
Like
friend, I
agree.
guess she can be busy though, so I'm not taking that away. But
she
still,
wasn't.
you make
Our
time for what you want
Chico
to make
Wasn't she
time
like
for.
getting
in
married in that time though?
2022. Simone wasn't really doing shit. She didn't go to the national championship to support Jordan. She just
Hmm.
like it just gave like that's weird.
Well,
Do you
she
think they were
was that
falling
first
out, or
time.
that they just like, or do you think they just like grew apart because Jordan went off to college and all?
I
But that
believe. I
was
don't think it was more so Jordan. I don't think it was Jordan. I think it was more so Simone, and I'm
Yeah,
not.
I
Hmm.
I feel like Jordan has like I hate this like this might sound a little weird, but she's
mhm.
kind of like a dog where like, oh, I'm so excited to see you. What are we doing today? What are we doing? You know what I mean? Like dog is
Mm,
Oh, do you mean like clingy?
yeah, clingy,
yeah,
needy.
she.
And Simone doesn't like that. She's probably like, I don't want this type of person around me all the time. Like,
Simone is clingy
Mhm.
though. Like so like, this thing is like Simone likes this like fake media portrayal. Because you think about her and Morgan in 2018, her and like
Mhm.
Suni. It's like, I don't know,
Mm,
her and Ali in 2016. It's
mm.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like her
Mhm.
and Gabby in 2015. Like,
well, I
it's
think Ali pushed the 2016 one more so than Simone did.
Mhm.
Simone invited her up as soon as she won.
Mm, true.
So no, like, I think Simone just wants, I don't know why she does that. Because I just found it weird how Simone and Morgan got so close in 2018 at the World Championships.
Mhm.
Carrying each other on
But
each other's back and shit like that. I
Yeah,
was
I do
like,
remember that. But then, like, was that before or after Simone started a little bit of drama with Morgan?
oh, I remember
so
that.
more both of them had
I
a
mean,
reason to
Morgan
have
was
it.
kind of responsible for that too, but I
So
think
what
Simone was the
happened
one
with
who made
that
it
drama?
public.
What
So
happened?
what
So
happened
Oh,
was, from
Morgan was
I
salty
understand.
because Morgan had all the attention because she was a world championship and Simone was coming back and taking all her attention away. But also Morgan had smoke with Simone because Morgan was a Gabby fan and she didn't like how Simone treated Gabby either.
Yeah,
So
Oh,
it
I
was
didn't know
like
that part of it.
from
both
from
of
what
it
Yeah.
I
was
from what
it was
I
two
heard.
sides. Like they both had valid points.
Yeah,
Hmm.
But
from what
Morgan was wrong for having a whole spam talking about Simone and stuff like that.
yeah, from what
Yeah. Yeah, I think they were both kind of in the wrong. But I remember with Simone, like, she was the one who made some of that public.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like Morgan, it was just stuff like they were like before they were going back and forth, like kind of in private or just with like other gymnasts, which was
Mm-hmm.
I think kind of which I would say is pretty immature and petty on both sides.
yeah,
Yeah.
there was also
But then like Simone made it public and that escalated a little bit.
And then
wait.
Simone was like, I don't like none of these new girls.
well,
Hmm.
when I read this, like there was a blog a couple years ago when I first heard about this incident. I can't remember the blog's name, but I
Hmm.
heard that Morgan had like a private Twitter account.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. She had a stink.
Yeah,
Oh
and
yeah.
he found out
Oh,
about it or told Simone. So Morgan was
yeah, I
bitching.
remember Jade somehow
And
got involved, which was
she
surprising.
said,
Wait,
"Bitch."
what?
He was talking about Simone. So Morgan's private account was talking about Simone, and it said, "Bitch, it's not always about you."
That's
And
what it
Jade,
was.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Woo!
that was what it was.
Jade told Simone about it, and Simone,
What?
yeah. So that's what the
Oh, I
blog
wonder if
said. I
that was
remember,
Jade. Yeah, I wonder still like, oh, this isn't okay. You can't talk about behind
I
someone
love
behind their
Jade for
back
being
like
messy
this,
like
or I don't know what. But yeah,
yeah,
wow.
that's what I remember. I can't remember the blog's name for the life of me,
Hmm.
but that was the first and only time I heard about this story.
yeah.
And I remember those details very specifically.
You
Was
could tell in nationals they didn't fuck with each other. Classes they did not fuck with each other at all. Like it
I'm
was
So
gonna
no.
yeah,
have to
so
go back and watch,
But
cause
like
baby,
worlds, oh my god! Like you would have thought
well,
these
that
bitches
was
were
why I was
best
surprised
friends.
when I found out years later that there was some drama between them.
So that's why I'm
she
like
said,
Simone.
In
You go
20
from
and
being
earlier in
best friends with
2018,
more.
because I'm like, wait, what? They look like they were such good friends at Worlds, and that, yeah.
Morgan said, "Bitch is not always about you." Now that's some hardcore
yeah,
shit there.
That
well,
I guess I think
when,
that was like what Autumn was saying because
Yeah, she
that
was.
she thought that
She was
like when
giving it to her
Simone
on the
came back it was like that she was just kind of like hogging all the media attention, which I don't even think she was necessarily doing on purpose. That was just how it was going to be because
but I
Simone was
think
so
it's
much bigger than
also
anybody else.
because Morgan had won the world's title that previous,
Hmm.
and Simone
Yeah.
and Morgan felt threatened to a certain point.
Wait.
So she
Mhm.
and the media was also eating up Simone coming back, and
Mhm.
she's like, "Bitch, it's not always about you." So, something along those lines.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
there was
can we?
something. Wasn't there some like little like minor petty drama over like a poster where like they only had Simone on it or something?
Ooh.
Or not even only Simone. It was like they had like past champions or something, and like Simone was like front and center, and Morgan wasn't on it, even though she was like really like in the background, even though she was the reigning AA champ.
You know
Maybe
what?
that's it.
I
Maybe
feel Morgan coming. I feel Morgan coming. Cause baby, that day she liked that tweet about Sky, I could have fucking jumped off the damn
Yeah.
stadium and went on the floor. I could have been
Yeah.
on the floor that
Simone
day.
is Simone is not a girl's girl.
Mm-mm.
Mm,
Cause
I
it's
don't think
like she
I
takes
don't think
I
it's
don't I just how I feel about her. Like I like what she's done for the image of black women at least. Well, let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
At least in gymnastics. I don't like how
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
make black women look desperate and like pick me's for a nigga. So it's two sides of a story, but in terms of like she just I don't know, because it's like the situation with Jordan Childs, she should have really turned up over that.
I
Mhm.
think so
That's
too.
why I was shocked to see Nadia come and eat your ass in this documentary.
Hell, ooh,
Really?
Max, get over here. Why are you way back there?
Is
because you
that your
have
dog?
Jordan's family calling out, but Simone
Yes,
ain't really
that's my
do
dog.
nothing.
Mhm.
And you want to be so petty and go after like I'm not even trying to be what she was doing to Skinner was like childish as fuck. It was
Mhm.
100%. Was it hilarious? Yes. Do I
And it
not like
was
Skinner?
deserved. It was deserved. It's not.
But it's like it was some childish shit. If you want to be petty as fuck over that during the Olympics, you making posts about
Mhm.
lazy Olympic champions, like just being unnecessarily petty.
That's true. Yeah, and I
Why
could have
not
seen
do
why.
that to Romania?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I agree. And see, I
Because if
agree
I'm gonna go
100%. You
low,
should have did
that's
that
where I
to
would have really
Romania.
went low.
I mean, she's
Mhm.
already
She
proven she got it in her, so why not take it where it's needed?
Exactly,
Mhm.
Autumn.
She
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
should have did that to Romania because I would have been like, nah, you fucking with my friend at this point. But
Mhm.
like you said, Jordan, she
I
said
would
her
have
little
been
one
like,
statement.
I would have posted surviving Andrew Tate or something like that on one of my posts, just being petty as fuck.
Mhm.
Cause bitch, I'm evil like that. That sounds crazy, but like that's how I am. Surviving Andrew Tate, rebuilding my economy, like petty ass shit.
Mhm.
Know who I'm talking about? I need that Romanian prime minister to lose re-election because I'm gonna repost that. Morgan didn't have glasses for no reason. She was definitely gonna lose. Morgan did stand up to Simone. She did not just. Mm.
And then you know what? The fact that Morgan like Gabby, that probably had everything to do with it. Cause you see how
You're
she do the other
right.
girls.
Yeah.
The other girl is that look up to Gabby. Like I don't understand that. Just be happy. Gabby was the first. She did this. She made the dream come true for so many
Right.
people because it was a white woman sport before that. Like, come on.
Mhm.
Like I don't understand that. Just that's why all these other girls they look up to Gabby, and I get it. I get Simone the best in the world. I would never take the best ever to ever do
Yes.
gymnastics. I would never take that away from her. But I don't like that. Like that tweet about
Mm-mm.
Sky made me. I would never look at Simone. Ugh, I just can't. I can't because Sky ain't do nothing to you.
No,
Mm-hmm.
I know, and
She
like
ain't do
she
nothing
didn't
to you.
let, and she didn't let her have one moment.
Yeah, I was just
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
that, like you. Simone how many accolades has she had, and she can't even let Sky have one little tiny thing. It's not like Sky beat her in the all around.
And didn't even
Or
say
on
nothing about
anything.
Suni. That was my
Right.
whole thing. Cause Suni was beat her on beam, and she shouldn't have. And you
Right.
didn't say nothing
Right.
about Suni beating you on beam, and I didn't understand that.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
what? Suni outscored you on beam, and I was like, what?
Well, to be fair, there wasn't a post that mentioned Suni beating Simone. So if there was,
Yeah,
maybe
that was.
Simone would have
She,
liked it.
Allie,
Wait,
Autumn,
oh,
the
was there? Yeah,
MVP,
I wasn't following the post, but no, I think there were people
The
the
questioning that
Suni, the
MVP
before
was
Suni,
too. Yeah.
It was a pose. Now,
Yeah, but
granted,
she
if
had the
Simone,
yeah, but she did read. But yeah, the post she did choose to retweet was the one questioning Sky's
Autumn.
score on her chung.
The APP is always talking about tearing on a black woman. Oh, Sunni gonna beat Shelly. She gonna beat Simone. She gonna
True.
beat Jordan. She gonna beat uh Rebecca. Like, baby, it's like I'm telling you, like, you know what I'm talking about, Chica. Like, it's like they go from one black woman to the next.
right? So I was so pissed off because I was like, how the you ain't say shit about Suni beating you. You ain't like not one tweet. If she saw that tweet about them saying Sky beat her, she saw the tweets about them saying Suni beat her, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
have Twitter,
did
so
you
I
see
don't.
the recent post of Charlize's bars? Like, she was like doing her layout Jaeger. The
Uh
APP
huh.
was
Yeah.
in the comments talking about Suni gonna beat you on bars, and I'm just saying,
Oh, it's
like,
so
that's
Sony
so.
can't.
goofy.
There's Sony could have beat her in 2021. There's no way Sony is
Absolutely, yeah,
ever beat.
absolutely in
But it's just
2021, but
like
not right
this
Sony
is
now.
someone
can't
who
beat her
just tore her
again.
ACL, and y'all in the comments bullying, talking about who can beat her. Like, damn, just let her recover.
And
Yeah,
well,
Right,
First off, Langston, Charlize beat her with a tour ACL. She landed and beat her
right,
with a tour ACL. So they need
right.
to
Night
stop
one of
hyping Sony
trials.
up.
But that's how the ABPP is. I should screenshot that. When I saw that, I was just like, that's not even necessary.
Right, like God, let her have her recovery.
hmm
I should
And then
repost.
y'all remember I told y'all the next day when the girl, somebody I was sitting next to was like, oh, she beat Charlize score from night one. That means she win bars. I'm like, Charlize won, beat her night one with a with a tore ACL.
Yeah,
Be fucking for
and
real.
without doing her full
And without
difficult.
full difficulty. Like
Mm-mm.
Charlize watered that routine down and it wasn't perfect
Yeah,
either. Come on, Max, let's
she
go.
took out the layout Jaeger and had to count a beef scale.
Mm-hmm.
Max, let's go.
Who's Max?
My
Your dog.
dog.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to ask. Hmm. So,
He's
He
really
had that.
cute. You got a picture last night.
oh, I
I'm
did
gonna,
see
I'm,
that.
I'm gonna put some more
Hmm.
pictures in. Yeah, he walking all slow. He come on. I'm ready to go in the house. We've been walking for a minute.
Oh.
This is the ABPP account. I'm sending it to y'all in
But
the group chat
yeah,
now.
But also, I don't think
they
like at this
love
rate it doesn't
Sony.
even. Also, at this rate, it doesn't even look like Suni's sure she's coming back
I
because
I
don't.
she had like yeah, because she was talking in her Glamour interview about how she had another flare up right before Paris and they got it under control, but now she's like recovering from that. And
I
she like and people were asking her like on her Instagram story if she wanted to if she was going to try for LA 2028 and she said no and she's like come on guys, my body hurts.
Yeah, I was gonna
Mm-mm.
I
say I
wouldn't be
don't think
mad.
she's.
I wouldn't be mad at her if she tried to go to a Worlds to get that Beam title,
Oh,
and
I
maybe
wouldn't
even
either cuz like yeah.
Or to get that
because she
Jaeger
just
after her.
Yeah.
right. So I wouldn't be
I could
mad at
see
her
that
coming back.
being a
I wouldn't be.
motivation in the future. Yeah. Well, I like her
Mhm.
gymnastics.
Me
I think
too.
like she
If Sony
yeah, no, and
can't,
I think like she comes across as decent as a person. I just have a problem with the way her fans act.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think if
That's where
any
I
of them
am.
are able to come back, they should. It made gymnastics fun this year. We knew who was gonna make the team, obviously, and
Mhm.
then injuries happened. But it was still a good year to watch and see who can do what and what it came down to because you
Right.
never know
Yeah.
what's gonna happen. Three people got injured and the team was picked. So I think it'll make
Exactly.
good competition, good gymnastics. If all of them come back if they can. And
Right.
it'll make the competition nice,
Go,
exciting.
I
go,
think like
go! Look at the screenshot I just sent in the group chat.
I think I saw it from Autumn, but this might be a new one. Oh yeah, I saw that one. Yeah. Yeah, I think did Autumn send that?
I
Mm-mm.
sent her bent
Who
knee.
the fuck is this bitch talking about? You, I'm gonna go drag that hoe. They got me so messed up. I
They
don't play
said
about
Wait,
Charlize.
they said
The best
the
is
best is
Suni. It's like
Sunni.
no, the best. Well, okay, no. Who has the Olympic title over Suni?
And Sumi got no world. Well, she got a world medal, but she ain't got one on. You know what? Let me go. I'm gonna go out.
It's just
Talking
like,
about so,
why do
the
you?
reason
What was the
Charlize don't
nerve?
have
All
no
someone
medals is
said
because
was it's the
Charlize got
best,
injured.
and it's
Right?
just
Right?
like
Get
Yeah,
the
y'all
fuck
just.
off
Charlize
her
has been.
pose.
Yeah, yeah. Like if
And
Charlize
every
had been to the Olympics, she would have that bronze on the in the all around and on bars, and if she's managed to stay on beam and hit her beam routine in the beam final, probably a beam gold.
That's when they was
Charlotte's
talking
little
about Suni was gonna clear Rebecca in the all around. Remember, they was like Suni's gonna beat Rebecca again.
It's
What
like,
happened
guys,
to
this isn't
that?
Tokyo. This like they're like Suni is not at the same level she was at in Tokyo, and Rebecca is better than she was in Tokyo.
Even at her level in Tokyo, Rebecca would still clear that ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like I don't know what the fuck the delusion is. I
Well,
don't
yeah,
care about
with like the,
Charlize.
yeah, I would say with the improvements Rebecca made on beam and floor, yeah.
It kind of
Move.
like Suni and Rebecca kind of remind me of Ali Raisman and Aaliyah Mustafina, because Aaliyah beat Ali in the all around in 2012, and then Ali beat Aaliyah in the all around in the next Olympics. So it's
But I
like,
want to say, like, Aaliyah was better than Ali though as a gymnast.
Oh, yeah, her best was better than Ali Raisman's best. Yeah.
Reby is just better than Suni. Like, I don't think
yeah,
there's
Yeah.
Period. Yeah.
like that's why I'm saying
Kenna.
like
Kenna.
only thing Ali could really clear Aaliyah on was floor. Cause you gotta
Floor.
realize when Aaliyah used to have an Eminem, her Eminem was like the same as Ali's, if not better.
Right. Yeah, and like yeah, and
On
Ali
beam.
yeah, and Aaliyah's best beam was better than Ali's best beam. Form. I
yes,
mean, I'm not gonna say like no, like after like 2014, Aaliyah's beam went like really regressed because she couldn't get credit for that acro
The
series.
2016 Euros though, in the 2016 team finals beam, she went off.
That's true. Yeah. So even then, like even when she was having all those problems with like mental blocks around her acro series, she was still having good moments on beam.
But it's like the problem is like on bars. She
But yeah, on
served Ali
bars, the
by
difference is clear. Yeah.
she would serve Ali by like almost 2 points.
yeah, majorly.
So it's like Ali, like the fact is Ali beat Aaliyah on 3 apparatuses convincingly and still lost the title because of why.
And it was also a tie. Yeah,
It's like damn, like Aaliyah fell.
Well, that's
Ali,
actually yeah. Well, the way they break the tie did have something to do with that. Although
mhm,
Aaliyah still would have won if they'd used a more sensible tie break.
mhm.
Because like when they break
Hmm.
an all around tie, they drop the lowest score from both gymnasts.
That's so stupid though, cause that's
It
not fair.
is no, it's a really stupid way. I think that if you add up their combined E scores and use that as the tie break, Aaliyah would have also won. Or if you dropped high and low
That's
score,
what they
Aaliyah
should
won.
do.
Yeah, if you'd done one or the other of those, which I think are both more sensible tie breaks.
I think so.
Yeah,
You
this
dropped
rate
the
it's like
highest and lowest.
Aaliyah wins because she fell on beam.
What
That
you
was
say?
clear. If you drop the highest, Kalia would not have no chance.
No, no.
Kelly rely on her bar score so much.
Yeah.
So it's like that could if you drop the high school, you really fucking with people because it's like
Yeah, so that's why I would say go for E score. Because that's how they break all the other ties except on vault. On
how they
vault,
break them on ball.
yeah, on vault, the tie break is the person with the single highest vault score.
Mm,
So you take like all 4 vault scores and you pick, and whoever has the single highest one gets the wins the tie break.
got you. And then obviously they have the
Which I kind of get that that's still a little weird because that usually ends up favoring the person with a higher D score, which isn't how they do any other tie break.
Mm,
I mean, but I still think that kind of makes sense. Like who had the
right.
single best vault.
Yeah. I come to clear though if I was a gymnast. I ain't coming to share no podium, bitch. I'm coming to be at the top.
Yeah.
I would just have to I couldn't be like a gymnast because like I'm very competitive. So I would let y'all know like I'm here to beat you. Like I'm not here to be your friend.
yeah. I think a lot
Yeah,
of them
talking about
truly are like that, but they just don't want to show it on TV, or they just have to pretend that they're friends. You know?
Yeah,
I
because
feel
for
like
some
that's why I
reason
like
people
Charlize.
judge
Not
them.
all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Like
remember when
Charlize
Sway
kicked
Lu
us
cried
off.
for 30 minutes straight because Den Ling Ling beat her?
yeah, she was
That
doing
was-
too much.
Mm.
Didn't Allie put her hands on the beam? Yeah, she did.
Yeah, well that was why Ali Raisman, like when Aaliyah Mustafina fell, she had the chance to, like, Allie Raisman could have had that bronze medal in the bag, then she grabbed the beam.
But if they would have both,
And it was like,
hit
and like
in,
her, yeah, she grabbed the beam and her front leg went, and when her back leg went like all the way up, she was basically doing a, what's it called, a Z split, or she was basically doing a Y.
do you think that I think Jordan Weaver would have cleared Elliot out?
Oh yeah, I think so, because Jordan Weaver's Aminar was better than Allie Raisman's, and I think Jordan could have beaten her. Her bars were better than Allie's.
Her beam was more
And
consistent.
yeah, and her beam was more consistent.
Her
Her
floor
floor was
like didn't beat Allie's, but it was good enough, you know.
Yeah, no, she had a really, Jordan Weaver had a good floor. I mean, I think the thing was she would sometimes have like mistakes in the event finals that would prevent her from medaling, but yeah, I always liked Jordan Weaver's floor routine.
Yeah.
Jordan Weaver had really good twisting form on floor too.
I like Jordan Weaver's beam.
Yeah, I liked it too.
But her bars was just it was better than Allie's, but
By far.
Yeah. Like, I mean, okay, okay. Her bars, the two Weilers at the beginning, the Weiler and the Weiler half. That was
it was the nasty toe on full for me.
Oh, with the huge no, it was how she would always have one. It seemed like she always had one move in her bar routine where she just seriously overarched. That was just, she always did something like that.
It was no height on the Takashi.
Yeah. Yeah, realistically in 2011, the only really good part of her bar routine was her dismount.
Yeah,
and they made her do that. Yeah, and then her coach John Getter, was it?
Yeah,
decided that she was going to do a full twisting double layout, which only adds 1/10. It didn't look good.
No,
that guy was weird.
But it was still better. But she still swung bars better than Allie Raisman did.
She did. Yeah.
Yeah. Even
Kyla, I love Kyla's beam, but her bars had a lot of deductions. I'll go back and look at Kyla like, damn, Kyla.
Yeah, she was still second best on bars though.
Yeah, she was, but like I look at Kyla, I'm like, damn, leg separation, mishand, and like you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
leg speed. Not a beam 8 down.
Oh, her beam! I loved Kyla's beam in 2012 and 2013. Yeah,
yeah, but the floor, Kyla could clear double pipe, but the full end was nasty. The double tuck was nasty. The double Arabian was pretty decent.
Yeah.
She had a pretty decent double twisting Yurchenko. Lori was a gymnast that was just nasty to me, like in terms of technique, because it's like the bars.
I liked her beam though.
I did like her beam, but her switch ring, her seat jump,
everything.
What?
I just feel like she rushed everything.
Yeah, that's a good way to.
But I like her beam was good. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie.
Laura beam was good. She could have got the gold on that.
Yeah, her beam was good.
Yeah,
her floor, her floor had really good choreography, but the actual tumbling didn't do it for me.
Yeah, I think that's kind of how I felt with Maggie Nichols. Like I liked her floor choreography, and I thought her dance elements on floor were actually pretty good, but the tumbling was not there.
I mean, like Lori to me seemed like she rushed a lot, but I wouldn't compare her to Simone because when I watch Simone, especially on beam, I think she's rushing everything. I'm like, slow down. Like,
I think artistically, and I think just sometimes, I mean, she is the most consistent beam worker in the world, but I think she could be even more consistent if she could take her time between things.
But I hate how Jay takes forever though.
Oh yeah, I don't want anyone to move slow. I don't want anyone moving as slow.
I love the way that Simone does her back handspring and 2 low soles. Like they're so fast.
Oh, I love Simone's connection speed.
Yeah, her connection speed is insane.
Yeah, or the way she was last year, like how fast she was on her mount combo. That was so satisfying to watch.
Her beam requirement. What did she miss? The 2 leap series or something? What requirement? Because she had missed in Rio.
Oh, in Rio?
Yeah, she cut with her hand.
No, I don't think she missed a. No, I don't think she missed the leap series. Yeah, no, I don't think she did because her D score was still pretty high. Yeah,
Yeah.
she couldn't have missed a requirement. She grabbed the beam. That was
Do
her
you think
problem.
that even if she would have hit that beam routine, she would have still beat Sonny though? Because Sonny put up a
Wait,
fifteen four
what was
six
her
six,
top score
a
in Rio?
1563, but they was just throwing out scores in qualification.
Yeah, that's
They really were.
Sonny get.
So besides qualifications, Simone highest was a 15.433, which was lower than Sonny's.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Sonny Vavers really did the best routine of her
So
life.
it's like there's no guarantee that Simone would have beat Sonny even if she would have hit. So why people act
Right.
like Simone just had it in the bag? Like I do
Mhm.
want to say to that front tuck, I think Simone was doing a good beam routine. So maybe,
Oh yeah, so it's possible like they would have given her that. They would have given it to her.
but it would have been close.
Hmm.
Because you got to realize Lori was good at sometimes Lori used to beat Simone on beam and she beat Lori.
Right. Yeah, like at nationals, didn't Lori outscore Simone at nationals on beam, or not at nationals at the Olympic trials?
Yeah, Simone fell on beam though.
No, that makes sense. So yeah,
But Lori was more
actually, wait.
consistent on beam than Simone, but Simone had more potential.
Hmm.
But 2016 did have some good beams because they had Simone, they had Lori, they had Reagan, they had Gabby, they had Allie.
Yeah, that was a really good beam team.
Obviously, Reagan ain't make it, but
Yeah.
Reagan could clear a beam routine. I'll give Reagan that.
Hmm.
I like Reagan
Yeah, I
better.
think Reagan Smith's problem was she wasn't beating Lori, and
No,
they didn't really need. And she was like, that just made her a less appealing version of Lori Hernandez. So that's
I
why
like
Lori
Reagan's
made the team.
tumbling better than Lori's, but I'll be real.
Mhm.
Reagan and Lori both ate their choreography down in 2016.
Mhm.
I love that Adam. Da, 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 da. Reagan ate,
Yeah.
but she still ain't deserved that place on the team since that
Mhm.
whole want to come for Gabby. So, let me tell you, Chico, if you watch the documentary, the way them girls was just infatuated by Gabby, wanted to be haters, like that's the
Mhm.
most pissed me
Mm.
off. Cause Maggie, Reagan, they was all running up to Gabby. Reagan was like, I finally got to meet Gabby, but she was one of her biggest haters after Ria.
Mhm.
Like, mm.
Has
What
she
doc?
said anything about her recently, or did she kind of walk
No,
that?
that's why I ain't giving Reagan too much because Reagan ain't spoke on Gabby the same way Skinner and
Hmm.
Maggie had
Yeah.
and Come Up.
Hmm.
Even Jordan Weaver don't really speak on Gabby like that no more.
Hmm.
But Jordan,
What can they
Gabby,
say? She done proved to beat them multiple times.
like
Right.
Jordan and Kamava are still Gabby's OG haters, especially Kamava. Like, girl, you going around spreading
Mhm.
lies about people taking drugs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Who taking drugs?
Kamava tried to say Gabby and Simone and them were on
Oh,
drugs.
Oh, yeah. The Russians do that a
oh
lot,
yeah.
especially Valentina's
And who
like
country
leaked a
got
lot of that.
banned for who
Right,
country
for
got
doping.
who country got banned from the Olympics because of doping?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's quite hypocritical for them to say.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of insane. But they wanted to arrest Brittany Griner for doing drugs, but they got banned from the whole Olympics because of drugs.
Right.
So like the hypocrisy, free, free my girl Brittany Griner,
Right.
and they talking about who would you want to get you out of jail, from Russia, Trump or Kamala? Okay, but didn't Kamala and them get Brittany Griner out?
Right. And like,
They just got some other hostages in Russia too.
but I don't like is they act like the way the Trump and Putin relationship works is Putin listens to Trump, and we know it's the reverse.
Yeah, like
Like, has Putin ever done anything like, at least without getting something really serious back?
yeah, and accommodating Russia of all countries, like they have nothing. That's why I don't understand why people want to like be allies of Russia. Like allies for what?
Hmm.
Oil?
Yeah.
And I mean, we can get oil from other countries.
Hmm.
Like Russia doesn't bring anything to the table.
Hmm. Oh wait, I think when they were saying that she missed a beam requirement on beam and still run bronze in Rio. That was about Aaliyah Mustafina in the all around final, not about Simone.
Ah, yeah.
Right, yeah, because Aaliyah didn't get credit for her acro series because she didn't
Oh
really.
yeah. I
Yeah,
remember that.
like I said, that was when she kept like her
And
acro
they
series were
downgraded.
really
They
inconsistent,
downgraded Shane two songs. Like, yeah,
just to be petty.
unprovoked. Like, cause she cleared her
Uh,
layout. I'm like,
right? No, like Shang Chin's song could tumble on beam and floor.
so it's like, how did Allie get her layout credited?
Right. And they were crediting Penors too, weren't they?
Yeah, man, they did not fuck with Shane. But like I
They
said, that nasty boy Twisted Yurchenko,
did
whose fault is that?
not.
Like Shane just could not do more than an FTY,
Yeah, which was mm.
but she could
Yeah,
do a
I
three and a
just I
half.
think like I think it was like Javassi was saying, I don't think she had the bulk. Like I don't think she had enough body mass to really like get anything out of the springboard.
Gotcha.
Because like we said, like she could like her acro on floor and beam when she could like get spring from the floor or a little bit of
Hmm.
bounce from the beam, it like that was good. But
But I want to ask Autumn, does vault hurt?
Does vault hurt? Like
Yeah,
when you hit the springboard?
yeah.
No, not really, not at all.
It looked
mhm.
like it hurt.
I don't
No,
think it
I mean,
hurts because they kept the springboard like allows them to basically float over the ball, kind of. Because I got people
Oh, okay.
and the
Does the
block just
landing
kept
hurt
saying,
or
not if there's really fluffy mats.
okay.
If they're really stiff, then it will. Um,
Okay, that makes sense.
and if you hit
Oh,
the
by the
back,
way, speaking of vault hurting, I was looking up some gymnastics stuff from the 50s because I wanted to see like what did it look like. And I saw footage from the first world championships that the first world championships they have footage in for women, which is 1950. And
Damn.
they're vaulting. No, they're going over to the they're doing it outside and they're going over the vaulting table and landing in the grass.
yeah, that looks
No
like
match, just
mm.
landing in the
I mean,
grass.
I've done shit like that though. I want
I
to
know,
ask.
but I'm like, that's
I want to
I'm like,
ask.
yeah, no wonder they weren't doing some. They weren't. They didn't have some extra somersault in the vault for a
Autumn, I
while.
want to ask. How much does Beam hurt?
um, you see, that's a funny question because it depends on the beam you get. You can get a slippery one that's very smooth, or you can get one that's kind of like sandpaper in a way. And
Ooh. Oh, with like the way they pat it, right?
yeah, but I feel like the sandpaper one is better because you're not gonna fall. You have better control of your
Mm-hmm.
wobbles versus
Hmm.
the slippery one. So
Mm.
I think if you have the sandpaper one, it's not gonna hurt as much. Now I wasn't really that high of a level, so I didn't do any crazy things where it would be like really impact on like your feet. But the things I did, I didn't really find it very painful at
How you
all.
feel about the Beam, Chico? I know you haven't done like a back tuck on it, but like, cause when I walked, it didn't feel painful. But I think about all that pounding and stuff like that they do.
Man, look, I could never do it. I'm trying to work on doing a full turn on it, so I'll let y'all know
Ooh.
when I get.
A turn is
When I,
hard, Chico. A
I
turn is
know
harder than a
it is
flip.
hard. I can't
Cause
even
I
do a
could do
half
like
turn.
cartwheels and back handsprings on the beam. It was like every time I tried to do like a turn, it's like you have to have such good center of gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Cause it's like when you're doing a flip, you just gotta control your flip going in the correct direction. Like if you do a
Mhm.
cartwheel and your cartwheel is like directly center, you're not gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
It's
Whereas if
easier
you're
to control
turning,
the
you're
flip.
not. Yeah, like
You
you're
can
messing with
control
the
a flip.
center.
It's hard to control a turn.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
You see that on full like gymnasts can control tumbling, they can't control they dance elements.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I think, and that's even more true on beam because, like, you see a lot of gymnasts wobble even when they're just doing a full turn.
Yeah.
And those are like good gymnasts who can tumble really well on beam and who can like even like land their leaps really well, but the
You
turns
have to be
throw them
so
off.
precise. Like if you even just half a piece off, you off that whole
Mm-hmm.
line. But one thing,
But that's
the easiest way to stay on the beam that I realized, Chico, the gymnasts don't ever
What?
try. Just jump up. When
Max,
they
what
start
is you
bobbling,
doing?
when you start
Uh-huh.
bobbling, just jump up.
You mean
Hmm.
like Sean Johnson's mount?
Yeah. Like think about, how you start bobbling, Autumn, just jump up.
Hmm.
Oh, because like it helps you recenter.
Yes.
Hmm.
I feel like when it comes to the dance moves, it's kind of like more of a they can't see the beam, and that's why
Mm-hmm.
I fall more often
You
on
know.
dance tumbling, because at certain points in the tumbling, you are seeing the beam, and like okay,
Yeah, because you can spot it before you land.
But
right.
it's like I saw the angle. What they see though, they barely even see that hole. Like
Mm.
Mhm.
it's like the
I know Rebe does it where like she doesn't wear her glasses for any of her gymnastics, so she's been doing beam this whole time, barely able to see.
that's fucking insane.
Mm.
I know, and she said she doesn't even like want to do it with her contacts because like she's not used to being able to see that well when she does beam and it
But
throws
it's
her
like,
off.
how does she know how to fight? Because Rebe loved the Bible and get herself back in line and shit.
That
So,
is true, yeah.
Why not just get glasses like Morgan
so
did?
that hoe know when she not on because
You
she ain't
know.
gonna
Yeah, I'm
attempt no
wondering why
connection.
she doesn't. Yeah, because Morgan could do all her gymnastics with her glasses on.
Mm. More the way Morgan would just clear a shisha would just like yes, Lord.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna get off soon. I'm getting really tired.
Yeah,
yeah,
I gotta
Yeah,
get
me
off
too.
too.
we all
I
gotta
gotta be
wrap
at the
up. But
gym in the
this has
morning.
been really fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4
But
hours.
anyway,
Yeah.
thank you guys so much for tuning into to my live. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below.
Mhm.
Make sure you have a nice day, you guys. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.